हेलो नमस्कार, हर हर महादेव दोस्तों, स्वागत है आप सभी का एक बार फिर से टीम प्लेन में। आज सुबह के मैचेस के बाद अब हमारा समय आ चुका है कि हम वैलोरेंट मैड्रिड चैंपियंस को एक बार वॉच पार्टी करी जाए। और ये पार्टी कुछ दिन तक चलेगी, जिसमें कि काफी टीमें आपस में भिड़ेंगी। जहां पे पहली टीम जो भिड़ रही है वो है केसी वर्सेस एफपीएक्स। पहला मैप आइसबॉक्स केसी जीत चुके हैं और दूसरा मैच एफपीएक्स काफी अच्छी टक्कर दे रहे हैं, but you don't know what's going to happen. Let's see what
they were
happens.
only winning 43% of the time when they were up a player, when they were 5v4, when they got the first pick.
I mean, speaks volumes, I think, about Carmichael's ability
Let's see, but ये देखना है कि जीतेगा कौन, जीतेंगे कैसे
They were lost in some of those situations.
It's pretty dire, isn't it, not being able to convert?
With things like going for those mid-round reclears and trying to take possession of the round even though you were up players. It's a very risk-positive play style that FPX have. But they can bite them. This is where you gotta try to take the risks, though. I think you can't just sit back and allow KC's ults to come at you.
Right for whole cacophony of util used to try and clear out towards the C site. Shin's just being offloaded here, so
basically got the site for
try and put pressure on anybody who might be anchoring into the site. They would have been.
अगर आप ध्यान से देखें तो पूरी सारे सिटी से रोटेट करते हुए आ रहे हैं फाइट करने के लिए.
But they're not overstepping themselves.
It's not an open plan.
PX are now going to be in a retake with life opping. No ults to work with.
And this lockdown.
Okay, KC got the ult. थोड़ा लेट आर्ट करने का
util paranoia, but it really doesn't do enough damage.
मतलब ये मकसद ही ऐसा कि अब थोड़ा लेट किया जाए जिससे कि बॉम्ब पिक कर जाए थोड़ा सा.
The mosh, nade, none of it finding value.
Time now becoming an issue. Here comes the approach. Satchel's in.
बाकी मिला तो नहीं उन्हें.
Follows it up, stunned up. Well, cosmetic in the FPX still. All here now. Shin, last one left. Having a defuse. I'm watching for it. They knew he was there.
He could have came out and shoot.
And what a retake from FPX! They hit the commit button and they won all of the aim duels. And they'd already used such.
That was a hell of a retake.
How
was
they win now when a
good retake.
It's wild. I mean, look, no paranoia, no nade, no mosh. Just being able to win the raw fights, particularly those kills against Martin and Tomasi there, being massive difference makers. Head in hands for Zeish. That was a round that KC were expected to win and did not. Big ultimates used too. It's broken their ult cycle.
What a time to do it for FPX. Same open for Carmen Court. Out towards C now. Nice saw. That is
shotgun in the hand.
The snake bot going to be using.
So
wow,
like that.
Just spamming straight through. That's one way to clear the pit. If he didn't get it,
keep spamming.
With a showstopper might have.
And I say broken the ult cycle, but Martin being able to enter the showstopper and
There's another
being able to get the pit online as well. They're fighting tooth and nail for this.
But KC भाई पूरा
don't get pushed into an uncomfortable
बहुत
spot.
मेहनत कर रहे हैं.
Real uncomfortable though.
लेकिन यार ये स्ट्रेट अच्छी है. अगर अल्ट हो वाइपर का तो एक शॉटगन जरूर लेके चलो, चाहे हल्का सा भी हो, कुछ एक उसमें हो जाएगा. बट Trash is ready.
Berlin can't work his way through that one way. A lot of util being used to try and push them back, but look at how difficult this is. I mean, you're just clearing one section of the ult. Detained. Did catch, I believe, the one clearing through. Need the guns, at least with the fight. It's Magnum. Just dominating that one angle. Looks to really just step towards them now when he spots the final few players. Berlin's out
saving.
of there.
Berlin is saving.
What a response from Karmine Corp. Kept it simple, used the ultimates, got themselves a round win. And that builds up
Map 3
the
is on the way.
Safety net that they have.
Yeah.
But now it's 9-9 with all of the big ultimates starting to try favor FPX. You know, it's going to be a while before Karmine Corp have those to rely on to be able to string around together like that.
We are running.
It does feel like Lotus is very based on what ults you have online.
That should have been a kill.
FPX, economy disadvantage. But it might not feel like that if you end up running into life. KC just looking like they want to focus on mound control into the C hit.
It's the same hit over and over again. The deep smoke that Shin places down, everybody plays inside of it to dodge any attempt of a flash repeat.
And this feels like they're just punishing the lack of the killjoy on the other side.
Yeah.
They're not worried about running into life.
They're scrimming, man. Practicing the C execs.
Very much so.
They're pushing C again and again and again.
Autumn does have his ult. Needs to stay alive though. If he wants to use it in this, any chance of it, a tap from the rate with the spike. They are trying to force out at least some util, maybe the ult out of them. Now sticking and committing into it. Ground setup.
देखना ही है retake हो पाता है कि नहीं हो पाता.
It is quite passive position, just giving up basically the back section of the site.
It's a 4v5
Does
retake.
Autumn choose to ult?
On eco.
Down 4v5.
Would be a crazy one. That's essentially a solo swing there from Lysol. Not really set up for it. Life onto the flank. Lambot notifying a team of his position. There's not too many more pieces left for FPX to do anything about it.
And these last two rounds have been just what the doctor ordered for KC.
Getting dominated.
It was looking
right now
on a nice edge that it could
spiral out
control. And instead, they've
I'm
kept
sorry
it
कि
so
मैं पहला मैच
clean.
स्ट्रीम
Only
नहीं कर
that
पाया.
one round going the way of FPX.
मैं ये बंद कैसे हो गया? I'm sorry मैं पहला मैच स्ट्रीम नहीं कर पाया because
and at this point, FPX are going to have to try to come up with a different way of holding on to C. You look at how Karmine Corp are taking mound control at the start of the round. Shin throws a smoke, they get a teleport into the smoke, they have double faces in case anybody's playing aggressive. They can use Fade utility there as well. Prowler when they get in. It's all very rigorous.
Again, C.
The smoke that you can see, Martin's inside of it instantly. They can swing out this in a variety of directions. Avoid any dizzy.
Gecko is here.
If there's a paranoia, they can hide inside the smoke. You know, creates that little safe beacon, safe haven for them to play around. But they haven't neutralized the danger on the opposite side of the map.
No, looking for a re-clear here, but it's a high-low setup. Safety, at least for some of the players. Now Storm got to respect that one. Berlin dropping down. Nightfall now being used to clear. In the midst of all of this chaos, Berlin, man, he was setting up another one-way smoke. Still with the rifle traded. Shin rips that one away from him.
Nice trade, nice
trade.
trade.
Left. Quite efficient. The attack side around here for Karmine Corp. Plenty of time left if they want to take a pivot.
But the problem is, the more the time ticks, the more Autumn's ultimate becomes a game changer. You do not want to get in a situation where you're trying to exec with only 25 seconds left and there's a showstopper on the other side. KC hoping that any stack over towards C would have been dismantled at this point because of all of that rubble pressure.
Feels like they're going to be pivoting into a B, A to B almost, with them opening the door up, but
high-low.
Everybody out towards C, and the players, they're running away, but they hear it jumping around. Autumn, he's popped off the old high-low setup, not expecting it. The rate's already there, Dizzy avoided, but no, just catching onto him. 15 seconds left, has to deal with this player. He's got the spike in his hands, no teammates, nowhere near at all. He's got to try and force his fight out. The rate wins it,
There's
8
no
seconds. He's going to get this plant down. And it's being covered, surely no spam, he does! An extension into the round.
Monstrous from the raid. He's 22-11 in the map so far, and trying to win this round almost on his own, waiting for the cavalry to arrive.
Horn spotting it, avoiding it. The bullets hailing down onto him, his head just peeking out and over. Narrate can't be stopped, man.
Narrate.
It's just disgusting. The Des was talking about, do you like his gecko more? Do you like his
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Dumpstering people.
No matter what he plays.
Playing like
One.
this flex initiator role.
He.
Sometimes we'll see him on Duelist, and you can see why when you look at this guy's talent.
That makes 3.
So many duels here that weren't favored, where it looked like an FPX player had caught him.
That flick was awesome.
Marshall, Marshall, can you look at me for a second? Oh my god.
He's on
Shin's
24.
happy about that
Heck. Server drop fragging. Easy as
This time Karmikor setting the sights over towards A.
it can be.
And the push out
Easy
C
life.
from FPX, they knew they had to change something up. And now Magnum's got the read on it. All right, so they were aggressive on C. Let's try and push it into A fast.
What is that? Spam through, catch onto Berlin. Didn't stand a chance there.
Was literally that.
Catch the C push, yeah. Magnum is watching for it, knowing that.
Another duel, though, where
Casey
Lysol
saying,
could have found the timing.
I'm gonna deny it.
Instead, the Karmikor
They're
player
gonna
comes
win
out
it
on top,
easily.
readjusting the aim.
It's fallen to pieces. Ayang makes a good go of it there. Looks away 2 of them, but not enough to withstand the pressure for the players there. Now, a deep push from Live. He's the last one left. Hold up, rotations, players. Oh, it's a timing game. It's a timing game. Shin's seen the barrel. He's seen the barrel, and he takes care of him. 12 rounds. Now game for Karmikor. 1 step closer to taking the series entirely.
An 8-4 half. And as soon as KC got onto the attack side, navigating danger, putting together some excellent rounds. Chaining ults, punishing the C defense, reacting correctly too. And a reminder, yeah, we thought that this would be one of the least even matchups on paper. FPX came into this one hoping to be able to get at least a map, maybe a match win, show the global stage that they were capable of so much more than they've done in the past. Now they're 1 round away from getting knocked into the bottom portion of our Swiss stage.
Face your fear!
9-4, suspended once more. Prowler connecting, Magnum holding, watching. What is that by Autumn?
Those are amazing.
Hell of a time to come alive. His team definitely needed it, and the kills are just being collapsed upon. Shin has got his ult, picks up the spike, repositions now, but guess what? Berlin might be 1 step ahead. He's running his way back over towards A, anticipating this kind of reaction. A plant, though, won't be pushed back.
Let's see what the read.
So Shin has a chance to close the case entirely. 1v2, Ayang has the ult, a lot of util. Shin reveals his position, Thrash. No bunny hops online, wide swing and face there. Paranoia repositions out wide to the side. Shot connects, snaps to it. Shin will not find it. FPX alive for now.
FPX denies it.
Ayang is the one to do it.
That could have been a
What a
clutch.
recovery in that round
And a match
for
point.
FPX
Not
to find
match.
4 kills off the back of Guardians. 2 players,
That was good.
the 2 star players, Autumn and Light, just being able to pop. Those initial kills though, Autumn, again, I keep wanting to mention, he was 12-3 at the beginning of this map. He's still only got 17 kills. If he can wake up, FPX can still bring this to overtime. The big, heavy-hitting firepower from FPX has got to come online now when they need it most. Otherwise, KC are going to win this series.
Carmine Cops.
First time we're seeing a bit of aggression on the defensive side here from Live.
Cops.
Horns dealt with, smoke forward, so many positions to look for here, but a Boombot now, look at the levels to it, the layers to it. Boombot proudly, you have to respect it. Rendezvous back now, and here comes the C hit. Pressure there. Martin was vulnerable up. There was a nanoswarm at his feet, but now there's a snake bite to try and respond, and a flood defense by FPX is caught. Dizzy missing wide, facing Lysol. He's got his 2 there. The rate is eager to take the challenge
It's
straight to. He's
3v3.
eager to put an end to the entirety of this series, but a spike has been dropped into the middle of nowhere.
That's the big problem now. Extraction is
Spike
the name of the
getting
game.
You don't
KC,
have
Magnum's
OMEN
trying to
health.
cause some chaos,
Don't
see if he
have
can pull
anything.
people away from the C site, threaten some kind of wild lurk, but would they really push through Waterfall here to retrieve the spike? Or is it all a fake?
Subterfuge being thrown into the mix. There's a haunt to clear the way, but Berlin is back up onto the space, into the angle. An essential kill, but it goes missing. And now Waterfall control is theirs. Autumn is there with a crosshair placement. And White now have to deal with these players. Carmine Core! It's all down to 1v1.
1v1.
And this is it.
Viper versus Viper.
Series, or will it be that slam at dunk? Thomasy wraps it around. 20 seconds left. Spike still not retrieved. Thomasy!
KC ends the game.
On their feet before you know it. And it's a 2-0 wrap to the series.
EMEA number 1 finishes the game of Star.
That's a great way to get the nerves settled early and showcase that you can do it on the biggest stage, the global Masters stage. These players with such small amounts of experience, but such a great system behind them. And passionate fans that are hoping they can go so much further. FPX certainly pushed them. But no win for the Chinese squad, who still only have one so far in these 3 global showings. They'll have more chances. This Swiss system gives them future opportunities as well, though they have no idea who they'll be facing next. You could say that about both of these teams, though, because to be honest, when you look at the other matches that you've got coming up, it is difficult to predict who the favorites are. And just to revisit that topic, Brent, we were saying at the start, this should have been on paper one of the most one-sided matches you could get, and yet we had a 13-8 where things looked very close. We had it wrapped up at 7-7, and then a 13-10 on KC's map pick. Parity may well be the key word here at Madrid.
FPX definitely bringing it and testing at Carmine Core, but they come out strong. It's a 2-0 actually in terms of that map scoreline as well. And like you said, I mean, a series of unknowns leading into it. They don't know who their next opponent is going to be. It's up in the air. They're going to be paying close attention to these upcoming matches, including the one that we got coming up even next. That one is going to be a certified banger, man. I mean, Gen.G versus Loud, who knows which direction that one's going to go. It's
impossible to call. KC are going to be so happy, though, that they got that win under their belt early. It's going to give them the opportunity to watch these other games that are happening. They're a team that loves to prep, loves to practice. They were talking about the fact that it's been difficult to get that level of prac under their belts here, so that's a great start to the tournament.
Absolutely. Well, that's us finished. We'll send it down to the analyst desk to break it all down so far.
Thank you very much, guys.
Shin, Martin, काफी अच्छे एफर्ट्स यहाँ पर नजर आए सारे टीम प्लेयर्स की तरफ से। एंड अगेन जो कॉम्पोजिशन के अंदर चेंजेस लेकर आते चैट में देखिए कितना बेहतरीन टीम के फेवर में वर्कआउट कर रहा था स्टार्टिंग के अंदर। हाउएवर थोड़ा सा डगमगाते हुए नजर आई थी टीम, बट कुडोस टू देयर एफर्ट्स। जो भी इन्होंने द टाइम दैट दे टुक कैपिटलाइज, जैसे कि हमने देखा यहाँ पर ट्रैक निकाले इस टीम ने। शिन का ये पर्टिकुलर राउंड काफी मुझे बेहतरीन लगा था। हाउएवर
that was a nice round by Shin.
ये शुरुआत काफी अच्छी करी थी। फन प्लस की भी तारीफ यहाँ पे करनी पड़ेगी। फर्स्ट हाफ में अटैक उनका काफी ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग यहाँ पे जो है नजर आया था। 4-8 का स्कोर लाइन था विद फन प्लस इन द लीड, बट सेकेंड हाफ में डिफेंस में उनके पास मात्र 2 ही राउंड्स जाने दिए। तो अटैक यहाँ पे काफी ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग नजर आया था कार्मिन कॉर्प का अटैक, एंड दैट रिजल्टेड इन अ ब्यूटीफुल विक्ट्री।
काफी ज़्यादा खुश रहूँगा मैं इस टीम से भी, स्पेसिफिकली आई हैव बीन वाचिंग देम फ्रॉम द किक ऑफ सीरीज। और
I mean, reactionary Randall, but this guy just came out and absolutely impressed. The second half especially, I think
that
they
was
had
lots
a
of
great read. They
lots
realized there's not a lot of
difference.
this comp. They just kept pounding this C site. And for me, honestly, when you see this team go for an exec, they commit so perfectly around the utility. Just really clean stuff here from Carmine Core to kick off.
Right, please fix, can't log in.
With Kakuka in the Verizon post-match interview.
Bienvenidos a todos a la primera entrevista después de haber ganado Casey este
Española. Española.
And that converted their loss into the victory. So brilliant efforts.
Go by the KC bundle.
जी हाँ, brilliant effort from the side of Carmine Corp. काफी ज़्यादा strong ये टीम आज के दिन में नजर आ रही है।
Thank you very much.
Narrate,
Hey, let's hear one more time for KC. Bienvenidos a todos a la primera entrevista después de haber ganado Casey este primer partido aquí en Masters Madrid. I'm here joined with Narrate. So first of all, congratulations on the first win of Madrid.
There are lots of things different.
I'm feeling pretty good.
literally they are mad KC fans.
Buy the KC bundle.
Thank you very much, guys. I mean, the crowd has been amazing.
Obviously,
so thank
buy
you
the
very
KC
much.
bundle, support
now, back
KC.
into the interview and
Buy
the
a
actual
sign
questions.
bundle, support
First of all,
KC.
how do you think this team has been different from everything that you've seen in EMEA? How the preparation has been different to, adapting to a Chinese team?
It
Well,
was
obviously
like
we
EMEA
have,
versus China.
like same thing with every team in this competition. We have a lot of info on them, so it's not really any different from any other team we played. I would say that they're really good at like making really good individual plays. Just absolutely, if you make any mistake, they will punish the fuck out of you, and it's like it's really hard, to be honest. Like, we can play perfectly, but if some guy just finds the perfect timing, he's gonna kill all of us.
Okay, le he preguntado qué tal ha sido, ¿no? Prepararse para todo esto, para equipos diferentes a los que está acostumbrado en EMEA, y me ha dicho que la verdad tienen mucha información en los equipos, pero que la preparación es básicamente la misma. La información está ahí y sienten que error que podían cometer ahí estaban ellos para poner la bala. Of course, you had a brilliant performance. Let's call it like that. How do you think this is going to translate into the rest of the tournament? Because of course, you guys are the least experienced in some senses. Do you think that gives you that underdog power?
But they are literally playing
I mean,
well.
to be honest, we don't really see ourselves as underdogs or overdogs. We're just a team that we're gonna try to play every team as well as possibly can, just play our game. So I don't think it's really gonna affect us. Like, even though
matches देखे मैंने जैसे खेल रहे थे,
EMEA, that
how they were
we don't
playing,
need
they
stage
can win.
experience. We're just the players that we are.
Their match against Sentinel will decide who's gonna win.
No se derrumban ante la adversidad, que no necesitan esa experiencia y que todo el torneo debería de ser así. No se consideran que sean débiles o que vayan a sufrir por todo eso. Real quick, before I let you go, Chamber, Reina, of course, a lot of things that we do not see in EMEA. Was it hard for you to adapt onto all of that, or was it just the duels?
To be honest, like, it's not that hard to adapt to. Like, obviously, we knew their comps before we played them.
Obviously, study गई होगी. जो इनके analyst हैं, they would have gone inside it, gone inside each and everything कि क्या होगा, क्या नहीं होगा, क्या कर सकते हैं, क्या strats बनाते समय हर एक चीज notice की गई होगी. So it's a match against Gen versus Sen. So let's see who gonna win it. Sen के पास experience है, लेकिन Gen के पास मेरे को नहीं पता क्या है, क्योंकि Gen.G बोल रहे हैं उन्हें. तो बच्चों को ढलाएं क्या यार? जेन हमारे उसमें सीएस में भी एक टीम थी, बट नाउ स्टारलैब से स्पॉन्सर यार, ऐसे मत करो यार, ये सब दिखा के जलाओ मत. सीक्रेट लैब, हाँ मत जलाया करो यार, तुम लोग ऐसे देख के जलाते हो ना ये सब चीजें. दिल जलता है, आग जलती है, मतलब दिल जलता है, आग लगती है, खून खौलता है. ये इतना पैसा, बात अलग है, ज्यादा नहीं, 20,000 की है. बाकी देखते हैं क्या हो रहा है, क्या नहीं हो रहा है.
Red Bull gives you wings.
अच्छा, Zen वर्सेस लाउड था, सॉरी सेंटिनल्स का कल है. Zen वर्सेस लाउड will be epic. Good match.
Red Bull gives you wings.
यहाँ पे अब शुरू हुई है, यहाँ पे खत्म होने वाली. There is a 30-second delay between these two. प्लेलिस्ट भी है पूरी, नाइस। अगर मैं इसको म्यूट कर दूंगा, प्लेलिस्ट यहाँ पे मास्टर मैड्रिड की प्लेलिस्ट चले, पार्टनर्स ललित, व्हाट्सअप स्नेक आए, व्हाट्सअप मिनाटो,
हेलो हेलो।
क्या हाल है स्नेक आए भाई?
अरे मेरा डेस्कटॉप ऑडियो काम नहीं कर रहा, कब से काम नहीं कर रहा मुझे नहीं पता।
वाई?
हेलो, अभी ठीक है, अभी ठीक है, अभी ठीक है।
यू आर नॉट स्ट्रीमिंग?
यस, अभी स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ।
मेरे को दिखा क्यों नहीं रहा तेरा चैनल?
इनको दिखा नहीं रहा था,
व्हाट इज दिस बिहेवियर?
इनको नहीं दिखा रहा, क्या नहीं दिखा रहा था?
आपका चैनल क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा?
क्या बात?
स्नेक आए का
चश्मे का चैनल नहीं दिखा रहा, रुको लेट मी चेक।
नहीं रे, मैं तो करके इसके
स्नेक का
दूसरी आईडी लॉग्ड इन है इधर, ठीक है।
क्या दिख रहा है ना, क्यों नहीं दिख रहा?
दिख गया, मेरे को नहीं दिखा रहा था, दूसरी आईडी लॉग्ड इन है इधर।
आप देखना नहीं चाह रहे हो,
अरे खाना भी स्ट्रीम पे ही आज, दूसरी आईडी लॉग्ड।
अरे
ये मैं सुबह कर चुका, ये मैं सुबह कर चुका हूँ, इसलिए मैं इस समय नहीं कर रहा ये काम, इसलिए आज
ओके भाई, लेट हो गया। ओके बाय बाय रोकन गेमर। कब नहीं, हाँ रीसेंट बनाएंगे अपना भी, ये
इसलिए रात की स्ट्रीम बहुत लेट चालू करी है मैंने।
अरे मुझे ये बताओ ना सर,
जेन.जी
नेक्स्ट गेम कितनी देर में चालू होगा?
11 बजे, 11:10 तक मान के चलो।
आधा घंटा
मेरे हिसाब से लाउड जीतनी चाहिए, आई सपोर्ट लाउड मोस्ट, क्योंकि लाउड को मैं काफी टाइम से देख रहा हूँ।
हाँ लाउड निकाल देगा, लाउड फॉर्म में भी तो है।
हाँ लेकिन अभी सेन से हारी थी लाउड।
इस बार सैन यार देखो तो सही, सैन में क्या हाथ चल रहे हैं। सैन में सिर्फ टेंस नहीं मार रहे हैं, सैन में पांचों मार रहे हैं।
अरे नहीं टेन जी की बात नहीं है, लेकिन सब लोग चल रहे थे उस समय। Everyone was playing great. Everyone was playing great, literally great.
चलो मैं आता थोड़ा बाद में मिलो, ब्रेक ले सकते हैं।
हाँ हाँ, मैं सुबह से थका हुआ हूँ इतना, लेकिन आई एम एंजॉयिंग इट।
मैं
Let's talk about those cons because Sadak has clearly been cooking. Do we like it? You know, is it our flavor or is it an overcook?
I think that it's something.
तुम लोग हिंदी देख रहे हो कि उस पे देख रहे हो ट्विच पे?
For how long is the thing? So they're playing Breach Phoenix on 4 out of the 7 maps that they're playing, which is
one
great
Sadak
to say.
less
क्यों नहीं?
and TYZ.
भाई मेरे को तो बोला था लिंक पे देखना, तो मैं उसी लिंक पे देखा, उस रिपोर्ट कार्ड पर देखा।
So really excited to see them play.
वेल सादक की अगर बात करें तो यूजुअली KOS का एक
ये तो बोला ही नहीं, ये कहाँ बोला था?
हम लोगों ने
उसमें लिखा हुआ है,
सिलेक्ट किया था।
की अगर बात करें
क्या लिखा था?
लैंग्वेज उन्होंने सेलेक्ट करी है उसमें।
लैंग्वेज सिलेक्ट किया था हम
उसमें
लोगों ने,
लिंक दिया हुआ है।
कंटेंट क्रिएटर के हिसाब से
लिंक दिया उसमें, किस लिंक पे देखना है।
ऐसा थोड़ी ना लिंक दिया उसमें, वो दिया है कि यू कैन गो देयर, यू कैन गो एंड वॉच दैट, वहां पे वो कर सकते हो, ऐसा लिंक थोड़ी ना कुछ दिया है। एग्जैक्टली, रुको, डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया है, टाइटल दिया है वॉच पार्टी योर टाइटल VCT मैड्रिड हिंदी, खत्म। उसके बाद तुम्हें डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया हुआ है, वॉच हिंदी ब्रॉडकास्ट लाइव ऑन दिया है, वो बस आगे थोड़ी ना।
अब पहले challenges
इट्स अप टू यू, क्या आप देख रहे हो, मैं तो इंग्लिश ही देख रहा था।
Now the team is all the way from the Pacific, तो अगर हम इनके
आई लव वाचिंग इंग्लिश ओनली।
कॉम्स की बात करें तो
नहीं देखना तो मुझे भी सही लगता है, लेकिन मुझे लगा इस लिंक पे देखना, तो मैं इस पे
नहीं 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 यार, इट्स अ वॉच पार्टी परमिशन, व्हाटएवर आई वांट आई कैन सी।
मीनवाइल बाय माइनस यार बहुत दर्द हो रहा है।
प्रिपरेशन रहेंगी आपकी फ्रॉम टीम GEN.G?
चलिए आइटम मिलेंगे दर्द भाई।
भाई देख, टू बी ऑनेस्ट, इनका एनालिसिस कंपेयर टू दिस इंग्लिश एनालिसिस, आई लव इंग्लिश एनालिसिस, हाउ दे एनालाइज, हाउ दे थिंक, हाउ दे ब्रेक द गेम, तभी मैं प्रो मैचेस देखता हूँ। मैं अपनी स्ट्रीमिंग छोड़ के प्रो मैचेस देखने के लिए स्ट्रीम छोड़ देता हूँ अपनी, जस्ट बिकॉज ये सब चीजें अच्छी लगती है मुझे। दे ब्रेकडाउन इज भाई अलग ही लेवल होता है। एम देखो भाई कितना क्रिस्प चल रहा है इस समय, लेकिन सेन वालों ने ले ली थी भाई, एक मैच ये भी जीते थे अच्छा खासा दबा के।
Loud that has made it here. This guy has brought 5 different
भाई स्काई प्यारा चल रहा है इसमें सादक का,
extremely loud
Loud.
incorrect buzzer wrong.
अब इसमें ये मैं नहीं देख रहा हूँ, सॉरी।
different individual distinct rosters to international events. Twice with Vikings, 3 times with different players on Loud. He's the ultimate
different things.
talent developer.
Yeah, and I also think that we can.
Loud भी आ गई है, Loud भी setup कर रही है अपना.
Of this game, I'm quite happy to do that. I'm not sure about you guys, but speaking.
Oh, Yuvan, बढ़िया भाई. आप बताओ भाई.
Speaking of
हम
Sada,
तो भाई बढ़िया हैं.
standing by right
आज
now.
सुबह से ये कर करके रात में लेट हो गए मैच का वो करने में, तो आज कोई आया नहीं क्योंकि
Hey,
we
Sada,
were
can
late,
I pull you in
quite
for
late.
just a really quick question? I apologize, you have to drag your bag over here as well. So this is the 3rd variation of this team, and you consistently keep making it to global events. I mean, how do you keep doing this?
I think it comes down to us having fun. I have great teammates, so
ये इंडो अमेरिकन है क्या, मतलब इंडो ब्राजीलियन है क्या?
do amazing things, so yeah, pretty much it.
Well, excited to see you guys have fun out
ये
there.
इंडो ब्राजीलियन नहीं लग रहा है? स्नेक आई?
I mean, they must be having fun playing some of these comms as well. But what's in the suitcase?
भाई साधक के बारे में तो देखना पड़ेगा मेरे को.
All of them?
Yeah,
एक बार देखे हो ना मैं मानूंगा नहीं.
Nuclear football he carries around. He
What
has
is
his
this?
pass just in case.
भाई he was
I don't think they'll need him. I don't think
like
they'll need him because with QCK
Argentina
coming in, I
है.
feel like he's adopted the way of Loud very nicely. And Mimi, we have a quote from him
Sadak.
as well. He was talking a little bit about how he felt about GEN.G. He said, "I know that GEN.G is one that's been showing a good game. They qualified by winning against a very strong team. This is a team that I'm looking at as a threat."
The thing is, the QCK kind of adopted the Loud way, but it's not the Loud with Osboss.
देख रहे हैं?
He's not Osboss. He doesn't play the Jet every map. He's not an incredible, perfect dive player in the same way Osboss was. He's instead flexing around, playing the Phoenix. He's fitting into Sadok's system, and for that reason, this does feel
भाई
like a
निकालनी
very
पड़ जाएगी
different
इसकी
Loud
history.
than the one we talked about last year.
Yeah, exactly. I think that this is
Whatever,
another reason
whoever
that
he
makes
is.
Loud the team that, you know, a lot of people support and love.
Because
it's the fact that if you change these pieces, you can see a new
साधक
version, but
तो
it is still a
साधक है
version
भाई.
that works. And they're not just fixated into, for example, HyperX being crazy, just playing the crazy comms being extra aggressive. No, with Loud you can see very different iterations and they still make it work. So it makes it in time difficult to adapt and play against them.
Yeah, Loud, very familiar team here on the global stage. But today, Kukuka, they're going to go up against what I would say epitomizes the surprise element we've seen in the regional leagues. How did GEN.G get here?
Well, basically, they beat DRX to qualify here, and it's been a very
And then
long
who did
time.
they beat in the finals?
Yeah.
Just some small team, right?
Yeah, just a small team. You might know it. Something about paper.
Oh, I've heard
Paper
of
and
them, I
dinosaurs.
think.
Dinosaur
Yeah, that
papers.
sounds
Paper people rise up, paper people rise up.
No, but no.
Dinosaurs on paper, DR.
It's insane that they made it here after what? Only being shown at Lock-in last year.
Yeah, exactly. So that is the thing. First of all, we were surprised when you look at the global news and you're like, oh my God, DRX is not making it. And when you dive into how and
VCT
why
Pacific
Gen.G
kickoff
managed to make it here,
2024
how the
winners.
individuals play
Gen.G.
within this roster.
Gen.G.
Lakia also back
Gen.G.
into this international
यानी
stage
पहले
is
CS की
going
भी
to
थी
welcome
ऐसी.
him with open arms. There is many reasons to believe that Gen.G is the threat, and especially after what we heard of Scrimbox, that they're winning everything out here. It is the team to fear.
Allegedly, the streets have spoken, and Gen.G hasn't lost a scrim since coming to Spain, which
They
is
said it themselves, right?
yeah, they said it themselves. Reliable narrator, myself, but it is possible that they have because they were so good in Pacific. If I were to define the way this team plays, it's just doing the basic stuff incredibly well. They're mostly playing old default comms, the good honest Valorant stuff, but they execute on it incredibly well. Their synergy is great. They're very good at adapting, and then they also just have players who, 3 of their 5 players seem like they were having life tournaments in kickoff.
Yeah, exactly.
One of
A
those
lot of-
players is the ultimate rookie, I feel like, coming into this. And let's send it back over to Mika Fabs, who's with Karen.
Hey Karen, can we pull you for a quick question? Pacific's Golden Rookie. So this is your first Masters event. This is your first global event. How do you feel going up against the former world champions in Loud?
I wasn't playing when they won champs.
Oh!
क्या सीन लॉन्डो?
क्या हाल है भावेश?
क्या सीन
भाई
You gotta love that.
जेन.जी का बंदा रिप्लाई बताएंगे करके क्या है
Playing when they won
क्या?
champs.
कि I wasn't playing when they won the champ.
That's It's crazy. I mean, it is
Okay.
ridiculous how
सोच रहा है लाउड जब जीती थी ना
Let me tell you, they would not
तो
be
उसका रिप्लाई ये करके गया कि मैं खेल नहीं रहा था अभी तक
DRX, very close game.
दैट वाज एपिक मतलब बीएम इस मैच से पहले
clutches in one game, continually stole away rounds from their
मैंने जस्ट
opponent.
वो
It's his
मोमेंट
first
देखा
year playing pro Valorant at this level. It's his first
ओए
year
वैसे
one
अपने को
team,
नॉर्डविन वाले पे
and he
देखना है
was
ध्यान
out
रखना
there dunking on
ये
very
कहीं
best
लिखा नहीं है वैसे
ना वैसे ही है अपने को हिंदी देखना है नॉर्डविन वाले पे
लिखा कहीं नहीं है
अरे वही है पर अपने को हिंदी देखना है अपने को हिंदी परमिशन में लिखा था वो
मैं तो इंग्लिश ही देख रहा हूँ मैं क्योंकि इनका
ना
ब्रेकडाउन
हिंदी
अलग है
परमिशन हिंदी हिंदी का
फिर मैं कल से नहीं कर रहा सॉरी
अरे तो उनकी बातें थोड़ी अरे तो उनकी बातें थोड़ी हिंदी हो जाएंगी कास्टिंग हिंदी हो जाएगी
नहीं 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 इनकी कास्टिंग अलग चल रही थी अभी तक थोड़ी देर पहले
I think that what it's also important to remark
हाँ
is
तो
the
ठीक
way
है
that
अभी
they
इधर
play.
देख लूँगा
You were mentioning Mimi, the standard compositions
लेकिन
and
मेरे
actually a
को
very
इंग्लिश ब्रेकडाउन
standardized
चाहिए पूरा
and different way from what it's usually played in Pacific. And when we think
अरे
about
नॉर्डविन
the
गेमिंग पे जाओ
it's probably
कास्टर
the
भी वहाँ पे
perfection
बस हिंदी
version of
कास्टर
DRX
बीच
that
बीच
they've
मारे
been trying
गेम
to
के
achieve
बीच
for
में
years, but
चिल
actually
करो
didn't make it.
अरे जब
This
मैं
GEN.G
देख मेरी
has
किस्मत
done it.
या
And
तो
the fact
खराब
that they
होगी
can win
जब मैं गया
against
तभी वो लोग थे
VALORANT. Remember the
वही
VALORANT that
अभी
हाँ
तो
तो
वही
मैंने बंद कर दिया मैं
around this funky
हाँ
things.
तो मैंने बंद करके मैंने वो देखा मेरे को वो देखना सही लगा
Do not forget
मैं भी वो
about
ब्लैक
that.
वाले को
So
देख रहा हूँ
if they are able to interpone, to just
देख 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 देख
be better
निगाह
with
नहीं डालने का ठीक है ना
they master what they do.
Yeah, my question is, where
वो
does
वो
Karen
स्पेनिश
compare
वो
to the other
मैड्रिड की
rookies?
है
'Cause
यार
there's some great recruits. We just saw Narrate.
उसकी स्पेनिश देखी अभी थोड़ी देर पहले ये ना पता नहीं क्या बोल रही थी भाई
हाँ देखिए मैंने
the performance he showed
रुक भाई
in
अरे यार
Pacific
इनका 30
looked
सेकंड
as
लेट आ
good
रहा
as
है
Narrate. The thing is,
कोई
how do you
ना।
rate between those two international leagues? Because I think we have seen the level of Pacific to some extent not be up to what it was last year.
ये दोनों कहाँ पे
HyperX
स्नेक
not
है
playing to the same level. They've said
Blue-
it themselves.
blue-
DRX not even making
blue
it
वाली
here,
ऐसा लग रहा
whereas
बच्ची
we saw
है
Valorant
भाई
teams
मैं
leveling
अपना
up
माइक
in
ऑफ करके
EMEA.
बात
But
कर
I
रहा था
don't think that means he's going
वाह।
to come to an international
Congrats,
event and
Snake.
not play well. I think he can keep this up. The question is if it's at the same utterly ludicrous level that it was in their
अरे
last two
अपना
series
स्नेक
in
को
Pacific.
But मैं
I think that's a
सूट
lot
वूट पहन
harder
के
to
बैठा है
achieve.
But
बट
honestly,
मेरे
I
को
don't
अभी
think that
बात
we
करने का मन
cannot,
नहीं कर
you
रहा
know,
लाइक जब मैच
expect him
चालू
to
होगा
do
तभी बात करेंगे
super
ऐसा
well.
लगा।
Also because of the
हाँ,
rest of the
करो,
players
करो,
that he
कोई
has on the
चीज़
team. You have the Munchie,
सब
you have the you have
बंद कर
Texture.
दो।
I mean, Texture finally on a team where he can just play the role he wants to play. He's just on Jet
आपने
and he's
देखा नहीं
great.
इसको सूट वूट
Yeah,
पहन के बैठा
exactly.
स्नेक का
So
पूरा
it is very simple to, even if today he doesn't have the performance of a lifetime, I think that we have to be
नहीं
fair
यार,
with them
सूट कहाँ पहन के
and
बैठा
do
है
not
भाई?
expect
अरे निकाल दिया
every
अभी थोड़ा
rookie's
स्टार्टिंग में जाओ
debut
सुबह
on
भी
a
पूरा
big
टाइम
stage
सूट
to
पहन
be
के
like
बैठा
Narrate's.
I expect every rookie's
Attention all
debut
भाई।
on a big
सुबह
stage
तो
to
भाई
be
मैं
like Narrate.
सुबह तो
I mean,
जितना कर लिया बड़ी
expected him
बात
not
थी
to lie to me, and he
I
did.
agree.
So.
I mean, we talk about rookies, right? I mean, at least with the
कल सुबह
players
फिर करना
like
मेरे को
Narrate, he played in
OMG
Americas. You know, we had
Tier
yeah,
two.
yeah, but
OMG.
many people again
कल
coming
दोनों
through tier
मैच करो
2, but
कंजूसी नहीं।
Karen
ए
officials
कल
only have
रात में
17
दो नहीं हो
officials
पाएंगे सुबह वाला दो
दिन
हो
दिन
जाएंगे
हाँ दिन वाले दो कर
दिन का तो दोनों मैंने किए आज भी किए
global games. Not
बढ़िया,
just like
बढ़िया।
global.
just global.
भाई ये
Italia
चश्मा
beside
वश्मा
you,
सूट
Italia
का
beside
हेलो
you.
इसने का है
Like,
So this is insanity, the kind of rookie going
Hello?
up against, you know, the old guard
भाई लौंडा
we're
प्यारा
talking
बहुत
about.
लग रहा
But
था
is this going to be the one that settles it? So if Sadak wins today, are we
मानते
still
हो नहीं
believing, you know,
मानते?
the old guard,
Hello.
they're here? Or
भाई,
if Gen.G wins,
चिल्ला
is it
दिया
time maybe
ये
to
तो अलग था
I think we also need to think about
What's up,
Velos.
Scarlett?
I like it. I think that
Hello.
you know
अरे एकदम
we were
क्या
mentioning
हाल
all
है?
the upsets and
एकदम
surprises that we
भाई,
had throughout the year.
भाई
This could be a
moment
major
हुआ
one,
वही आ रहे
probably
तुम।
one that is
Hello,
not
hello,
in many
Scarlett.
people's votes
Hello,
for this match.
yes.
But I
Guys,
think
तो
that we
जैसे
also
कि
need
आप
to think
सब देख
about
सकते हैं लाइव
what I
पे
was
I
saying,
am
solo
with
joining the
our
team,
one and
having that
only
experience and
manager
made it
भावेश जी and all
भावेश
other हमारे सारे अच्छे जो हमारे कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स हैं डीन और स्नेक आए तो सब लोग जानते ही हो स्नेकू और मिनातो
स्नेकू
स्नेकू यस स्नेकू हाँ तो तुम्हारा नाम तो टिटू नहीं रखा है स्नेकू टिटू
है
हैं
टिटू कौन है
टीटू कौन है
टिटी मामा
टीटी कौन है
टिटी मामा
मामा।
नहीं
टीटी
टिटू
मामा
मामा
कौन है
टिटू मामा यस
टीटू मामा कौन है
टिटू मामा उसे टीटी नाम रखा है जाने दो
स्नेक है
वही रखा है वो बोलने की जरूरत नहीं थी व्हाट्स योर रियल नेम मेरा रियल नेम
मामा वहाँ पे है क्या काले
अच्छा वहां
नहीं
पे
यहाँ
है
पे नहीं बैठा हुआ है उसको
ये
किधर ढूंढ रहा है
होता ना उसको बोलता लाइक
भाई
तुम
शुरू हो
हमारे
गया।
चैनल से चले गए बोला कि मैथ्स का तुम्हारा पेपर है और तुम वहाँ पे जाके बैठे हो ऐसा बोलता
भाई दोगलेबाज होते हैं लौंडे सारे दोगलेबाज होते हैं
ओरोची मारू भाई स्नेकाई को ओरोची
मारू मत बोलो।
कहीं 12 मिनट
बाय द वे ओरोचिमारू कौन है मुझे नहीं पता, मैं एनीमे नहीं देखता।
अरे जाने दो। लेट्स
अच्छा कैरेक्टर है क्या वो? बहुत ज्यादा बहुत हैंडसम कैरेक्टर है क्या?
बहुत
भाई,
ही अच्छा कैरेक्टर है, इतना हैंडसम है कि पूछो ही मत।
भाई अगर अच्छा होता तो हम लोगों ने देखा होता।
लग रहा है कि
माइनस पे जा रहा है,
माइनस पे जा रहा
अरे
है।
मतलब
ऐसा तो हो ही
अरे नहीं, लाइक सीरियसली वो इतना अच्छा और हैंडसम है, मतलब दिखने में इतना मुझे अच्छा, इसका जेंडर पता नहीं चल रहा ब्रो।
Well, certainly
क्या नाम बोला,
excited
क्या नाम
तो
बोला
सभी
उसका?
रहने वाले हैं Gen Z and Loud
भाई
दोनों
औरत
के
मारू इज
English
लेजेंड,
भाई,
ही कांट बी डिफीटेड फ्रॉम
मारू
एनीवन। ओके
मारू के नाम पे तो एक ही पता है, हगे मारू। वो
हागे
जो आता था
मारू।
बस वही पता है मेरे को, मारू के नाम पे तो
अरे
हगे मारू।
भाई हागे मारू,
डेफिनेटली
हागे मारू के मेरा गेम प्ले है
तो
ब्रो।
बहुत सारी उम्मीदें यहाँ पे रहने ही वाली, पर Gen Z की अगर बात करें
देखो
उनका भी फिलहाल
मैंने
fast
CS का
game
देखा है तो मैं कमेंट नहीं करना चाहूंगा।
literally
Yes.
good recent days
ठीक है,
में
I
काफी
would
अच्छा performance
not
कर
like
रही
to
है।
comment on it
Absolutely, I mean देखिए
for CS।
भाई
नहीं कर रहा कमेंट तो इट्स ओके, भूल जाते हैं हम कुछ हुआ था, कोई हमारे बीच में
अरे,
CS से रिलेटेड
देखो
बात हुई है।
गाइस तुम सब में बेसिक दिमाग है, ठीक है?
आप पैसिफिक से
मैं
क्वालिफाई
तुमको
कर
एक
रहे हैं,
क्वेश्चन
then
पूछता हूँ
सामने है Loud।
अच्छा
और
पूछो।
4 ऑप्शन भी दूंगा, ठीक है?
ओके
A collection of people around a roadside performance is an example of।
अरे कल एग्जाम है इस बेचारे
सुनो,
का,
हाँ,
रो
सुनो,
रहा
सुनो।
है यहाँ पे।
सुनो, आगे
यार
तो सुनो,
भगवान
आगे
करो
तो
भाई।
सुनो। अभी ऑप्शन
भाई
सुनो, ठीक है? ऑप्शन ए क्राउड, ऑप्शन बी ग्रुप, ऑप्शन सी मॉब, ऑप्शन डी ऑडियंस।
मॉब।
तो इसका क्या होना चाहिए? मॉब का मतलब
मॉब
भी पता है तेको?
एक बार
हाँ पता
फिर
है,
से पढ़ना, एक
इसलिए
बार फिर
मैंने
से पढ़ना।
बोला क्योंकि तू रोड पे है बोला ना।
क्वेश्चन बता।
A collection of people around a roadside
यस
performer is an
यस
example of।
इट्स अ
हाँ,
मॉब, इट्स अ मॉब।
ठीक है,
इज एन
स्कारलेट
एग्जांपल
मॉब
ऑफ।
कह रही है।
यस
ऑप्शंस क्या क्या है?
क्राउड
रोड
ग्रुप,
परफॉर्मर ना।
क्राउड ग्रुप मॉब ऑडियंस।
तुमको क्या लगता है गाइस, जो भी लाइव पे बैठे हुए हैं?
ये तो लाइक क्राउड लग रहा है।
इसका
क्राउड या
क्राउड लग रहा है।
ऑडियंस में से एक होना चाहिए, और क्या ऑब्वियसली।
देखो, हाँ राइट, क्राउड या ऑडियंस में से एक होना
सब
चाहिए। ग्रुप,
डेथ विश।
भाई आंसर में ग्रुप है बहनचोद।
हैं?
ए गाली मत दो,
गाली दे सकते हैं,
गाली गाली नहीं, गाली नहीं,
टीम
गाली
और
नहीं,
प्लेयर
गाइस
को नहीं
गाली
दे
नहीं।
सकते
गाली
बस।
मत दो भावेश भाई।
भाई एक्चुअली मॉब होता है,
भावेश
तुमको
भाई
पता है
खुद ही
मॉब डांस का
कैंसिल
एक।
करवाएंगे भाई।
ए ओए महारानी, मॉब का मतलब होता है एक क्राउड जो गुस्से में है।
हाँ, और वो कर रही
नहीं,
है।
देयर इज अ कांसेप्ट कॉल्ड
अरे
मॉब डांस, वो लिटरली
मॉब डांस
स्टाइल
तो
में आता
इसमें,
है।
अरे इसमें क्यों डाल रही हो तुम मॉब
भाई
डांस?
हाँ तो वो
अरे यहाँ
परफॉर्मेंस
ज्यादा
है
पढ़
ना,
लिख लिया है इसने।
अ
ये
ग्रुप ऑफ
ग्रुप को बोला जा रहा है
परफॉर्मर।
कि मॉब।
हाँ, अ ग्रुप
ऑल
ऑफ
द बेस्ट
परफॉर्मर
बड़ी,
है
जल्दी
ना।
आओ।
अरे तो ग्रुप ऑफ परफॉर्मर गुस्से में क्यों
कितने
है?
दिन के लिए आ रहे हो? लखनऊ
गुस्से में
कितने
वाले
दिन
ही मॉब
एटलीस्ट?
रहते हैं, ऐसा नहीं।
कल
मॉब एक
आओगे?
आर्टिस्ट का भी एक ग्रुप होता है।
रात में आओगे? 2 घंटे
भाई हम
अच्छा,
लोग कर चुके हैं ये।
हम लोग के
मैंने
एक्सपर्टीज में नहीं है ये।
मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछ,
कहाँ रुकेगा? कहाँ रुकने का प्लान है? कहाँ क्या है? तो होटल बताओगे? होटल बता दे मेरे को, उस हिसाब से डिसाइड करें क्या है। वी विल मीट।
the potential of each and every player, so हर एक प्लेयर को एक
ये शाम में खत्म करके मिलेंगे।
to improvise, to change their compositions along with his team. और synergy की तो देखिए बात हमेशा से रहती है। I mean from since day one I've been a big fan of the synergy aspect। जब भी हम Valorant की बात करते हैं और कितनी बेहतरीन तरीके से I mean texture, और जैसे कि आपने बताया था I'm not getting that name, वाइपर जो प्लेयर था जिनका आपने नाम मेंशन करा, I mean वो synergy काफ़ी ज़्यादा भारी भरकम रखना जानते हैं। So again that's definitely speak a lot of volumes about how much capable this
4 बजे से पहले बॉर्डर नहीं खुलेंगे नेपाल के लिए।
Loud इनके लिए भी बहुत ज़्यादा
निरिकेश
जाने दो, वो मेरे स्ट्रीम पे से ही आया है। हाँ, स्कारलेट फैन पेज शुरू हो गया। यस, वो मेरे स्ट्रीम पे भी बैठा हुआ है।
मैं नहीं बताऊंगा तुम्हारा नाम।
ओके, वीटो चल रहा है, वीटो चल रहा है।
नहीं बताऊंगा
लोटस
तो
बैन
मेरा
हो
नाम
गया,
बता दिया।
सनसेट बैन हो गया,
अब हो गया।
और आइसबॉक्स पे क्या लाउड का
सब्सक्राइब करो।
GEN.G का क्या पिक है? इतना सोच क्या रहा है? व्हाट? हेलो,
Attack and then map number 2 from Gen.G.
अच्छा अटैकिंग का
Breeze side
भाई
on
वो
Breeze.
सब ठीक है, मिनाटो भाई का है।
ब्रीज पिक है जेन का।
Next set of
भाई,
bans
भाई
with
बड़े
Gen.G.
मैप पिक हो रहे हैं जो कि सुबह बैन हो रहे थे। सोच रहे हो गाइस?
Split.
कंटिन्यू करो, आता हूं मैं एक और लेसन।
स्लेट बैन, बाइंड बैन हो जाएगा, और क्या।
ओ चालू हो रहा है धीरे-धीरे। भाई बातें चल रहा है, भाई बातें चल रहा कि
क्या यहाँ पिक हो गए भाई? मैप पिक हो गए सारे। बातें क्या चल रही है उधर? क्या चल रहा है? वहाँ पे भी अब आए हैं वो लोग। ओके स्प्लिट और बैन होगा।
Ban bind.
Ban bind. Okay, so we will
Bind
play
वो
map
लगा ही
number
था
3
bind
as
ban
Ascent,
करेंगे।
loud side on Ascent.
Defense.
All right. Good luck to you both.
Ascent starting with defense. Let's go.
भाई टाइम ले रहे, कुछ सोच समझ के टाइम ले रहे भाई।
टाइम ले रहे हैं भाई, वो हो गया।
Ban bind.
Bind ban हुआ,
Okay, so
Ascent
we'll
आखिरी।
play map number 3 as Ascent, loud side on
It
Ascent.
will be fun.
Defense.
All right. Good luck to you both.
नाइस।
क्या लगता है कौन जीतेगा? I would say Snake Eye. क्या लगता है क्या जीतेगा, कौन जीतेगा भाई?
मैं तो भाई दोनों की तरफ से।
दोनों तरफ क्या होता है?
दोनों तरफ। यस
तो
यस।
पैसा नहीं आया तो दोनों की तरफ से है ना?
क्या?
पैसा नहीं आया दोनों की तरफ से, दोनों को सपोर्ट करूंगा मैं।
अरे ऐसे मत ले।
देख तारिक को सेंटिनल से आ रहा है इसलिए वो सेंटिनल करता है, ठीक है? तेरे को किससे आया तो किसको करेगा?
ऑब्वियसली रहने वाला है एक अलग मैप, क्योंकि वाइन को यहाँ पे जो है बैन कर दिया था, तो असेंट हमारा यहाँ पे जो है डिसाइड रहेगा।
भाई इतनी गर्मी लग रही है ना।
हालांकि टाइम जरूर लिया था जेनजी के कोच ने, बट
रेडी हो जाता हूँ मैं, रेडी हो जाता हूँ, मेरा असली फॉर्म में रेडी हो जाता हूँ।
OMG हेलो रॉबिन व्हाट्स अप। अब तुम लोग करो।
काफी ज्यादा सारे प्लेयर्स को एक्सपीरियंस
हे रॉबिन देखोगे
मैच
देखोगे थोड़ी देर क्या चल रहा है? क्या लगता है कौन जीतेगा?
बट हम बात कर रहे थे फर्स्ट मैप की, आइस बॉक्स अगेन
G team
और मैच
on
होगा
how
आइस
well they
बॉक्स के अंदर काफी ज्यादा उम्मीदें रहेंगी टीम जेनजी एज वेल एज नाउ। और
आज नहीं चला यार, पूरा दिन इसी सब में चला गया। सुबह दूसरी स्ट्रीम कर रहा था, वो तुम आए थे, अब ये वाली स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ। इसके बाद ये मतलब ये आखिरी मैच है, सोना है मुझे। एक मैच देख के जाना। कहाँ जा रही है? और तेरे पुणे में ही तो हो रहा है वो मैच, पुणे IGS पुणे।
जी हाँ बिल्कुल, कोच तो यहाँ पे
चली जा घूम के आता हूँ, देख के वहाँ प्लेयर्स आए हुए हैं।
कोच सबसे ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट रोल निभाता है एंड वन ऑफ द
तो जा, क्या कर रही है?
जब से उन्होंने जो है
तो इतनी बड़ी वैलोरेंट प्लेयर है, जाके दिखाओ उन्हें। रॉबिन सैनपाई हेयर। ये तुम लोग बच्चे लोग
अगर बात करें जेनजी की अगर बात करें, कोच डेफिनेटली
फ्री पासेस हैं तेरे पे
गाइड करते हैं ना सिर्फ स्ट्रांग
भाई, बोला होता आते
पॉइंट्स को कैसे काउंटर करना है, स्ट्रांग पॉइंट्स को वो भी कोच का ही रोल यहाँ पे रहता है।
लड़कियां कर क्या रहे हो? तो टाइम नहीं है तुम लोगों के पास आजकल, क्या कर रहे हो? जरा बताओ मुझे, एक्सप्लेन मी। आज मैं जानना चाहूंगा क्या कर रही हो तुम लड़कियां कि तुम लोगों के पास टाइम नहीं है चीजों के लिए।
जेनजी की बात करें, सिंगल कंट्रोल है
ऑल ईयर्स
इनिशिएटर के साथ,
बल्कि ऑल आईज।
आइस बॉक्स का मैप खेल
वो लिटरली लाइक टू डू
बहुत आइडियल रहेगा। मतलब मुझे ऐसे
क्या चल रहा है क्या नहीं चल रहा है, क्या करना क्या चाह रहे हो? एंड वेट अ मिनट, मेरे को एक इंसान को बुलाना है।
मिड पर कॉन्टेस्ट करना काफी मुश्किल हो जाता है एज एन अटैकर। जब आप डबल
क्या हो गया, अकेले क्यों बैठ गए?
तेरे को ही बुला रहा था मैं, तेरे को ही मैसेज करने जा रहा था।
क्या हुआ?
मैं हिंदी नहीं देख पाऊंगा, सॉरी। ये हिंदी में इनकी बकवास चल रही है पीछे।
हिंदी के मत देखो, इंग्लिश देखो।
हाँ मेरे को इंग्लिश पसंद है, इंग्लिश ही देखूंगा मैं। अगर उनको दिक्कत है तो उनको बोलो भाई अपना वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट अपने पास रखे, मैं कर लूंगा, मैं कोई इशू नहीं है, मैं बैठ के देख लेता हूँ, मेरे को गेम से मतलब है।
देखो,
प्लेयर हूँ मैं, स्ट्रीमर नहीं हूँ।
देख लो।
हाँ वही देख रहा हूँ मैं।
वो अकेले क्यों बैठे उस दिन?
अरे वो अपना कर रहा है, मैं अपना कर रहा हूँ। मेरे को अपना मतलब मेरे को गेम में इंटरेस्ट है, वो लोग अभी वो नहीं कर रहे हैं। वो लोग अभी नहीं
बुला लो चैट में से। चैट
ओके, चैट कोई नहीं है। अरे मैं लेट शुरू किया, कोई भी नहीं है ना, तुम भी जानता है लेट शुरू किया, कोई नहीं होगा।
दोस्त भी नहीं है कोई?
नहीं कोई नहीं है, आज लेट शुरू किया ना, सब सुबह आ गए थे और अभी लेट शुरू किया हमने, कौन ही आएगा अभी। तो भी रॉबिन से बात कर रहे हैं, रॉबिन बैठी हुई है तो रॉबिन से बात कर रहे हैं कि क्या कर रहे हैं ये। भाई भावेश एक बात बताए ना तेरे को,
बता।
हर लड़की से कुछ बात करो तो एक ही रिप्लाई आ रहा है, टाइम नहीं है। भाई ये रॉबिन रहती है पुणे में, ठीक है, फ्रेंड है मेरी, मतलब गेम खेलते हम साथ में। She lives in Pune. She has free passes also.
actually developed a lot
और
more into how to
ये
read their
मैंने बोला
opponent
जा
and
क्यों नहीं रही,
also
कहती है
that
टाइम
is
नहीं है.
a problem that they see on the
क्या
stage.
कर रही हो तुम
Now,
लड़कियां कि तुम लोगों के पास टाइम नहीं है? मैं भी जानना चाहूंगा all my years.
मैं मेरा आज का पेपर छोड़ के जाता.
This is loud we're talking about. I mean, we've spoken a lot
दे
about
देखो डेडिकेशन देख रहे हो.
they still got two
मार्च उधर पेपर क्या लगेगा, बैक लग जाएगी, ज्यादा बैक लग जाएंगी, वापस दे देंगे.
बैक अरे वो तो थोड़े पैसे लगेंगे और क्या.
ऐसा होता है बोर्ड में थोड़ा ऐसा सीन होता है, बताओ जरा. ये इंटरेस्टेड हूं मैं थोड़ा.
हाँ होता है.
सीबीएसई स्टे अवे फ्रॉम.
हाँ सब में होता है. जैसे अगर पहले देखो रीपेपर के तो पैसे होते ही होते हैं, प्लस तुम पहले रीचेक में देनी पड़ती है, उसका पैसा अलग होता है. 1000 मान के चल मिनिमम.
ठीक है. अगर लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई फेल इन वन सब्जेक्ट,
हाँ
तो उसके बाद क्या प्रोसेस होगा?
पहले रीचेक के लिए डालेगा तू.
तो उसके लिए मेरे को अपील करके फीस भरनी होगी.
हाँ एप्लीकेशन लिखी जाती है तुम्हें, वो एप्लीकेशन लिखोगे, अपने सीबीएसई को भी लिखोगे और अपने प्रिंसिपल को भी लिखोगे कि गड़बड़ हुआ है, ये वो. लेकिन तू फेल हो जाएगा उसमें भी, क्योंकि पेपर तो खाली छोड़ के आए थे हम. ठीक है. अब उसके बाद तुम्हें बताना पड़ेगा कि मतलब उसके बाद तुम्हारा रीपेपर होगा, री एग्जाम की डेट्स आएंगी. वो जो ये इतने महीनों की छुट्टी दिखती है ना तुम लोगों को, उसमें यही हो रहा होता है.
रीटेस्ट हो रहा है
कुछ के. फिर वो तुम्हारा रीटेस्ट करेंगे, फिर वो तुम्हारी बोर्ड्स के मार्कशीट जब आने वाली होगी उससे पहले तुम सब सही होके आ जाता है. बट बी अवेयर, इस चीज के टच में रहना पड़ेगा तुम्हें.
देखो मैं फेल तो नहीं होने वाला, इतना मेरे को पता है.
इसमें
ये कल के सब्जेक्ट में साइकिल, देखो एक लौता सब्जेक्ट ही है जो मेरी लेने वाला है, वो साइकिल.
भाई तू एक चीज क्यों नहीं समझ रहा है कि 12th में है ना.
हाँ
12th के बोर्ड्स आर नॉट बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट एग्जाम. 12th के बोर्ड्स आर सीरियस, कॉलेज मिलता है उनसे.
मेरे को पता है.
सीरियसली देना भाई.
देखो अरे सुनो, मैंने देखो मेरे को गैप मिली 15 दिन की. मैंने 15 दिन रोज थोड़ा पढ़ा, लौड़ा कुछ नहीं का दिमाग.
अरे तो एंड ऑफ द डे करना क्या चाहता है तू? क्या बनना चाहता है? मतलब एंड ऑफ द डे वो मतलब बैचलर्स इन क्या करना है तेरे को?
लॉ स्कूल बीबीए
करना है
ना. बीएलएलबी
करना है. तो भाई वो तो उसमें तो कुछ वो मतलब बीबीए एलएलबी में तो कुछ भी चलेगा, सब कुछ, एवरीथिंग इज ओके. मैंने भी देखा है. मतलब मेरे पापा ने बीएलएलबी किया हुआ है वैसे.
सही है भाई. देखो ना मेरे को बस बात सुनो, मेरे को बाकी किसी सब्जेक्ट की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, किसी भी नहीं, सिर्फ ये एक लौता.
लेकिन एक और सवाल, बीएलएलबी करना ठीक है, एलएलबी करना है ठीक है, मान लिया मैंने, लेकिन एलएलबी एनएलयू से करना है, किससे करना है, ये भी तो बात है ना.
देखो मेरा एनएलयू लग चुका है, कब का
लग चुका है.
हाँ क्लैट वाला ना दिसंबर में, उससे मेरा एनएलयू लग चुका है इजी. अब मैं एमएससीटी भी दूंगा, फिर मैं बेटर चॉइस लूंगा. लाइक अगर मैं जो एनएलयू मेरे को लगा है और जो एमएससीटी से मेरे को जीएलसी लगेगा, जो ज्यादा बेटर है मैं वहां जाऊंगा.
अरे तो तू गाइड ले लिया करना वॉरहेमर से. वॉरहेमर जो है ना मेरा दोस्त, देखता नहीं वॉरहेमर के साथ बैठे एपेक्स खेल रहा होता हूँ मैं, उससे वो ले लिया कर भाई. वो एनएलयू पटना का पढ़ा हुआ है भाई, एनएलयू बिहार से.
सही है भाई.
एनएलयू बिहार काफी बड़ा है भाई, काफी अच्छा है.
अरे उस सब की भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है भाई. मेरे को बस ये 12th बोर्ड में एक लौता सब्जेक्ट है साइकोलॉजी, इसकी तकलीफ है.
अरे तू ये पता करना उससे कि बोर्ड्स के मार्क्स कितना मैटर करते हैं, क्या है एंड ऑल.
देखो हमारा कट ऑफ है 45% चाहिए तुमको ओवरऑल टोटल,
बस.
हाँ मिनिमम 45 चाहिए, तो वो तुमको पता है मेरा आ ही जाएगा.
भैया कैसे हैं? हम तो मैच देख रहे हैं आज, हमने आपको बता दिया कि मैच देखेंगे. ये मैच खत्म होते ही आते हैं, 2 मैच खत्म होते ही. लाउड जीत जाएगी दोनों, मेरे को भरोसा है पूरा. सेकंड इन अमेरिका, नंबर 1 इन पैक. ओए ये क्या हो रखा है? अब सी हो गया। वो अटक गया है ना, वो अटक गया था। ओके, ये देखो अटक रहा है आज।
बैकग्राउंड में क्या रखा है तुमने?
कुछ नहीं रखा है, चेयर है वो। बल्कि कुछ भी नहीं रखा है, तेरे को लग रहा है मैंने कुछ रखा होगा। वो चेयर है यार, चेयर है, वो चेयर है। मैंने कुछ नहीं रखा है, ठीक है ना।
मास्किंग लगने से नहीं आ रही उसकी।
चेयर को मार्क्स नहीं हो क्योंकि ब्लैक हेयर, ब्लैक चेयर, इट्स अनेबल टू मास्क। हाँ, ब्लैक स्किन। वो कह रहा है इतना काला काला है, मास्क किसको करना है मेरे को? पीछे बैकग्राउंड भी काला है। अगर तो ये तो हाथ से हल्का बात दिख रहा है, ऐसे हाथ हिला रहा हूँ तो पीछे बैकग्राउंड भी ब्लैक है। तो कह रहा भाई सफेद क्या रखना है मेरे को? लाइट में, लाइट फोकस, फोकस लाइट, कैमरामैन। लाइट का फोकस थोड़ा सा हमने अपने ऊपर बढ़ा लिया है, लेकिन यार ये मान ही नहीं रहा। ठीक है, अब सही है, अब सही है यार। हाँ वर्डॉक्स भाई, एजे भाई, ग्रीन स्क्रीन क्या है, कितने की आएगी वो? यहाँ से यहाँ डंडा और ग्रीन स्क्रीन लगाने वाली है ऐसे। ये तो 1500 में आ जाएगा यार, ये आ जाए तो बताओ यार। ग्रीन स्क्रीन ले लेते हैं मस्त। इंटरनेट पे देखेंगे ग्रीन स्क्रीन कितने की आती है, क्या है सीन।
मेरे पे पड़ी है, चाहिए क्या?
भेज कैसी है, मतलब वो भी है ना लटकाने के लिए?
परफेक्ट, परफेक्ट, पूरी परफेक्ट है।
कितने की है?
अब मैंने जितने की ली थी उसके आधे में ले लो मुझसे।
कितने की ली थी
याद नहीं मेरे को, 2 साल पहले ली थी, 2-3 साल पहले।
पूरे
किट है, देखो पूरे किट है, उसका सीन नहीं है। चाहिए तो
विद वो
हाँ सब कुछ, सब कुछ,
डंडा वंडा सब कुछ है।
हाँ हाँ सब कुछ है।
तो भेजना भाई, पैसा बोल। पैसा बोल,
2000 ले लो, पूरा ले लो, खत्म बात।
2000 की तो ऑनलाइन मिल जाएगी।
अरे तो अरे बड़ी कितनी है पता है तुमको?
8x12 की 995 की मिल रही है।
देखो ये है 9x10 फीट की।
9x10 की तो आती ही नहीं है
मेरे पे, है ना?
8x12 की है
मेरे पे, 9x10 की है, बहुत बढ़िया, अच्छी खासी।
विद फीट स्टैंडर्ड 6x9 फोटोग्राफी वाली। साले 1600 रुपए में तो अच्छी मिल जा रही है।
तो वो ले लो,
बड़ा चाहिए नहीं मेरे को।
वो ले लो, मेरा क्या, वो ले लो।
अगर ये 300 रुपए वाले में सब कुछ दे रहा हूँ तो 300 वाले लूंगा।
वारे आदमी
नहीं ये हरा दुपट्टा दे रहा है बस, डंडे नहीं दे रहे, कह रहा डंडे नहीं देंगे।
मैच देख लो तुम।
अरे अब काम की चीज देखने लगे ना, हरा दुपट्टा देख रहे थे हम। ये मम्मी से हरा दुपट्टा मांग लेता हूँ, मैं सोच रहा हूँ।
हाँ उतना बड़ा हरा दुपट्टा होगा ना, साड़ी रंगा होगा ना पूरी वहाँ पे।
साड़ी वो तंबू साधक पहाड़ अंदर डाल देंगे। तुम पढ़ाई लिखाई तो कर रहे हैं नहीं हो?
मेरा क्या बहन जो बोर्ड नहीं निकला, तुम्हारे घर पे आके बैठ जाओगे।
मेरे घर पे क्यों आके बैठेगा?
तुम्हारे साथ ही बैठूंगा, मेरे को नहीं पता।
मेरे साथ बैठ के करेगा ये बता तू।
मैं स्ट्रीम करूंगा रात में, आप करना।
अच्छा मैं खुद बेरोजगार हो रखा हूँ तो मेरे घर आके बैठेगा?
हाँ दोनों साथ में,
दोनों बेरोजगार। दोनों को कॉलेज नहीं मिल रहा है, दोनों यही करेंगे। भाई साधक क्रॉसेस देख रहे हो, लाउड और साधक का बढ़िया क्रॉस चल रहा है, लेकिन साधक मरेगा। ओह नाइस भाई। नॉर्थ अमेरिका रीजन की लाउड है वर्सेस पैसिफिक रीजन जेन.जी। लाउड नंबर 2 पे है बिकॉज सेंटिनल्स नंबर 1 पे रही, जेन.जी नंबर 1 पे है वहां पे। दैट्स द डिफरेंस। भाई मैंने साधक का पढ़ा कि क्या है, कैसे नाम निकाला उसने। साधक का नाम वर्ड साधना साधक से आया है। हाँ उसने वहीं से निकाला, उसका लिखा हुआ था साधक नाम कैसे, संस्कृत वर्ड साधना।
time to shine.
मीनिंग पूछोगे तो मैं भी कंफ्यूज रहूंगा वैसे। साधना का मतलब मेडिटेशन हुआ ना?
Stingers again happy to run
साधना
this.
का मतलब ध्यान लगाना, like
हाँ ध्यान
pose में।
मेडिटेशन।
From Loud, they have the 3 players here.
सही मतलब
There's the flash to force them away.
भाई
He got the chance, but
Flash
lovely
तो
side pressure. This is
भाई
lovely,
प्यारा
but
फ्लैश
that's
है।
much better from
Ooh,
GEN.G.
nice.
Look at how comprehensive
Nice
that
aggression.
take was. It's forced them into a retake. It's taken away the operator. This is very nice.
There's few around the lockdown available here for Loud though. If they choose to
चलो
invest,
डेन भाई,
actually,
मैं एक लेसन
weapons
खत्म
haven't
करके
been
वापस
recovered.
आता हूँ।
So these Stingers need to tuck into sight
Bye-bye.
here. Still find value. 2 he's caught off guard here, will fall.
Love that from Texture, staying a little bit deeper, willing to put his life on the line, and they're just willing to brawl it. Willing to fight it out. Sadak trying to take the space back, but there's still so many players. This was outstanding by GEN.G, really turning the
Nice
screws on
eco.
that side take.
Nice eco
They
rush.
want Sadak dead. Trying to get out with the operator, but he's hunted down. Texture close by. Can he keep hold of this? Sadak desperate to. Trying to leave a little note for them on the way out, but yeah, it looks like he's made it away for now. I'm just keep eyes on this because that is a prized possession, and Munchkin's got it out of his cold, dead hands. Now, Mike, that side take, that
भागने का ये तो रहता है कि भागो।
I mean, you can see the value from the utility.
पूरा भाग जाना चाहिए था रे, रुकना नहीं चाहिए था।
Nothing really from the operator, no pressure on an early angle. And straight away, Texture and Karen find kills. And early on, we see this was the intention with that earlier Stinger purchase, but this time around, able to find the value on the way in. And Loud have to respect it.
Yeah, that was really
So
quite special to watch.
with a response there in terms of a kill to trade back for Loud, they have tools, they have the Hunter's Fury, the lockdown to come back into that, but didn't seem feasible for them.
Well, they found something that worked. Might be running it again. That was a Mastercard Thrifty too, in case you missed it. That was still those Stingers, those Sheriffs, and now with a little bit of the ults behind it, they should be able to clear sight very comfortably. GEN.G showing us what they can do here. Obviously known for the individuals, but this execution works well. Now we see Loud with numbers though. This could be the difference. There's the lockdown. There's the counter utility. They're starting to build back in and force them away with the spike planted. How do they deal with the back line though?
So what did Loud get done whilst
Okay, I'd going to waste. Oh, nice shot by
Beautiful
Chen.
headshot here, and Loud seemingly just hit nothing but space. Look at the HP bars here for GEN.G, but less will remove Lakia.
Shot, but they're still not on the spike.
No.
The defuse still not
The
done.
reply by
There are
less.
problems here for Loud. Sadak with the first tap, but it's traded. Again, still numbers sitting well enough for GEN.G. They've got to break that back line. Cowanzine desperately trying to do so. Texture, he's on it, and he's absolutely belting in this game so far. I've got to
So
say it.
active. He came all the way back through there and found a kill in mid.
Wow.
Closes out the 3K on site. Cowanzine did, for a moment, slip the net there, unnoted, but couldn't find another kill. Like I said, it was crucial, really, what Loud could achieve in that time of the lockdown. But it wasn't anything. No safety here. Tumi's not even really able to secure a half defuse or anything with the Cove. Early timeout called here from Loud.
Probably the right choice, because, I mean, they've been presented something that they don't have a solution to yet, and that was with
I mean, a Thrifty
Hunter's Fury and a lockdown.
Yeah.
That was meant to be the one where you think, oh, okay, well, the last one they caught off guard, maybe didn't have the opportunity to use all that util. Okay, well, this time they're still on the full buy and they've got everything they need. That still worked out just as well, so credit where it's due, and starting to see Texture warming up here. That's another tick in the box.
And I don't believe this time I was really to make many adjustments this early on, especially with this scoreline, maybe to just quell any sort of momentum GEN.G are going to get off that Thrifty and a fast hit. Definitely keep our eyes on what the response is if GEN.G decide to continue with this
warm
pace, 'cause
pads
now,
होते हैं mostly.
obviously Bladestorm invested, there's the pit available,
हाँ,
lockdown
ठंडे
with
होते
their
हैं तो
own
warm
in the hands of
warm
Meteor,
pad पे
Munchkin
लगाते हैं
off the
लोग.
null command as well, so definitely tools to continue with that sort of pace and seemingly get a site for free off the back of the lockdown and secure with the pit. Now, I'd have to have a bit of awareness here. Well, they want to dig a little deep. Obviously, QCK now no operator to play with. A little bit of a broken buy, actually, if you look at Cowanzine.
Yeah,
on top of that.
अगर आप स्कोर लाइन देखो फोटो रीड कर लिए लकाई के एक भी किल नहीं है.
And it looked like GEN.G were considering readdressing that B site, but back to what worked, and a more proactive beginning on the B side of the map as well for Loud, already going to post up QCK and drift back over. So maybe a little bit of a different look, but GEN.G have tools now. They have that lockdown for themselves, so once again should allow safe passage towards the site.
That's the response there, yeah. Les going to put out the pit to try and prevent any sort of value on site. Can he get back into the stone? Texas, look at the challenge!
Look at that guy! Oh my word, Cowanzine, that's a little bit of an upset for him, but he took down Texture at the very least. I guess you're going to have to Get what
That
you
shock
give
dart
with
was
Lucky
really
didn't
good.
relent. He didn't fall
Like
away, and he still
I-
got 2. And now into a 2v3.
फाइनली खाता खुल लिया भाई ने हमने बोला तो बुरा लग गया भाई को भाई ने कहा ऐसे थोड़ी ना है
and QCK do? Luckily, yes, QCK did get a rifle now, so maybe a little better equipped. But that back line, it's always that last sentence in this Icebox chapter. How do you get around it? 'Cause look at the util again. QCK with a glimpse towards the spike gets warded off. Meteor willing to live close by. Again, the utility poured in. Meteor getting closer, just ensuring it. He doesn't want to even let it go to chance or lose his life, but the time's already lost. And again, Gen.G showing off a little now.
Texture.
भाई Gen.G is pressing again and again A side. इनको रोकने के लिए कुछ ना कुछ तो करना ही पड़ेगा क्योंकि या तो B aggression तुम दिखाओ.
I think it's actually a second ahead of it as well. So he's catching maybe a couple of people with their backs turned.
A aggression रोकने के लिए तुम लोग कुछ कर पा नहीं रहे हो.
That's unfortunate.
अच्छा उसके लौंडे ने
Less
फेल
in that
दिया.
situation because he did post the pit. I was curious whether or not he had the timing to get back into that to maintain, but
Oh, they're loving it.
one more round to tie things up, and even with that broken purchase previously, Loud able to maintain rifles here.
Feels almost ridiculous that they can get a buyout, right? It just felt so out of kilter.
Texture catching a stray there.
It's the first time we're starting to see Gen.G re-explore a little, already show something towards B. It's not a great deal yet, but the pace feels...
It's a wall bangable.
Loud knows something has changed, it's just what's changed.
See the pings here, they're also going to hear QCK fall back from B main here. You can see Gen.G stacking up behind this, leaving Meteor the solo lurk. So QCK will be called upon here.
This is a lot to handle. And he takes a scalp of 1. Caron gone. He's going to fall back safely. Probably the right choice.
But that was a good trade.
Outside the map, so almost trade out here, right? You've got Les gone, Caron gone, but now where do they go? Gen.G have a little bit of the run of the map here. They can try and pull those rotations. And a lot of faith being left in QCK because they're going back towards A.
And now with a decent read on this, on the back of that information, Karanzin's Owl drone, but are they expecting everybody? Yeah, it's a very late hit here too. He's throwing up another wall, but the null command will be the catalyst here. Gen.G going to try and brute force their way on here. Texture to lead the charge.
Karanzin's so blind.
That was a good flash.
Between Larkia's flash,
Support flash बहुत प्यारा.
It is just gorgeous to witness, so well crafted that even in those final seconds of the round, when it was late, it still looks comfortable. This asks a lot of QCK. He started well, he's going to have to end even better. Third, oh yes, oh my word!
He was almost on for the adjustment there.
Yeah, I thought he might have that, but Meteor there, safe pair of hands, and Gen.G looking like the real deal here, Mike.
I mean, able to overcome Loud in a situation where, like I said, they actually timed that perfectly with the Owl drone. Only spotting Meteor, but not over-rotating. And this is something that I get noted, especially in the Secret matchup regionally. Gen.G really struggled with some of these later round hits where, you know, they don't win out on the initial plan. The perfect example here of something maybe they've cleaned up in the downtime.
They're happy with it. QCK trying to get in their faces though. Oh dear. You feel a bit silly now, don't you?
The awareness.
They allowed him
Obviously
to
the knife has
fall
pinged
back.
him, so diligent by Gen.G, but Meteor, a very deep position already. All the way up to Boiler here.
Stop dipping. Not what you wanted
dry
there.
though.
Yeah, no support, no flash, nothing. And there's Meteor striking as well. They've just found layers to this. They found availability, right? They're starting to really turn the screws. Sight still, oh my word. A little bit of damage, yes, don't get me wrong. It is a 1v3, but you look at the HP. Look at what Les is working with. Boy's barely
Less
breathing.
working with really less.
Ease his way out of this round, probably. Texture though, he fancies his chances. Deeper angle, tricky to clear. Diligent from Les. Doesn't matter though, does it? Gen.G tipping the scales now into their hands. 5 now to the good. And Loud haven't had an answer. And I love seeing this kind of little bit of a look back towards, you know, testing middle a little bit here. Didn't do it instantly after learning of that space that Meteor garnered way earlier in this game. And now starting to flex into it into round 9, starting to really punish the stack that they've had to put towards A, but still not able to break Gen.G's approach.
And just coming back to what we did see regionally, it was on the attacking side where Gen.G looked a little lost for, you know, any sort of
mid-round ideas, how to really pivot out of tricky situations here. I'm not even really seeing what their win condition was, which was Munchkin kind of dominating late rounds on solo efforts, Texture doing the same thing in the early round. A little bit concerning here that Gen.G have relatively easily taken total control for the first half of Icebox here. It's only one round separating them though.
Deep flash, trying to work off the back of it. Texture
caught it, yeah.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, and we've seen that position do well. Yeah, Loud still seem to have such a good read on this B take, but anywhere else, if they go away, they're screwed. Yeah, Loud just with a quick reminder of who they are here. For Munchkin, rough position. Does at least have time on his side, but he's got a lot of targets to handle. Goes up, lovely adjustment, but now there's problems. 9 HP and a bit of a dream, and that is not where you wanted it to go. Still got to do more here. Pressure, up close and personal. QCK gonna close out the round with a defuse coming in from 2Es, but again, Loud's problems weren't on B. It was that A take that we saw Gen.G running against them that worked.
It's similar to before, where we see them obviously concede this space. They're happy to have somebody watching the backside of this Viper wall, but they anticipate all of this aggression all the way towards Snowman. Less actually the one to shut it down, seal the deal on that control, but Gen.G already built up a bit of a bankroll with that string of rounds. Comfortable in the purchase, just about getting back towards some of these key ultimates coming online. On the side of Loud. Cowan, and 2Es, who have theirs available. Operator back in the hands of QCK as well. Curious what he can get done now.
Okay, well, it's been noted early, and it's a 3-2 split for now, right? So they're going to try and keep touch on both sides of the map. But Sadak, are you ready for this? Absolutely not. Karen was holding this. We've seen a couple of rounds of them holding deep like this. It got checked on maybe once, but it's not every round. So a little bit of variety, catching Loud out once again, opening up that opportunity towards A. QCK, you're looking to backfill this. The timing is everything, though. He's got support, 2-3 players all looking towards middle. This is massive, and a great shot from him. He needs to play this out. He needed more than that, but luckily for him, there was support, but Caron again still there. Still getting the favorable trade, still getting the spike back to hand, and it's just less now. They have no idea where he is fully, right? They're going to lose track of that, but with 50 seconds, what does less...
notice किया था किसी ने?
I'm curious now of whether or not he's even caught a step. Knows that obviously the turret was removed previously. Whether or not they have a read on where Meteor's utility is going to be, I guess by default. We'll be here to hear the plant at least.
He's guessed correctly. But it's just... Oh my word! Oh, Caron! This guy is impressing me. You got Texture kind of the headliner, right? The guy towards the top of it, yeah, absolutely ripping open some of these rounds, but Caron mechanically looking sharp to close.
Not
so
the
again,
Icebox?
Very impressed with Gen.G here. Very impressed.
And I'm curious if this is kind of something that Loud want to drill with Sadak to be the one to force the issue all the way out of B. Whether or not it's just that the turret's there, they anticipate that the heavier lean for Gen.G is outside A here, and so that's going to maybe have a 1v1. Or maybe something working up towards spawn ramp. But shut down so quickly.
I know you hate it, but Viper, tu Viper hai, seek le.
Fall in first.
Just checking if anyone's getting up close. Not going to be rewarded for that, but again, kind of Gen.G slipping into more of a default.
खेला कर shoot करेगी यार तेरे पे Viper.
Loud be going exploring, which they've been rewarded by in the last couple of rounds. That mid presence, that lurk up B.
पेड़ का कोई इस्तेमाल ही नहीं है.
They've truly got that kind of
दोनों तरफ पेड़ ही नहीं है.
I'd say understanding of the tempo that Loud wants to do.
Almost trying to bait it out here.
और try to follow American वो.
The Odin, but Loud not biting.
But ये भी अच्छा खेल रहे हैं.
Obviously less down on a stinger, so whether or not
see
any sort of aggression here or wait to maybe retrieve a weapon off a trade or something like
that. अगला
match
वो है, अगला match breezy है.
Up on 45 seconds left here for Gen.G, but their sights set towards A.
4-play stack. High flash goes in.
Command's going to come out here.
Yep. That's going to be ready to go. So again, we were crediting and complimenting these late round hits. Loud have numbers, but do they have the ability to stop the roll from Gen.G? Already, sight is theirs. It's so comprehensive from Gen.G. Viper's Pit 2, what are you going to do against this?
So many tools there. Hey, Karen just got wallbanged. The pit's down.
Oh
Lockdown's going to expire here, and actually the re-aggress here on 2Es and Cowan-Z's ultimate.
Texture, hold on, still in a good position. Oh, the try fight from Sadak, ridiculous. This is how Loud
gave them the
finally break this.
RNG यार.
Gen.G forced to respect it, have to drift away. Still trying to keep eyes towards the spike. Where is this? Great shot towards Tui's. Wants the fob, gets the fob. The
He got detained.
Oh no! He just jumped a touch forward. Munchkin now forced to go in it. Has to hold it together. He can't do it. Loud fighting back in the.
It's a 6-6 half.
Barely closing this up.
What a ridiculous back and forth for the final round of this half. So many ultimates in play. The pendulum really swinging. And such a crucial kill to shut down the Viper's Pit. That's the stranglehold that Gen.G had, Lauren. That
RNG देख लो.
ridiculous from Sadak.
It just felt inhuman. You know, Loud will give you a couple of those, I think, but I think credit where it's due. That 5-round run that Gen.G went on was
सादक ने बढ़िया है अकेला भाई.
outstanding. Let's see what the desk thinks of this.
Oh, I'm so happy Icebox is back. What a start that was in a great half of Valorant, but it's time to jump into our HyperX reflex of moment of the day, and this one goes to
Zen.
Extra.
Yeah, exactly. I think
What's
that
up,
this is
Zen?
probably the moment where we see Gen.G back into the
Hey,
game
Robin.
after Loud gets all those rounds, and his texture getting all
ये
these
तू
kills,
थी ना?
doing so in a couple of rounds in a row, actually being that determining piece into, hey guys, I cannot go alone. I need you to follow right after me because they're very well positioned. But if we overwhelm them, we can make it through.
Texture and Kara, both these players who were
केवो ज़्यादा अच्छा है. केवो काफी अच्छा है इस मैप पे रे.
I think what made it for Gen.G was
केवो को अगर नोटिस करो केवो की यूटिल्स काफी अच्छे से यूज होती हैं.
Gecko combo, especially when going A, was excellent, and Loud was always
Desk आने दो, desk आने दो बताता हूँ. Zen, what's up?
Loud's retakes really started to step things up. In particular, some of these rounds where they're kind of intentionally playing back, waiting till they hear that flash combo, and then instantly swinging
This
forward.
पे केवो के बजाय तू यूरो खेल.
Great adaptation by Loud to bring
Yoru
it
खेल.
6-6. That really seemed like it was going to be dominant for Gen.G.
Yeah, exactly. And now thinking about the switch, like how is this going to look from the?
कि अगर तू यूरो खेल रही है मैं रेना खेल रहा हूँ है ना. A और B पे अपन simultaneously एक जगह कंट्रोल ले पाएंगे. कैसे? अगर एक ही तरफ है तो मैं एल्बो पुश करके आगे जा सकता हूँ. You have to call for it.
Yeah, Loud on this attack side when they're playing the Harbor
You have to call for it कि I'm blinding.
Playing the mid round a little bit, using the cascades
और
to take extremities, and then having these powerful.
अपना दिमाग लगा के ब्लाइंड नहीं करना होता है. सामने वाले का दिमाग लेके ब्लाइंड करना होता है कि वो क्या देख रहा होगा, उसकी अकल कितनी होगी.
Gen.G honestly should be
है ना?
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I smell a little
I guess.
upset coming up. But let's jump into back into the second half and see if we are indeed gonna
I
get an
guess.
upset.
Yeah, so I completely agree. Smooth on that one.
It stinks in here. It stinks.
You can smell it. The
अरे
upset is
वैसे
in
कर
the
लेगा.
6-6. There is
पता नहीं कहाँ
something in this game we can't ignore. Gen.G coming out looking good, backing up the words. They were happy to bring out that, hey, we weren't here when Gen.G, you know, when Loud were winning champion. None of that. It's none of that. So it's like, okay.
I know exactly.
Actually there. Just a little bit of hype talk.
Anyone
else?
Operator फंस गई थी
Coming out
ऊपर.
from Loud. Making no secrets of this, but Texture, Lakia, they're all there, and they are all winning out these fights, leaving just Calendine and Texture. He's going in!
A smile on his
Time to
face
jump.
as well.
Love to see these guys getting fired up.
And this is a pistol round that's almost designed to take control back, get themselves back in control of the tempo after that first half. Allowed
याद नहीं यार इसमें है हाय.
shut out on B side. Bodies in place here from Gen.G.
अबे एल्बो है भाई.
पता नहीं अब इसमें है कि नहीं है. इसमें मैप पे है कि नहीं है. You will see
the drop
Good
later
boost for
on.
them as well to try and carry this across into the second half.
माँ की तू भाई ये भी देख. इसको दिला दे क्या नाम है?
Can't see. I don't know.
Might have been, but this is
दिखाएंगे. मैच शुरू हो गया क्या?
Oh, what? Or not? Apparently Munchkin just gets away with murder. Eventually goes down
अलग
to
डिलीट
left.
कर रहे हैं लौंडे.
He's just left a massacre on the ground by A. Gen.G gonna be smiling about this one too, looking clean enough. Certainly not flawless at this point, but still. What can Les do with this anymore? He can maybe claim.
हाँ मैं दिखाएगा बाद में दिखाएगा तेरे को दिखाएगा बोला.
He's being toyed with though.
कैसे क्या करना होता है?
That one. He's not liking what he's seeing, but still.
We missed 2 rounds.
Start here.
1.
Munchkin really putting up numbers versus Secret that individually just looked.
भाई वॉच पार्टी में नींद आती है यार. तू भी आजा यार बोर होता है मेरे को.
Have another performance
सुबह
like
आजा.
that here.
मस्त वॉच पार्टी करते हैं.
Round 2 of the second half. already off to a good start in that regard.
कोई भी आ सकता है, anyone.
Unless he's going to be given a consolation.
Friend of mine.
Maybe.
He's going to make sound to drop off here. That's Karen to be the first, but once again, shut down here. Gen.G. 2 rounds to kick off the second half. An early response here. You saw how quickly Gen.G were able to carry away once they did get control in the first. That was after Loud started 4-0.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, ये था रहा हूँ.
You can't ask for much better.
China के हैं ये?
You have your probably, one of your big name
Most
players,
probably.
already having a great start. Then you're pumping up Munchkin as well, starting to feel out the game. I mean, Munchkin's one away from his ult.
Yeah.
It's
in round
right
3,
there.
yeah.
Wow, got to answer back here.
He's going to get it. So the all
Alta मिल गया उसे देखना Munchkin को.
Job done.
और
had
ले
a
लिया.
chance there to swing onto Lakia, but respecting it.
Careful.
So contact found, and Kisuke actually dashes all the way out.
Yeah, they're drifting across already, going to pull those rotations in.
One's gonna heal them.
Munchkin down to 55
No,
HP,
healing,
obviously with the ultimate. Maybe a second chance at life here. They do decide to invest. 2 Guardians, 2 Bulldogs. Actually with a scope in hand, so a little bit hesitant here.
Yeah, well, there's a
from
pause
Loud.
here.
I mean, they have successfully baited out the ultimate, but Munchkin
Oh,
still
Munchkin.
delivers. QCK will fall.
And you know what, if he didn't just get that round, he had one prior. I don't think he's swinging that on the HP, but he just delivers
They
it again.
just don't want to commit right now. I feel like that.
And they've just capitulated. They've faltered, which is very anti-Loud. Can they pick it up here? Munchkin is still down low. County's gonna find Meteor, but no, Munchkin's still gonna hold that line just
Munchkin.
perfectly.
Still
Falls away.
delivering.
He's still holding. He's buying time for this flank. Look where Texture is. Look at the minimap right now. Come back to watching Munchkin. If he can buy a couple more seconds, precious time, that's perfect. So he's going to tuck himself in, make him try and hunt him down.
Texture का background
He's clear.
backdrop आ गया है.
Texture. That's what it was all about, trying to
So
buy time
1v1.
for him. But now the position's noted. But 13 seconds, this puts 2. He's right under the gun. He's got to get that plant, or he's got to toy with the time and try and catch out Texture. But Texture's looking ice cold. He's looking like a killer. He's moving in, closing in, and he's got it dead! Gen.G off to a flying start in the second half.
Beautifully done. Munchkin running down the clock.
Gen gonna win it.
It's traded out at the perfect time by Texture. Tui's just so many question marks after that. Tries to get the cove down, tries to bait it out with the first tap of the spike, but Munchkin, man, like I said, 15 HP, still delivering, digging his heels in here. That's a 3-0 start here. Loud back down to a broken purchase. Some pistols, a stinger. Tui's an ultimate to work with, but
And a
not
reckoning
much
to
else
work
really
with.
to pin your hopes to.
And this point, unless, Loud do rekindle a little bit here, that was ambitious and didn't work out. Now down to the 3. This is
Frenzy, इसने frenzy चलाई जैसे हम चलाते हैं.
because we are walking into the unknown after this.
I didn't want to talk about it. Yeah,
It's
but
early, but it's looking like 10's just around the corner. So it does make me worry about seeing Breeze.
It does.
So I'm sure the desk will
Breeze है.
hit on that
Next,
afterwards.
इसमें
We
वो
will,
होगा.
I'm sure, harp on about it, but this is certainly scary times for Loud and the fans. As Gen.G looking meticulous, flawless in this.
Double digits already here. Loud. Very precarious in terms of their finances here as well.
Pressure डालना है Loud पे काफी.
Potentially, if they concede this, it's 11. This is a pivotal
तो hyper
round
kill
in
यार
terms
best
of the
है
outcome
तेरे
of map 1 here. Sadak's unable to really convert the damage through the wallbang there. Again, I don't think it really would have made too much of a difference. Gen.G well equipped on both sides of the map.
They're having fun. Every round just seems fun to them, which is, it sounds silly.
They're
but it
enjoying.
makes such a difference.
Yeah, and the concern being coming into round 17.
They're enjoying
they have
themselves.
Real playmakers in terms of the ultimates here to string together. For Loud, they need to do some heavy lifting here to find their way into this. Yes, Tui's is there, but feels a little flaky in a full 5v5 execute to throw that ultimate out.
तेरे को बस इतना करना है. A पे बॉल डाली, B पे बॉर्ब डाला, हो गया काम.
So early.
Texas spotted it out as well. I mean, look at how deep Gen.G are pushing now.
Yep.
They're so happy to continue this limit testing here and forcing Loud. I mean, look at the minimap now. There's no other options really.
Too risky to go anywhere else. So
Well, Loud are still considering it. With 60 seconds on the clock, they're going to potentially re-explore mid or A.
Fall back to watch A.
I feel like I haven't seen Loud play like this in a long time.
It's hesitant once again. Noted it in the first half.
Which is bizarre. It could prove a nice little fake, having Sadak do this to be, the one to show. But you're leaving the rest of Loud, QCK, Tui's, to walk into A and just hope they succeed. There's still 2 players there. They haven't pulled these rotations.
That's a big kill, though.
That is huge, but again, I'm looking at the 2 players on A. Now, less court texture. That's the one that mattered. There is still a man close by. That being Lakia. Can he do any damage? Can he be the man? No. Not this round. Not now. QCK with a quick beheading and looking to dominate, looking to control this site. Make sure it was worth it. A long played fake coming out from Loud. Very valuable.
Nice adjustment.
Very well handled.
That was
just
full.
Meteor now. Position is noted. And Loud.
Meteor running for the hills. Run for the hills, buddy.
They need to keep it clean here. I just want to see Meteor getting any other consolation. A must-win round for Loud, and they deliver. Maintaining 4 rifles, a little bit better in terms of the progress towards these ultimates now. A crucial kill from Sadak and Cowanzine to remain outside B site here. Try and catch a rotation. It just so happened at pretty much exactly the same time.
Yeah.
The other half of Loud did find success on A as well, catching, I believe it was Texture to full first, and Akia second on the chopping block. Operator back out for Texture here, Bladestorm in hand, but look towards the Hunter's Fury, obviously the pit and the lockdown in this composition, all within touching distance.
The mid-walk will have limited success, at least initially, because of the turrets. That should alert Loud that there was an attempt, but no one particularly fussed by it just yet. Still very focused on this approach. Again, these 3-2 splits. Last time it was more kind of 4-1, Sadak being the one to pressure towards A. And look at the pull-up rotations. 4 players in response. This could be quite, the masterclass if Sadak can keep calling these fakes that are pulling the rotations. Lucky's timing was just out of this world. QCK caught unawares, but Cowanzine's there to back it up, so still going to keep players close by. But now Loud need to strike, right? They need to kind of find that timing to hit B here.
They do.
Caron is holding.
They need to capitalize because Munchkin's slowly edging, making his way through mid, under tube. Plant will come down. I don't think Karen can deny. Oh, nearly catches Sadak on a retreat though.
Okay, they got what they wanted.
We do have a late Hunter's Fury here though, so whether there's any backline awareness or Munchkin's going to be the one to potentially try and shut that down.
Gekko मुझे लगा useful है.
Not going to find anything on the back of that.
No, so now we wait and see. Does that pressure start mounting? Can Gen.G break the back line? They've already pulled Munchkin back through towards a standardized approach. This is now going to get scary, right? There's the Hunter's Fury, going to be drawn out from the tap of the spike. Spray from Tui's is good. Follow-up is better. They're holding on to this. Munchkin going down on 2Es. Exceptional work there. Loud finding life, finally.
And a couple of those and potential to break the funds of Gen.G. Actually, even looking at it here, Cameron's down to 2350. Maybe that's why we see the timeout here. You have to string something together, but really well coordinated here. It's obviously QCK, heartbreaking to ever see a death like that. He's just a split second away from maybe slipping into a more dangerous position.
But the overall picture, it's Loud achieving great success on these kind of fakes. To an extent, I say fakes, but it's just kind of showing presence on the other side of the map. I mean,
yeah,
it's
just a widespread default that they are finding value on both extremities.
But it is so widespread, and it does make me slightly nervous. For now, it's working, so I'm not going to doubt it, right? It's silly to doubt something that is proving fruitful. But as said, when you saw QCK catching some really bad timing, fortunately, Cowanzine was there. But it's quite precarious. They're willing to make these risks, which is working out for them really well here. Forcing the timeout from Gen.G. The gap getting close enough, they thought, okay, let's pump the brakes a little here. We don't want that momentum. Almost a response to what we saw from an earlier timeout from Loud. So very symmetrical in that matter. So we kind of check in on the ult. Almost again, very symmetrical in that regard. Both very close by. So this isn't just back in Loud's control. I think these have been some quite precarious rounds they've run. Obviously, Loud being as good as they are, they make them work. Exceptionally done. Now we're into the meat of it, though.
The concern being if you have somebody that's going to deliver for Gen.G, I guess across the map and from an individual standpoint, players like Texture, like Munchkin, potentially even Karen in these situations. I mean, it was called upon in the previous round, but not much of a chance to really stop that plant from going down. That's when it feels a little uneasy.
Ooh, late switch as well. just about, yeah. So Texture going to go for the operator, soloing out A, it looks like.
Ooh, yeah, very, very early indication here of some aggression on the side of Gen.G. Loud have to respect it now. I think initially they were going to throw a little bit of U2 out. Texture able to control that op shot. Could have been rewarded wrong. Karen.
How did he get seen there?
Not entirely sure, but both snake bites used, and now doesn't really have the security to play up close and personal. As Loud look to re-aggress, but will shut down the owl drone. So question mark still here.
Audacious from Munchkin to be the one to go back in.
No
Oh,
way.
come on. That's filthy. Back-breaking for Loud as well, just to lose out to that judge. They've got the upgrades they wanted to. Karen was willing to die for that. That's fine. He'll take that every day of the week. You guys lock it down afterwards. I've done the damage. Less than QCK now in that position at yellow. Could be the end of the Munchkin. Still holding on to this one. QCK going to try and check close, loses out. And less now. There's so much and so little opportunity.
This is so bizarre. I think at some point Karen spotted whether or not they don't see he's got a judge, I think is the issue. The knife obviously removes the owl drone and immediately Gen.G re-aggress. They post up close once again. You see here just under the minimap. See the suppress onto Cow and Zine. Loud just caught off guard a little bit here.
But a nice gambit, right? A nice little just, okay.
Sure.
Get the judge, play up close, see what we can do, right? And you're willing to give it a run. We're back into a more traditional looking round, it seems. I think, apart from QCK, but he does have his ults, that's not a problem. But a Brawl looking to break out. Lackey, the first one forward, finds the scalp of two. He's looking for the follow-up. He's going to get at least an attempt at it, but backups arrived. Caron, Munchkin, all here. Dizzy goes out. Lackey is still buying time. Stanek still putting up numbers, though. Body's starting to drop here. Can he do any more damage? Lackey is holding his nerve. I don't know how he's still doing this. Oh, less lovely work from him. But look, you can see the crunch, right? Texture is on the way. Meteor, how long do you hold here? How long are you going to stay
Look at the flank
here?
from Texture.
He's on the way, but...
He's already on the outside of this lockdown.
Oh my word, Meteor. Scary to me.
A little bit curious.
Yeah, don't know what the game plan was there. Mike, did I miss something?
A little bit curious. There is a space in that, so he had a chance to at least, I don't know, take a 50-50 back up into the corner there.
Better than a 0. I mean...
Because then Texture's completely caught off guard.
Yeah, that was...
Scratching my head a little bit over that one, but I mean, maybe just a little frantic, maybe expecting Loud to push up and maybe, I guess, lack a little complacency. But after the start of this round where Gen.G time and time again have shown they're happy to be aggressive on A, yeah, left scratching their head as well.
Maybe we missed something, maybe so did Gen.G at that point.
I mean, I did touch on this initially, the plans for Gen.G, and talking back to some of these series that we saw recently, the initial plan, and things kind of just going really skew if after that falls apart. They're not really knowing what to do, not really having any direction when, you know, there's sort of a little bit of chaos or there's some questions to answer mid-round, and a reaction is really required from them. But
11-9 पे टाइम आउट लेने का कोई मतलब नहीं बन रहा है ना वैसे तो.
And funny enough, it's a timeout from Loud here.
है तो ले लो भाई.
Take stock of things, yeah.
थोड़ा सा सादा दिखने जा रहा है क्योंकि uncharacteristic rush था ये.
Look at the string of rounds though. It has been the two back-to-back.
और बाय भी नहीं होना चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से बाय भी नहीं होगा.
More exploratory towards A as well.
They would not be having a buy.
Right back into it, and then the answer just then there was a very uncharacteristic round, kind of caught us all.
हाँ, force है पूरा एक तरीके से देखो ना.
And we look towards what we're seeing in Gen.G.
ये हारेंगे अगला इको है पूरा.
Yeah, I mean,
it will be 11-11.
Handles come into this, but look at what the old cycle is potentially going to be in the next round for them.
Snowball.
Yeah, lots of things at their disposal. Less than 2 E's ultimates on the other side. QCK, an operator back in hand.
Reckoning है. There can be around, might be around.
I mean, it's 4 deep here on A side. Now going to try and make a quick decision on the back of that.
Oh!
Shots.
Les absolutely decapitates Lakia.
Les is pretty decent at this game, isn't he?
Tata, bye-bye.
As well. Yep.
Oh! The bait, he tried to play him in off it, but it looked like Laudo is starting to really get that read. Starting to feel a bit more comfortable, seeing a little bit of that diligence, kicking back into place. Meteor and Munchkin just trying to make anything happen, and Les is having none of it really, just free farming now. He's already got his ult. Oh, the moves, not going to happen there, Munchkin.
Really, really well handled.
Told you it's going to be 11-11.
We expect from Loud to punish these sort of plays, keep Gen.G in check. To say that though, 11-10 the scoreline, still need to tie things up. Bladestorm out of the equation, but these big ultimates still available for Gen.G. Lockdown, no command, and the pit.
They are looming, right? There is that slight worry. It's just kind of hanging over the head.
I mean, yeah, I'm worried because we're already at this scoreline here.
When do they pull the
trigger? To be honest, with how Gen.G have performed, the nature of some of these round victories, it's been really telling. They were the ones really that set the precedent at the start of this map, and in my eyes have continued.
I agree. Now, operators come out for QCK this time. Looking to maybe work off the back of that owl drone, clearing the space towards B. We do see there is a player tucked in by yellow, and massive rotation. Players being called back in towards B. Maybe just off the back of a lack of any audio cues, any presence.
Depends आप कौन से account में added हो.
Stock in this now after falling foul for those A presence plays.
इतने सारे account के बाद.
See that flash coming in and the fight starts. Karen with a fantastic double, finding less, finding Kaunzin, and they are running.
Yeah, Texture. The anchor over towards
A. Dean वाले में added है ना?
He's seen him.
Does catch a glimpse. But a crucial 1v1 here.
बदलना है वो account यार. आ रहा है भाई उस account में कुछ गड़बड़ है.
Considering it for a second, but he thinks better of it, right? Play safe, play your life. The double pump.
Wait, yeah, Tui's has just completely faked this out with that utility.
Look at that spike running, that's so good. And the lockdown. Oh, and Joe, if Sanak feels like he's being a Galaxy Brain, get into middle if you feel like he could, but he's going to back up his ball. Get back towards the side. They're going to get a plant out. They don't know the level of success they've had, but they could not have asked for a better outcome, making the impossible possible. And now how deep does QCK go?
Great Dean करके तो कोई account ही नहीं है.
Meteor's out of there. Fair now. 3v3. Ridiculous. Munchkin still got knife.
ऐसा तो कोई account ही नहीं है.
Outside of that though. Where do they find that success?
Yeah, no
QCK at yellow here.
No flash to really open things up here, so it's going to be a dry gunfire on the way back through. Munchkin drifting pretty deep here.
Here we go. This is a scary time. Spots him for a second. A pixel out of place, but he's worried about the fuse texture. Punishing QCK. I thought he saw him, but maybe it was just a stray shot. Tui's now getting paranoid, getting pulled in, and maybe Texture going to close that gap he's trying to. Sanak in the same sort of position, and now Tui's. Oh, he's overwhelmed. Gen.G. This time is down to the wire.
Oh my God.
No way.
And again, it's a little chaotic there because I don't think the communication is clear on whether or not the diffuser is being stuck.
No, they had no idea.
Both individual players from the spot out. Two members of Gen.G, but they're just charging to, or maybe they think they had the timing down and they just need to get bodies off the spike. But this kill onto Sanak here almost seals the deal with Tui's spamming so much. 0.26 will get Gen.G to map point here.
Oh, wow. That is a kick to the guts for Loud, though,
जा भी सकता है, नहीं भी जा सकता है.
After calling the perfect rotation.
मेरे हिसाब से जाना चाहिए.
Yeah, but
Loud have done everything they needed to.
He's going walkabouts and Sadak. He's missed his timing to catch this. It will eventually show, sure, but by now,
that's
space gone. This scares me. This scares me. Look who's lurking, look who's waiting. Texture could be in for a blinding round. Bear in mind, he could get played in Balakia here as well. There is that opportunity.
This is rough because the pings are coming out. You see on the minimap here, Nest and Pipes have been pinged.
No idea about Texture.
Oh my God.
He
just got cleared under on the wrong side.
Oh my God, they line up! And he almost knocked him down. Balakia swings into that last minute, punishing Kalanzine. This is looking like Loud is on the ropes in map one here. Opportunity dwindling. Less than 2. He's going to have to dig deep now.
Yeah, detained. Up on Pipes here, it's less. Left standing, but Lakia will fall now.
They need more. That can't be enough. It needs to be more. A 2v3. Spike still in the hands of Tui's, and let's try to control the site.
There's no backstab.
Pip, obviously, the null command going to remove that. Meteor will fall here. That's going to get another one.
Oh
my God!
Less.
That's an absolute beast.
क्या है?
When Loud needed him, he was there.
Crisp.
And Gen.G just seemingly no awareness that he was going to stay tucked into that corner.
Because I thought there was going to be Texture's moment, right? You're looking at that round, you run it back, you look at the minimap, surely gets to bail out from Lakia coming in less. What is
He's
that?
just so clean. I mean, even here to react to Munchkin, throwing his life on the line.
God tier.
Chris.
God tier.
Gen.G to pump the brakes a little bit after a heartbreaking round loss. And that will break the bank as well. Ultimate's invested. Karen's still with the pit, but I feel like Loud come out of that
Last round है.
gleaming.
Last
Definitely
round
with
है.
the upper hand here. A pit of their
Let's
own,
see क्या
one
होता
away
है.
from the lockdown, two
But
of
that
the
was
Hunter's
so
Fury as well.
Salty and
Shot to the
crispy
heart
भाई.
of GEN.G, who probably felt like they were closing out map 1 there, Lauren.
Less.
Man. Yeah, oh, come on, you're feeling that, right? Like, you, as said, you look at that mini-map, you play that back in your mind, you think, how does that
Feel
play
the
out?
heat.
You're putting GEN.G up there, right? Yeah, that's, anyone would. But then
Feel
there's
the
one
heat
man.
भाई यहाँ पे कितनी है वहाँ.
Absolute
What a
superstar.
talent. What a talent. And that is a, again, when you talk about value of kills,
Let's go for the final round.
He's currently leading by a country mile.
It depends कौन जीतेगा कौन क्या है It's a final round जो भी है यही है.
Value of round 23 alone, sorry.
And he's broken the money.
Yeah.
Money's in tatters for GEN.G. It's never stopped them before, but in a moment like this, gotta still those nerves now.
Sadak, if he can sniff this out early on, turret's going to go out. Yeah, Sadak immediately
they know they're up
bolting
to
away.
something.
Yeah, exactly.
He can feel it. And Sadak's calls
A
have
पे
got
solo है.
quite nice, especially on this half. I've been liking what I've been seeing.
Good read by Sadak.
Okay, a little bit of info. Not going to have the full weight
That
behind it,
should
but
be
it
the
should be
green
enough.
light. Absolutely is. Utility invested now. A-site up for grabs. QCK happy to take this space away. Meteor, will he get a chance to find anything here? But he's only got a Guardian. He's found one.
Massive, massive work. And now they're halted. The rotations are going to be in. Loud might have dropped the ball at the final hurdle. But Meteor getting a little too ahead of himself. Still wanted to do more. 50 seconds. There's time for rotations.
Texture, the only one actually in a position to catch this. Doesn't overcommit, but it's a little bit of a fake. It's pulled Lakia. So potentially going to pull Karen as well. They spotted the cross, but Loud immediately drift back towards A. And look at the map now.
They've been conditioned to respond
Munchkin
to
को
this.
देखो कहाँ पे
This
है.
is what Loud was doing during those string of rounds. So now it's all on Munchkin. He's trying to play it.
Munchkin he saw him.
This is so brave, so bold. He's going
Oh,
to take one, two.
oh,
But it's massive. The site is open though, and with Les still alive, there is always going to be
It's a
chance.
3v2 retake. They have to play
One
aggressive.
snake bite left. Tui's commits to the plant.
Plants in. First fight.
Let's
Let's
go. Let's go.
And now just Caron. This guy has to step up. He's got to try and do something. But so much against him. And look at the reposition from Les. So hard to find, and Tui's going to try and play his life. But Caron takes it away. 1v1. He knows where he is. But what are you going to do
Les is
about
wrapping
it?
heaven. It's
He's
buying
toying with
so
him.
much time.
But can he get a safe defuse here?
I don't think you can actually get an
Can
angle
he
on
spam
this.
it? Can he stop this? Because Caron ain't stopping. He's going.
No way!
Oh! Bros don't fake. Let's go. Bros don't fake, baby.
Les having to watch that slip away.
Let's go.
Karen, the rookie,
Ice
closing
cold.
out with a Red Bull clutch versus none other than Les. What a ridiculous way for this map 1 to conclude. And the penny drops just too late here.
He shouldn't have rotated, to be honest.
What a map 1. What
That
a
was
map 1.
ridiculous.
Come on, this has been unbelievable. I've got to have the desk thoughts. I've got to have map 2. Let's get out of here.
भाई मैं मैनेजर हूँ तो मैं तो कॉफी वॉफी फेंकवा दूं ऐसे. कॉफी पिएगा तू? कॉफी पिएगा? गेम पे फोकस कर. ये गंदा खेल हो गया भाई. प्रोस डोंट फेक. गालियां खाएंगे और क्या. गालियां खाने वाला काम क्या है. गालियां खाने वाला काम क्या है, टू बी ऑनेस्ट. I hate iPhones. And I don't regret it. I hate iPhones. iOS. भाई खतरनाक भाई. अच्छा खेले लड़के. अच्छा खेले. बहुत प्यारा खेले रे. काफी प्यारा खेले ये लोग. जेनजी अच्छा खेले भाई. काफी अच्छा रहा उनका. अरे हमारी हिंदी स्ट्रीम चल रही है यहाँ पे।
मैच के अंदर 7 तरीके से कुछ थे, बट हाँ जैसे कि मैं आपसे बात यही कर रहा था, certain moment जहाँ पर आप
नहीं अभी 2 मैप और हैं
इस तरीके से वो diffuse कर रहे
और
हैं।
आज बाहर नहीं होगा, आज होगा अपर ब्रैकेट के हो रहे हैं। देखो ये माना गया ऐसे होता है।
पिन डाउन होंगे कि नहीं उनको बिल्कुल
6 टीमें हैं 1 2 3 4 5 6 ठीक है। अपर ब्रैकेट हो रहा है अभी।
साइड ऑफ द डिफेंडर
यहाँ से जो हारेगा वो लोअर ब्रैकेट में जाएंगे ठीक है। पहला मैच जो हारेगा जो यहाँ होगा वो आगे खेलेगा, मतलब वहां ज्यादा चला गया मैं। देखो 6 टीमें गिन लो ऐसे, ये सारी खेल रही हैं अपर ब्रैकेट में। अभी लोअर ब्रैकेट को खाली छोड़ दो, जो यहाँ से हारता जाएगा वो लोअर ब्रैकेट में आता जाएगा ठीक है। जो यहाँ जीतेगा, अब लोअर ब्रैकेट जो होगा वो एलिमिनेशन होगा। जो यहाँ जीतता जाएगा, जो यहाँ जीता वो आगे गया, जो हारा वो लोअर ब्रैकेट में गया। लोअर ब्रैकेट के पिछले विनर से लोअर ब्रैकेट के भिड़ेगा, फिर वहां से ऊपर पहुंचते हैं। ये होता है स्विस एमएम मैच मेकिंग में। स्विस में कैसे मैचेस होते हैं है ना, मतलब स्विच सिस्टम है कुछ, आई डोंट नो क्या है, लेकिन कैसे होता है ये पता है। यही हमारा सुबह वो जो पुणे वाला चल रहा था उसमें हो रहा था, लेकिन उसमें उसे सेमीफाइनल बोल रहे थे, बट दैट वाज नॉट सेमीफाइनल, दैट वाज जस्ट अपर ब्रैकेट मैचेस। ये देखो स्विस स्टेज अपर ब्रैकेट। हाँ एक तरीके से 2 मौके हैं। तेरे को मैं समझाएगा तो ऐसे समझेगा तो ज्यादा अच्छे समझेगा। ये समझा 1 2 3 4 ठीक है। अपने पास कितनी टीम है, ये हो गया, ये चल रहा है, ये कल है ठीक है। फिर इसमें राउंड 2 में जाएंगे ऐसे, फिर ऐसे मतलब ये हो गया, फिर ये होगा। यहाँ पे इन दोनों का चल रहा है, इन दोनों का चल रहा है, फिर यहाँ पे से जो हारेगा वो जो इन दोनों मैचेस में हारेगा, हारा वाला यहाँ गया, हारा वाला यहाँ गया। जो इन दोनों का जीता वो यहाँ गया, जो इन दोनों का जीता हुए हैं दोनों का, उन दोनों का यहाँ मैच हो रहा है। जो यहाँ पे हारा वो यहाँ गया, जो यहाँ से जीता वो यहाँ गया, जो यहाँ से जो यहाँ से हारा हुआ है उसको एक और मौका मिला, पहला मैच जीतने का मौका मिला यहाँ से कि एक और मैच मिलेगा। लोअर ब्रैकेट नॉकआउट होता है, लोअर ब्रैकेट में ही सिर्फ नॉकआउट होता है, अपर ब्रैकेट से कुछ नॉकआउट नहीं होता। अपर ब्रैकेट से तुम लोअर ब्रैकेट जाते हो, फिर बाहर जाते हो, फिर तुम यहाँ पे आओगे ग्रैंड फिनाले में लोअर ब्रैकेट से ही आती है दूसरी टीम। एक अपर ब्रैकेट से आती है, एक लोअर ब्रैकेट से आती है, जो कि काफी फाइट करके आ रही होती है। मतलब वो हो सकता है यहाँ बाहर हुई हो, मान लो स्टार्टिंग में बाहर हुई है, तो वो ये फाइट करेगी, ये फाइट करेगी, ये फाइट करेगी, तब आएगी, मतलब तब यहाँ पहुंचेगी। तो इट्स काइंड लाइक काफी रफ होता है। इससे मैं इजी समझा सकता था, इसलिए मैंने तेरे को स्ट्रेट ऑन बुला के समझाया इस चीज पे कि क्या होता है अपर ब्रैकेट लोअर ब्रैकेट, हाउ टू एक्सप्लेन अपर ब्रैकेट लोअर ब्रैकेट। जैसे आज पुणे वाला, अगर तुम सुबह आए होते तो जो हम वॉच पार्टी कर रहे थे पुणे वाले की, जो कि हमारा नॉटविंग गेमिंग पे पड़ा हुआ है, हम कल भी करेंगे। हमारा कल डे 2 है, कल डे 2 है, हिंदी डे 2, कल इसकी लाइव वो है, और ये हमने किया था आज। तो इसमें ऐसा हो गया 1 2 3 4 टीम्स ठीक है, सारे ये दोनों भिड़ लिए, दोनों भिड़ लिए, अब इन दोनों के हारे हुए नीचे आ चुके हैं। तो कल लोअर ब्रैकेट का एक ये वाला मैच होगा, फिर यहाँ से जो जीत गया ये एक ये वाला मैच होगा, जो यहाँ से जीतेगा वो यहाँ जाएगा। अब ये वाले को रेस्ट मिलेगा यहाँ पे, जो फाइनल डे के लिए होगा वो यहाँ डायरेक्ट पहुंच जाएगा। अब यहाँ वाला फाइनल डे खेलेगा, फिर वो ग्रैंड फाइनल्स खेलेगा, 2 मैचेस एक साथ खेलेगा। लोअर ब्रैकेट को और हेक्टिक ये होता है कि तुमने एक मैच खेला, फिर जाके दूसरा मैच खेलना है थोड़ी देर बाद। इट्स काइंड लाइक दिस आल्सो इन सीएस। हाँ हाँ ऐसी बात नहीं है, खेल के जीत सकते हैं, लेकिन फिर लोअर ब्रैकेट का एक इशू भी है ना बाबा, कि नाउ थिंक ऑफ इट, लोअर ब्रैकेट में अभी तुम्हारी जो सबसे पहली टीम पहुंची है वो है ये क्या नाम है, FPX ठीक है। ये लौंडे अच्छा खेल रहे हैं भाई, लेकिन ऐसा कुछ जानने वाले नहीं है, लेकिन सही खेल रहे हैं लड़के, ठीक खेल रहे हैं, ठीक ठीक। अब इसमें से ये अपर ब्रैकेट में रह गई, ये अपर ब्रैकेट मान ले लाउड निकल भी गई तो हो सकता, मान लो सेंटिनल हार गई, खुदा ना खास्ता सेंटिनल हार गई, सेंटिनल चली जाएगी लोअर ब्रैकेट में, सर फट जाएगा भाई अपना। फिर तो मैं नहीं चाहता ऐसा, आई कांट, झेल नहीं पाऊंगा मैं ये चीज। ना 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 बाबा मैं नहीं झेल पाऊंगा। Who won? अभी तो ये जेनजी एक जेनजी जीती है, जेनजी वर्सेस लाउड में जेनजी जीती है पहला मैप, दूसरा मैप चल रहा है और जो दूसरा वाला मतलब जो पहले वाला हुआ था उसमें केसी जीते हैं, एफपीएक्स हार गए। आएगी डीसी आएगी।
These teams were so closely matched and it really came down to the little things. There's 2 rounds where Loud plant the spike, go for a reflank, but it's just not planted in quite the right position to win because of it.
PRX का कल है, sorry.
And yeah, I mean
PRX
that's beating less in that situation
HyperX
to end the match
कल है।
is ridiculous.
There is just something about Loud on Icebox. It just feels unlucky.
पुणे का क्या सीन तुम्हें ज्यादा नहीं पता। पुणे का ये सीन है कि तुम्हारी जो 4 टीमें हैं पुणे की नहीं, इंडिया की 4 टीमें भिड़ रही हैं उसमें, जो कि हैं तुम्हारी रेवेनेंट ई-स्पोर्ट्स, रेवेनेंट्स और ये सारी हैं। रुको दिखा रहा हूं मैं तेरे को, मेरे को भी तो नाम याद होना चाहिए। रेवेनेंट्स, ग्रे फॉक्स और 2-3 हैं यार, मैं अब बाकियों के नहीं याद। हाँ, ट्रू रिपर, ग्रे फॉक्स, रेवेनेंट्स और मेडल, ये चारों भिड़ रही हैं। ना नो डीसी, तू जा अपने पति के पास जा रहे, तू निकल।
I think both the guys who are big question marks for Gen.G showed up.
Eh.
We saw Karan being clutch. We just talked about it. That very last
Gen.G, the
round.
clutches always go their way. Like,
But there was the question still of could they continue it against the best at an international event against a team like Loud. Not this year. But yeah, I think that they have proven that these players can still come compete at this level and still have that consistency that they did show back in Pacific.
Yeah,
पीजी ऐसी ही होगी तू। ये रॉबिन है।
First, let's hear what STK has to say.
ये रॉबिन है।
With Mika Fabs.
Hey guys, Mika Fabs here once again, and I'm now with Coach Pew and Arthur to help me with some
Yeah,
information. Now, Coach Pew,
CG,
we saw that
it's you.
Gen.G, that map was really, really close. So this roster is a bit of an unknown for a lot of people. So how did you guys prepare for this match?
Então, como é que vocês fizeram para preparar com esse novo roster da Gen.G?
Brasileiro.
Eles foram um time que jogaram muitos jogos na região deles, talvez o time que mais jogou no mundo no kickoff. Jogaram muitos mapas, então, por mais que eles tenham mudado na line-up, a gente tem muito material deles para estudar.
So overall, like they prepared with a lot of maps that they had, like even having like new players or not, that was not an issue for them.
Awesome. Well, let's see if Loud can make a comeback in this one.
भाई आज सीजी सीजी भी ऐसी बोलती है। फिर एकदम से शांत कराना पड़ता है। शांत हो जा मेरी माँ, शांत। अम्मा चुप। फिर वो एकदम से बोलेगी, अरे तू मेरे को चुप कराएगा?
As we were saying before, they have been banning this map constantly during kickoff, but we can also think that that was a strategy or maybe something that wasn't ready by the time.
Yeah, we have Aegis Alert ready now, so let's take a look and see where we are going to go. And Mimi, what do you think of this?
Loud is playing the default comp.
Fnatic वो खेल लिए।
They've been cooking on
Gen.G खेल रहे हैं बढ़िया।
the Phoenix,
Gen.G are playing
both on Icebox and Huron Breeze. That doesn't really
Sova, Viper, Yoru, Astra and Jet.
Gen.G,
But Loud are playing Jet, Sova, KO, Cypher, Viper. They're playing more default, they're playing more WoW.
It's the only flashes they have, and honestly, I really like this comp pair.
भाई
I love the fact that they're playing this double duel.
ये हाँ, ये तुम लोग कहाँ से सीख के आए हो, जरा ये बताना मुझे, मैं तो ना सुनता। आजकल बड़ा ये बहुत चल रहा है, ये तुम लोग कहाँ से सीख के आए हो, जरा ये बताना मुझे, मैं तो ना सुनता। हाँ? ये कहाँ से सीखा तुम लोगों ने? मैं तो ना सुनता। What is this? मैं तो ना सुनता। Hello?
Into the heads of Loud, this should be a 2-0.
This is the map.
What is this?
The aim check map.
मैं तो ना सुनता आजकल।
Where it'll go into the most chaos. So for me, I'm really looking at Loud needing to.
ये जिसको बोलो दूसरा, मैं तो ना सुनता भाई, मैं तो ना सुनता।
Who is pulling off the perfect calls towards the end of Breeze.
What है, तेरे को सुनना पड़ेगा bro।
Incredibly hot right now, might have a big upset on their hands.
And also think about it.
सीजी सुन लेती है रे, सीजी अच्छी लड़की है, अच्छी बच्ची है।
Gen.G is not scared. They're also
She's a
bringing
good
in
girl.
something new. We were talking about how important the began this strat, the
बोल मैं ले रहा हूँ देखो लाइव मेरा इसलिए मैं बोल ले रहा हूँ बाद में तो गालियाँ खाऊंगा मैं तो ठीक है आई एम हैप्पी विद इट अब लाइव पे बोल लो अपना शो है It's my show.
They tend to play a lot of default comps, a lot of normal stuff. Them coming out and having new ideas.
भाई मेरे को इजी वाली वो चाहिए यार
Like this, that is shown the fundamentals. I like them.
कल किसका है कल है
Get ahead on the meta and come up with
कल का देख कल किसका सुबह की रात में सुबह और किस में मद्रिद में कि पुणे में इतने सवाल OMGs
Yeah, but Breeze wasn't even in the map for sure. You know, it doesn't really. But if we go into think about how this first map went and how aggressive they were and the success that they were finding into
कल इनका match है ना
have been mentioning during the day, I think that this is probably what they intend with this composition. Is not
या इन दोनों का होगा इन दोनों का अच्छा इन दोनों का तो हो गया ना इन दोनों का हो गया मद्रिद में मद्रिद is more important यार you're my true वो मद्रिद में कल ये है कल EDG वर्सेस PRX और सेंटेना वर्सेस TH EDG कौन सी है ये एडवर्ड गेमिंग इंटरनेशनल चिंकियों की है रही है तो ये अपना वाला इसके रोसी ये वाला अच्छा रोसी सही खेल रहा था आज अच्छा खेल रहा था 4K मिस्टर 4K था आज 4 किया है रोसी भी है इसलिए मजा आ रहा है देखने में आओ देखने आओ सुबह यार थोड़ा बैठो हमारे साथ थोड़ा बातें करेंगे थोड़ी चैटें करेंगे एक दूसरे से कोई भरोसा नहीं रे कौन क्या जीते कौन जीते You never know babes
If there's one word to describe them, it has been.
You never know. To be honest, you never know. कौन जीते क्या होगा.
They're really good at kind of doing things right in the late round, at setting each other up well with utility, at playing the basics, the fundamentals at a really high level. Sure, it sometimes descends into the clutch.
पानी है बे.
The badness. They can thrive there too. But I think that's the identity that Solo has instilled in this team.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, this was just one map. I know that we're very surprised by the performance that we saw there at Pacific. But I think that going into the tournament, Gen.G is going to be able to learn a lot from their opponents. I think that from this Icebox, even just today, after this day is over, they're going to have a lot to learn. And I don't think they're going to be the kind of team where next team is going to beat Icebox into them and kind of dismantle them.
अरे कॉलेज जाना होता है कॉलेज में ईयरफोन्स लगा आराम से गेम देख क्या कॉलेज जाना होता क्लास में देख सकते हैं ऐसी बात नहीं है हर 11 बजे वैसे 10-11 बजे 10:30-11
Let's be honest, Sue. Everyone who voted Americas was part of Sen City. Was Sentinels. Everyone who voted Americas is Sentinels. The question's not in Portuguese. It's in
Thank you.
It's all Sentinels.
इतना ख्याल करने के लिए मेरा सीजी पागल है क्या
That's true.
रुलाएगी क्या यार अब तू
Brazilian fans
सीजी
also speak English. Some of them.
सीजी रुलाएगी क्या यार अब तू
I feel like you're putting some words in my mouth that I didn't really say.
All I'm gonna say is I want to run this poll again tomorrow, depending on what happens later.
भाई ये देख रहे हो
But I'm gonna put a
HyperX
because the map is ready. We are also ready to dive into.
तुम लोग दिख रहा होगा ये मंगा के रखा हुआ है पता ठीक है
Yeah, I don't really know what we're walking into, Mike. If I'm completely honest with you, we kind of theory.
Pulse fire Matt.
We're free balling right here, to be honest.
Free falling, I think, is actually the phrase. But no, genuinely, because we were kind of like theory crafting veto and kind of talking through options and what we thought might come out. Breeze was never in that conversation.
No, it isn't. And to see Gen.G now.
Hey, इतना सच नहीं बोलने का Gen.G, no.
It is a massive concern for Lau because.
मैं लिटरली पूरे दिन देखता था पूरे दिन I was like CS guys CS all day
to question whether or not it was left out here and you know what even happened with the veto and again won't speculate until we do get an answer or something in an interview but was this a potential to see today for Lau
पढ़ तो रहा हूँ और क्या चैट लेगी तो पढ़ने का हाँ
What's the response to that? Because
तेरे को तो इग्नोर भी नहीं कर रहा और क्या लेगी तू पढ़ने का
I was having this conversation the other day with GB. You make anybody play that much Phoenix and they don't come out looking like the best duelist in the world. I'm sorry, they just don't. So to come in here and sure, it could be a bit of a reassurance that we do see him on the Jet. It's a bit more of a vanilla comp. Then maybe Loud dial back into, you know, where they're
classic.
Yeah.
Loud. It does feel like they.
नहीं मैट है मैट वो है माउस पैड.
For an entire season, basically, I say entire season. It was kickoff, so let's
Yeah, and again, it's weird because it feels like a small sample size. Yeah.
But for what it is, it was their perma takeaway, and then to adjust and leave it open as an option. You know, if you're Gen.G, you think, well, surely that's.
But Breeze is such a, for me, it always becomes such a question mark on the day. Another team can simply just out-frag you and beat you on Breeze.
भाई मैट है अभी तक खोल नहीं पाया मैं. एक ये रखा हुआ है बगल में, एक तो मैं यूज कर रहा हूँ. ये गंदा हो गया काफी, मतलब तो ये तो तुम्हें दिख नहीं रहा होगा, दिखेगा भी नहीं है तो तुम लोगों को बिल्कुल वैसा दिख रहा होगा. ये तो बिल्कुल गंदा हो गया है.
If I'm going to be honest, you know, I'll be transparent. First time for everything in esports. Icebox I thought was going to go Loud's way, just because.
Sure.
From what I'd seen, what I expected, I thought, okay, I'll put it there close.
इस दुनिया में सबसे बड़ा आदमी कौन है?
This should now be a 2-0.
वो तुझे मालूम है क्या? मालूम है तो बताना, नहीं तो चुप हो जाना.
हेलो.
Yo, what's up, Kennedy?
बड़ा क्या चल रहा?
कुछ नहीं, ऐसी बातें चल रही थी और मैच का वेट कर रहे थे. मैच 2 between Gen.G and Loud. I guess. कौन जीतेगा? According to you.
According to me, I would like not to name it.
I don't know.
भाई मेरे से पूछो, जल्दी खत्म हो, सुबह से लगा हुआ हूँ, जल्दी खत्म करो तो Gen.G को जिताओ.
Trust me, the feeling is mutual.
तो इसलिए Gen.G को जिताओ ना तो तुरंत. हाँ पोल डालूंगा मैं, रुक जा ना, मैच तो चालू होने दे. जो ब्लैक कैनरी भाई, कैनरी आई पहली बार. राधे राधे कैनरी जी.
राधे 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 चैट. जो भी सुन पा रहे हैं, कैन लिसन टू मी? क्या मेरी आवाज आ रही है चैट?
हाँ ऑब्वियसली जा रही होगी.
लेट्स गो. कैसी चीज जनता यहाँ पे
जनता यहाँ पे मेरी बेइज्जती करने की ट्राई कर रही है लेकिन हो नहीं पा रही.
अरे वो तो सब फिर सबकी ऑडियंस.
लेकिन क्या नहीं मार रहे हैं.
हाँ तो भाई तो हम अलाउ करते हैं तुम लोगों को, तो हमें तोड़ दो.
हाँ मतलब ये लोग
तो लोग नहीं कर सकते.
हमें हल्के में लेते हैं यार. ये कैनेडी जी हैं, हमारी सीसी हैं रावता ई स्पोर्ट्स की. गो चेक हर आउट. ब्लैक कैनरी चैनल है, जाओ चेक करो देखो. अब हम डालेंगे. अच्छा किसके मैच किसका चल रहा है? रुको मैं. हाँ लाउड है Gen.G. Gen.G Loud. Let's see who wins.
तो मैच स्टार्ट हो गया. चलो लेट्स गो.
I will vote Gen.G क्योंकि मैं सोना चाहता हूँ.
Gen.G didn't look fabulous, but the new comp, it's all unknown now. Loud on the attack, Gen.G on the defense. What the hell?
Cryptography is an important tool for protecting our privacy and security. It is used to protect our data from unauthorized access, and it is used to ensure that our communications are confidential.
Definitely want to see them composed and in control. Over towards B. Real confirmations, I mean, other than.
मैं पढ़ता नहीं हूँ कब मेरी है.
आपको आना है.
हाँ.
Good. Okay.
Bye.
Munchkin and Karen posted up here as I say that.
भाई लड़की का नाम नहीं आया, ये आदमी एकदम से भागा. जाके सीजी को सब्सक्राइब कर पहले, फिर कैनरी को चेकआउट करिए. ब्लैक कैनरी नाम है. पहले सीजी को सब्सक्राइब कर फिर.
Trade out for Munchkin can at least keep touch somewhat on this, but again, it's not like QCK is stopping. He's really trying to take a lot of space here. Meteor in him, very close by, but doesn't really make much odds. You're looking at the likes of Munchkin. You're then looking at 2Es. It's kind of, you know, the fight on the fight, but who gets the timing on each other here? And actually, looking at this, Munchkin's got a lot of room. Finally noted by 2Es. Good timing to turn. QCK not going to spot Meteor crossing, and Loud. Very comprehensive pistol there.
And never really in doubt. Trade comes through and Loud able to
देखा
steamroll.
कितना सोचता हूँ तेरे लिए. तू नहीं सोचती मेरे लिए. ये नहीं कि अभी 5,000 रुपए फेंक दे मेरे अकाउंट में ऐसे ही. ऐसे ही डाल दे तो 5,000 रुपए मेरे लिए. जा डीन खर्च कर लेना, मैं कमा रही हूँ. तू सोचती है कभी मेरे बारे में? हाँ? What is this, CG? What is this?
Not often they ever really have to rely on those.
But hey, it's I think seeing the teams that have come out to this, hey, nice.
भेज दे, अब एक नई बोतल भेज दे तू फटाफट,
Did actually take damage from that.
वो वाली.
Seeing the kind of change of the guard, right? Yes, I'd say that Loud are one of the only remaining old gods here. There's very few who've been able to stand out here. Of course, there's roster changes to it, but still, at least having a core who's been to previous events.
पहले.
It's a whole different world this
पहली
year,
बात तो ये.
and I think a lot of teams know it. Right now, Gen.G showing us.
पहली बात तो ये जो तू.
Good little work from Les there. Unfazed by the pressure over towards pushing out B.
कैंसर वाली बात करी. ठीक है. लेकिन कैंसर का क्योर भी तो फिर भेजना. वो तांबे वाली बोतल भेज पहले तू. ठीक है. अब इसके बाद तांबे वाली बोतल तो भेजो. इसके बाद तू पैसे भेज दियो. 1 करोड़ अगर मेरे पास होंगे तो मैं तेरे को क्यों दूंगा, मैं गर्लफ्रेंड को दूंगा ना. कोई गर्लफ्रेंड बन चुकी है तब तक. 1 करोड़ अगर मेरी जेब में होंगे तो.
We'll find a third from his death. There's some early progress towards it, but really much else for Gen.G really to work off of. QCK does catch a glimpse. And a 49 HP though.
तो अपना घुटना पकड़कर 2 बार.
But still, I mean, it's just like in my mind, I don't know what I make.
भाई देख रहे हो कंजूसी, देख रहे हो केंशी भाई कंजूस देख रहे हो. मत कर यार इसको सब्सक्राइब, कंजूस लड़की है यार. एक लैपटॉप लेने को बोला, लैपटॉप नहीं लिया गया इस लड़की से. इसको बोला थोड़ा अच्छे से स्ट्रीम कर ले, कहती है जब 1000 हो जाएंगे तब करूंगी. मैं कह रहा हूँ फेस रिवील कर ले, नहीं मान रही. मैं बोल रहा हूँ बॉटल दे दे, गिफ्ट कर दे. जब इतना सोच रही है कैंसर के बारे में तो बोतल ही गिफ्ट कर देना.
Regionally where Gen.G struggled and where you'd expect a team like Loud and what we know of Loud to really excel.
Oh, Kenshi.
I mean, Loud losing out on clutches.
Bye.
And then losing a map because of it.
जी ये तो मेरे को पता ही नहीं था केंशी.
Little bit of a different look here, Loud. Straight up tube.
ये लोग बिना उसके क्यों जा रहे हैं स्पाइक के.
Flash gonna ring the dinner bell and everyone's in response. That's Sadak the one to succeed there, taking down Meteor. That opens up the map. That causes such an issue. You put Munchkin now on his own basically. If they can hold this, make it a problem. Texture's gonna have to bail him out big here, which maybe he does. It is Texture unless has his eyes away from the prize and Texture with the
CG नंबर है तेरे पास मेरा, भेज दो मेरे को उस पे. जा जी ले अपनी जिंदगी, जब तू भेज ही रही है तो भेज दे. नंबर है तेरे पास मेरा. ठीक है, तेरे पास मेरी वैलोरेंट आईडी है, मतलब तेरे पास मेरा नंबर भी है. जा खुश रहे. तूने मिलवाया, मैंने सब्सक्राइब करवाया तेरा चैनल. ठीक है ना, चुप रहे. भाई देख रहा है केंशी. और केंशी भाई हमारे उस वाले अकाउंट में एडेड है. हाँ रिटायर्ड डेव नहीं हूँ, रिजाइन मारा है. रिटायर्ड डेव नहीं हूँ, एक्स डेव हूँ. अब मैं आगे पढ़ाई करने जा रहा हूँ. I will study something. फिर मैं एक्स डेव कहलाऊंगा.
Sadak the closest at 2 off the null command. Actually, Meteor 2 off his as well with that early orb retrieval.
Job से resign किया था मैंने.
Previous round, Loud walk tube. This time, all right, we'll do the same.
Yeah, Gen.G, yeah, very quick to try and respond to it. QCK already top mid. Quarantine in. I was going to say, in a position to support him there, but Munchkin shuts it down.
Yeah, and I was waiting to see if Tui's actually gets played in further on this, possibly, but. As it stands, this is just scrappy fights. Meteor gonna grab that one, but that felt like a 50-50. 5v3
Fight देखी कैसे ली उसने?
With no real foothold in this map. Losing 2 towards middle gives them very little beyond it. They're gonna have to
decoy के पीछे fight लिया उसने.
Walking into it late. Eyes wide shut, and now Sadak got to be careful.
Game developer.
Here. Again, individual fights.
2 साल में गेम डेवलपर था पहले. ना पता हो तो. For a kind information.
I don't know. This is feeling like it's all in the hands of Tui's, right? Like, how much more can one man do? A great deal, apparently. Tui's can do so much for them. Munchkin now in the undesirable position of having to deal with 3, and his pressure up tube was everything.
Less down at 14 HP, but a 1v3 nonetheless. 70.
तू भी तलवार लगा खेलती है, पता नहीं क्यों मेरे को नहीं पसंद इतनी है तलवार।
Too interested in going for this.
Oh, you look at Less's position.
अरे यार तू मेरा अकाउंट रख ले यार।
You might even catch Less here.
Oh, I'm surprised Less went that far. I kind of thought he'd just maybe hold down by pillar.
भाई कैंची अकाउंट भेजिए सिल्वर 2 पे है तू। अभी पार करता हूँ तेरा अकाउंट आज ही, आज रात में 2 मैच खेल के गोल्ड।
Again, obviously talking about where this lies in the
2 नहीं अकाउंट तो भेज दे यार कैंची यार, सिल्वर पे है तो फिर भेज ही दे, रात में खेलूंगा मैं लेट आफ्टर दिस।
with this being left as an option.
लाइव पे नहीं है खेले में।
To see it.
खूब मारता हूँ, मजा आता है। अरे आजकल तो रहना सीख लिया अब तो।
At least here with a 3-1 scoreline, they're able to keep Gen.G.
सिल्वर में तो बुली करता हूँ मैं, लोग गालियां देते हैं मुझे।
No nonsense.
40 41 41 45। Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, Tui's just doing Tui's things here.
That was very nice. I mean, that's how you basically save a round.
प्री बूस्टिंग सर्विस भाई तू अपने स्कूल में बता दियो, कॉलेज में।
I mean, yeah, they didn't really have control of anything outside of where spawn barriers are, so.
प्री बूस्टिंग क्या? मैं तो मजे करने के लिए करता हूँ, मेरे को मजा करने का मजा आता नहीं जब तफरी करने में।
You got Meteor's ult, but you're not gonna, you know, bring that out now. I feel.
Definitely not now.
No, very.
That was a click.
Clean work.
बहुत दर्द हुआ होगा उसे।
And well, we're going to see the rifle shown off there. So Munchkin, they're going to note his positioning. Not a surprise. I mean, this has been his sight the entire time. That's not going to be a you know, head turner really, but it's going to, if anything, maybe.
हम छोटे लोग हैं भाई।
Commit to this a little harder.
सीजी टेनमेंट तेरे से भी छोटी है रे, आयरन की है वो। उसको क्या बोल रहा है तू? आयरन की है वो। उसका मेन पूछ कहाँ है? आयरन।
See the goal here for Gen.G. Still a little bit of damage on the way in. Lucky a post for the ghost, but
दिन पहले दूसरे टाइप का काम रिव्यू करता था PS2 से अभी अब की और भी क्या 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 लास्ट पार्ट नहीं समझ में आया। दूसरे टाइप का काम रिव्यू करता था वो तक तो समझ गया, CS2 से नहीं समझ में आया मेरे को।
That timing is ridiculous.
It felt like they were pausing for this. Genuinely, and now can they get away with daylight robbery? No. Very well aware of the possibility of them pushing closer towards the entrance, and is very precise.
इनका exploit हो रहा है ये।
Again, Munchkin was really the only one coming in with a rifle for Gen.G this round, so he was the only one expected to do a little more, perhaps. But again, the post plant very difficult to break. Not gonna have.
Oh my God!
Get out of it, Munchkin! Come on now, you're not meant to be doing that.
भाई अगर एज कर लेता ना ये।
It's not meant to even feel that close. A valiant attempt, but it's around.
अरे प्लैट का थंबनेल नहीं लगाती वो कर रही है, क्या कहते हैं, शी इज डूइंग आयरन टू प्लैट इन 100 days, और वो उसके 100 days पता ही नहीं है कहाँ चल रहे हैं, रोज भूल चुकी है वो सब ये। ओह what was that click?
He was not far off. Yes, a sigh of
ठीक है,
relief.
उसको तो भूल जाओ,
Allowed to find their
हमारी प्लैट की प्लेयर है। हाँ मैं रिव्यू क्या मतलब, मैं तो ऐसे मैं आज भी कर सकता हूँ। रिव्यू क्या करता होता है, मैं तो अभी भी करता हूँ, अभी भी कर सकता हूँ ऐसा। मैं तो मूवीज भी रिव्यू करना चाहता हूँ, मूवी ट्रेलर सब कुछ रिव्यू करना चाहता हूँ। रिव्यू करवा लो मुझसे, हम हिंदुस्तानी उसमें अच्छे होते हैं ना। 4 लोग क्या कहेंगे, वो चौथा आदमी मैं ही हूँ। नहीं, चौथे में पहला हूँ मैं। वो हमारे अंदर वो होती है ना, ये 4 लोग क्या कहेंगे, चौथे 4 लोगों में पहला मैं हूँ। मैं तो बोलूँगा तो you can anytime review, ask for review for anything.
And it's going to be Karen on the chopping block, right? Like, how does he handle this pressure? You got presence from both
भाई
sides.
बहुत प्यारा एम किया उसने।
Does he try and just live in the corner?
I mean, Karen seemingly, I'm just looking at the minimap here, it looks like he has a decent reload, but it's Munchkin to find QCK.
Beautiful.
Sadak 60 HP now, has
Mouse
to
pad
retrieve
का
the
review।
spike. Still plenty of time to work with though.
इसका मैट फायर पल्स फायर 1500 रुपए वाले का, इसका रिव्यू तो मैं 1 मिनट में खत्म कर दूं। इसका रिव्यू मैं 1 मिनट में खत्म कर सकता हूं, मेरे को पूरा आइडिया। मतलब मैं पिछले 6 महीने से इसी माउस पैड से खेल रहा हूं, मैंने फिर से मंगाया है इसको। भाई 100 डेज भी क्यों लेने हैं, मुश्किल से 3-4 दिन लगते हैं प्लैट होने में।
risky play as well to go all the way around top mid to that and hope that he didn't cross ahead of it.
Yeah. But yeah, already what I've seen so far, Loud obviously trying to keep
इसका
Gen.G
review
on
तो मैं
red
कर
alert.
सकता हूँ, हाँ,
Somebody's
इसका
gonna
review कर
constantly
सकता हूँ,
pressure
if
up
you want.
balls, be up towards switch, and
I will do a review.
on A.
Let's go. I will do a
Potentially
review for
opening up
this.
the rest of the map for them, but
For precision
Wacky
cloth
now punches
material,
up with a Guardian.
large mouse
Shut down
pad.
QCK on that very mission.
That's a bit naughty,
Done.
that is.
Review done. Let's go.
Oh, Munchkin though, so overwhelmed. Less with a quick shot. And Texture now feeling quite vulnerable. There's a little bit of room that he's not safe in. You can see the response potentially as well. Meteor getting a bit closer. Lakia trying to apply a little bit of pressure. Trying to give him a way out of dodge.
यार मैं कंट्रोल यूज करता हूँ, मैंने फास्ट कभी यूज नहीं किया, तो मेरे को फास्ट का लिटरली आइडिया नहीं है क्या है फास्ट. मैं कंट्रोल यूज करता हूँ.
He can't. Sadak with just a pistol. Gonna put him to bed in a
I guess कंट्रोल और फास्ट में यही डिफरेंस होता होगा, स्लाइडिंग का होता होगा, कुछ प्रिसीजन का होता होगा. इसमें कुछ लिखा है क्या, देखते हैं.
Does he expect two-ease? He does with two-ease. Snappy adjustment. Loud stretching the lead.
Third on the round for him with the Guardian. Loud coming in, definitely disadvantaged there. Yeah, Gen.G may be feeling a little rattled after that one.
प्रिसीजन का तो कंट्रोल ही होते हैं, प्रिसीजन कंट्रोल होते हैं मोस्टली.
Loud, yeah, definitely looking like they're happy to just commit to gunfights and feeling confident that in terms of just
कंट्रोल टाइप होगा ये.
I guess the basic
इसका रिव्यू कर
fundamentals that
सकते हैं
they're
भाई.
gonna win out in some of these
ये हाथ
rounds.
में प्रोडक्ट है तो इसका रिव्यू करा जाएगा. चलो अब तो डन है भाई. भाई केंची ने बोल दिया, अब तो रिव्यू होके रहेगा.
Or anyone else in that regard.
केंची,
A quiet beginning.
we will do this.
Texture, Caron and Meteor.
Now.
I've got to say credit for Caron there. One of the rounds was pretty much his gathering as well. You know, the nice little catch of the cross as well. But
मेरे पिताजी की बर्थडे है, मैं पिताजी को विश करके आता हूँ.
individuals finding that impact.
Sure, I mean,
Everyone?
also for Gen.G, this could just be damage control in the first
Don't worry
half,
about
obviously expecting this composition to be able to deliver and excel when they are able to attack. But
Sure. But there's
again,
going to be a limit.
that feels very risky, especially if it's such a question mark with Loud not showing anything here.
Well, that's the thing. You can't come in with prep for Gen.G, right? There's
No, and
there's no tape on Loud.
if anything, Loud should be in like the upper hand because there's so much tape on Gen.G. They showed everything from the map pool, and yeah, we've seen a little change here, but the fact that Loud aren't really tried and tested from kickoff on Breeze themselves, you kind of then just bring that in as well, it's blank canvas, really.
Yeah, and I think Gen.G might have to learn on the fly, and I think this is a really good test of can they learn on the fly? Is there something they can maybe implement into this game in this half specifically to be able to try and get a grip on Loud here, because Loud's starting to get quite the firm upper hand, and this round feeling very uncomfortable as well for Gen.G, considering they are down to the Sheriffs. I think there's a Guardian there, yes, for Meteor. Is Caron actively playing this? Going to play into the smoke. Yeah, there, he's dead.
Yeah,
there it is. This is site control. They have rotations, but again, this could be a plant pretty quickly. Wall dropped, and now away we go. Texture here. Already, you can note Meteor has drifted up closer as well. This is a tough angle for QCK, actually. He could be overwhelmed here, but fortunately, he's got the boys by his side, and it's comfortable for Loud. Look at this.
No real threat whatsoever. Munchkin. Oh, Steery's got a trip in front of him.
Oh.
Nobody saw. We didn't see that.
We are back.
Gonna kill though? No. It's going to be a flawless coming through here.
भाई सो रहे हैं.
They're sick. Feeling very comfortable in terms of the pace of Breeze so far. And Gen.G
3 लैपटॉप लेने बोल रहा. अभी कौन सा ले हैं? ग्रीन के बाद लैपटॉप है सालों. मेरा नाम मत बदनाम करो.
They're going to need to see a switch up. Maybe in this round, yeah, exactly. Ultimates available here.
बैकग्राउंड बहुत गंदा नहीं तो तुम्हें दिखा देते.
He's going for it, right? If he's willing to stick on this, he's in a bit of danger. Flash will catch, but he's going to be able to retake the angle there, and they are falling off. So now look at where they're starting to commit. Look at the difference. Look at Munchkin is just
charging.
Full W key.
He's going to get hurt.
They haven't turned.
इस दिन रूम टूर कराता हूँ.
Yeah, okay. Oh, it's laboured, but a 1-for-1 trade.
रूम टूर.
I don't know what Gen.G are up to.
ठीक है क्या किसी को?
Loud's texture room, that's nice. That's the spike. That's huge.
Anyone wants a room tour?
In middle though. So
Vlog छोटू सा.
varying fronts, no one's finding comfort. The spike's back in hand. And now Texture trying to control A, but they've lost middle.
हाँ कल करेंगे भाई कल कर देंगे.
Down because there was no structure to support.
कल करेंगे. Obviously कल party भी है.
Back to what is going on?
Really uncomfortable viewing. Yeah, Loud able to just pick Gen.G apart across the map.
Party.
This sort of play
Family get together.
them here on Breeze. Really got anything to set Meteor or Texture in motion on the defensive side here. Munchkin, like I said, was on a mission from the get-go. He was not slowing down. Desperate to look.
Snap भेज रहा हूँ मैं रुक जाओ सालों वो सबको.
The way you said it then, desperate. It felt very desperate. It didn't feel well thought out.
भेजता हूँ मैं लोगों को आज भेजी नहीं थी. स्नैप भेज लें.
Something in favor, but there's no trades coming off it. There's no.
स्नैप जरूरी है. स्नैप जरूरी है बाबू.
They look really lost here, and maybe they don't want to hit another timeout, but they've got to do something.
जेन को समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या करें.
First time we're really seeing this B side tested. No look towards middle from Loud, so this is going to be quite all in if they continue along this path. Already mid can be taken by Gen.G, so hard to fall back away from, but they are. So now do they punish rotations? If you're Loud, you're looking to maybe catch one in middle. You're looking for players out of position, and Texture may be one of them. Sheriff could sing here though. It's not going to hold tune at this point. They fall away towards A, and they're just being drawn around the map.
It's similar to what we saw Loud try and do on Icebox.
Yeah.
Show presence one side and very quickly try and catch rotations or even get ahead of rotations.
Okay.
We'll drift slowly back into a little bit of control here towards bottom mid. Less punishing on the other side though. Finally finds that pick onto Meteor.
ये पे इतना बता जेट है.
No, I thought maybe Lackey had spotted a rifle barrel, but
Sadak, probably the easier target, the most down a little lower. The spam, it works.
Was that completely through the smoke?
I think it was. Okay, now it's getting scary because it's 20 seconds and QCK goes into bailout mode and you've got to keep going. It's 19 seconds and they've got the spike. It's Texture playing bodyguard duty, trying to keep it safe. Pressure from the left, pressure from the right. Counting going to take down Texture and his game on towards the side. Spike should go down.
अगर ये मंचकिन ने क्लच कर दिया भाई.
Munchkin do now. There was a little bit of hope there. There was a heartbeat, a new lease of life, and that has been put down. Less keeps things going. Loud, fully in control here. Gen.G looking
जीत गए भाई. ये Loud जीतेगी. दिख रहा है.
To be honest,
दबा के मार रहे हैं.
There's not enough.
बहुत ही गंदा मार रहे हैं.
To really put either of the power players here, this composition, Texture, Meteor, in a position to really deliver. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Lackey can only really do so much on us over here to put his duelist in.
आज सुबह भी यही हुआ था. हम चाह रहे थे कि जल्दी गेम खत्म हो जाए.
An opportunity scenario to really find anything, but we're not even seeing Gen.G rely on that. To be honest, it
just feels so
it's dry, individual, laboured fights across the map.
तीसरा मैप देखा है मैंने आज सुबह भी. अभी भी.
Oh, they'll lap it up. Tag, okay.
तीसरा मैप.
Texture. Going to note some of this utility potentially, so that could tee him up for some success. They are getting close towards that B site. Munchkin's position, dependent on the judge. Would have support from Caron, but starting to get a little anxious about this. Munchkin. Oh dear, oh dear, oh, it's absolutely atrocious. He's not going to be happy about that. Again, individual fight here. And numbers starting to really favour Loud. 4 standing, make it back to 5. Texture going to catch, I think, through the wall, potentially.
Just off the res, yeah. Standing back on his feet for a second, but immediately shut down.
QCK, with this position, yeah, he's feeling himself. He wants to get ahead. Maybe didn't need to do that. Could have been patient. Deciding he wanted to try and make a bit of a difference. Oh, going to go in now. I don't know how much of the spike that covers. Kalanzine, though, going to feel the scrutiny here. Oh, stunning. Spotting a pixel out of place, and that's Texture dead. Kalanzine looking for the fault, not going to get it. Meteor with the trade, but it's a little late. But now a 2v2. Tap on the spike and the spray. Not going to get what they want here.
Not again.
It's still going.
Not again.
Not again. Oh, there it is. Tui's. This time going to make sure it doesn't go the wrong way.
Too easy, a little bit too easy, boys. Let's go.
For Munchkin. The consideration from Loud. The null command comes through, removes the poison orb. Basically negates any possibility for Munchkin to find value with the judge up close and personal there. on the brink of a 10-2 half here.
Poison's gone. Yeah, this feels like this map pick is a complete and utter shock. Really, that Loud was so prepared for it. Keep in mind, this is Gen.G's pick.
9-3 हो जाता.
Pretty good on their permaban.
लेकिन वो हार मान चुके हैं अगर ध्यान दोगे तो गेम पे उनके.
It's really bizarre. Like I said, this could have been the intention of Gen.G to play damage control in the first half and then really try and run away with this composition in the second, but it's a tall order to work back from 2 rounds.
I don't think 2's enough. You know, I just don't think it is. And prove me wrong. I'd love it. Texture. Thought he might fancy a go of it there. Opted against it in the end. He's maybe going to hear some of these rotations. I think he is. So he's really quite poised in the right place.
Right, he's going to get cleared here.
Ult from quite far away, so he is on his own.
Ooh!
That's what they needed. Get him a third, and maybe there's a little bit of hope.
तीसरा राउंड हो सकता हो दिला दे.
Great deal on that second half, but for now, finally seeing Loud with a disadvantage of numbers. Players in the right place as well.
3v5.
Spike's still heading towards that A site. You can see them waiting patiently. Carol, one of them. Divide gonna come in. Oh, Counting the combo with that is just rotten to handle. Texture still trying to be pivotal to the outcome because Loud are clawing this one back. He's down to a 3v3 now, and he's just out of it, and Les gonna lap
How
that
are
up.
they flipping this?
I don't know, but Meteor just right up in between them now, surrounded on both fronts. Tries to take a fair fight, but there's nothing fair about that. Munchkin now just too late to the party. Tries, and actually might do a little bit of chip damage to Tui's here if he doesn't get himself out of danger. And Tui's taking a lot of damage from
Both
this.
of them.
That's a little surprising as Munchkin now ready for it, gets it. He gives them the tiniest of margins. 3 rounds, Mike. I don't know if it's enough.
They'll have to have something crazy to execute here in the second half, but they said the margin is so small for error. It's a team like Loud who just look, I mean, they've come out of map one looking pissed off.
Yeah, they do.
Like they're happy to just dig their heels and commit to these engagements. Nothing really too special or much flair to Loud's gameplay.
Simplistic.
Either. Very simplistic.
But
It's what you'd
well drilled.
expect with this composition coming out.
Yeah, very vintage, classic.
1v2 था चलो ट्राई कर लिया.
Nice pull of rotations, but as I said, nothing that's going to change the world.
पिछला राउंड हारते ही देखना तुम.
Rounds. That is a lot to pull back from. They're going to have to really pull
मैं नहीं चाहता हारे.
that second half.
लेकिन मैं जेन को सपोर्ट भी नहीं कर सकता. Gen.G को. Gen.G को सपोर्ट भी नहीं कर सकता मैं गलती से.
They've not played this map the entire kickoff, and Gen.G they picked it against Mimi. Do you think they walked into a trap, perhaps?
I mean, I think they walked
मैं तो
into
Valorant को भी
the
ना
aim
करूं.
test map, and thus far they
लेकिन
have
it's okay.
not passed the aim check. Loud's players have been looking so good individually, and I mean, I think they were clearly spending some time practicing this one. They are playing the default comp. They're doing the boring stuff, but the protocols looked good. Everything you expect from this Loud squad, they were showing on first.
Yeah, exactly. And on the other side, we saw a Gen.G that was over-pushing time and time again. As
How
you're
many
saying,
times
I
did
hate
Munchkin just sprint down B main like a psychopath?
Yeah, exactly. Time and time again. And the duos are so isolated one from the other. Loud had to do minimum work to get the...
भाई इसको हर बार टॉय पकड़ा जा रहे हैं नए-नए हाथ में.
I saw no apparent impact from the Euro. I don't know about you guys, but you know, in EME...
Loud पुरानी खिलाड़ी नहीं. Loud एनी की टीम है.
Yeah.
नॉर्थ अमेरिका की टीम है. ब्राजीलियन अमेरिका वो नॉर्थ अमेरिका की मतलब साउथ अमेरिका अमेरिका की है. है ना? तो उसमें मान ले तो ये मतलब उनका काफी प्ले स्टाइल काफी अच्छा है मतलब. They have a really good play style. अगर गेम्स में कॉम्स को छोड़ दे, कॉम्स नहीं बोले, अगर स्ट्रैटेजी सीखनी है ना, स्ट्रैटेजीज हो गई और एम के बारे में सीखना है ना, तो इनसे सीखो. नॉर्थ अमेरिकन इन सब से सीखो. देखो अमेरिकन टीम से सीखेगा और मतलब एनए की टीम और ईएमई है ना, ईयू की टीम, इनसे सीखेगा. एम और स्ट्रेटेजी दोनों बहुत अच्छी सीख जाएगा.
Let's see the first few rounds, and then I'll either overreact or say I told you so.
Look, like, I'm the play-by-play caster here. Let me be the one to overreact. Excuse me? Texture just came pounding in, and he's still alive. Okay, not for long. Well, that was short-lived. And that's, oh god.
लो पूरी टीम खत्म हो गई.
What is going on? Munchkin's a mile away from being relevant to the outcome of this round now. Spike is so deep in enemy territory. And this round was pivotal. This was the only one that could, like, if you lose this, I'm going to be honest, the odds become near on insurmountable and loud.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a shame. Pissed around as an indicator here. It looks like Gen.G have worked on a couple of maybe, you know, geeky executes around this Yoru, but I just don't think we're going to have enough rounds to see him, to be honest. Texture looks like he TPs into sight there, but unable to really string anything together with Meteor, and Loud just absolutely dismantle them.
Yeah, he knows it, dude. You see a little smile starting to come on Sad.
Kaide, Som, Scream, Shazam.
Very early. I think this is the difference of having tape and
एने में कौन आता फिर?
to a massive extent and completely walk into a
एने में Tarek, Ten, Shroud, Shazam, Kaide, Som ये सारे इधर ही हैं, ऊपर नीचे ही बगल है ना. इन सालों की पिंग देखो. मजा आता है, जलन होती है भाई इन लोगों की पिंग देख के. वो जेन पहले ही गिव अप कर चुके हैं साहब भाई, हो गया उनका. They have given up.
Cadian's clip. This isn't how it goes. You know, this isn't it. It's not Mirage, right? Do you believe Meteor is the one? You think he's gonna what?
No, I think they're gonna walk into Lester's crosshair.
But they make it out alive.
It's on the first one.
Then what happens in the story?
तीन क्या आती है?
This is it. They followed that up. It was
really
good. Like this.
Like Texture actually almost finding on the backside. Cow and Zine. Well, let's find one. Munchkin will fall, but the plant should come through here.
36?
Gen.G an opportunity to
36 हाँ minimum 36.
Texture don't jump onto that, but that's fun attack. That's down to 24 now. Able to stabilize a little bit.
Timing for Caron as well here. Okay, Lucky, that's not bad. Here we go. Yeah, okay. See, if you'd followed up, if you'd committed to the bit, Michael, this could have been quite outstanding. Considering we are now down to a 2v3, and Lucky is still hitting with the classic. Dewey's left reeling with the Bulldog. This has gone any other way than he expected. What a ridiculous round, and Gen.G. He can catch
Classic to मार रहा है
You
लड़का.
still had to get past Caron. You still had to get past Texture, and you don't have a chance at it. Time to back away, try and keep that Bulldog in hand. What a turn of events here. Gen.G, they're not out of it yet.
See actually what the knock-on effect of that is. Now, I don't think saved enough to really get SMGs or comfortably get anything back into this, but I mean, lucky double D's got. Definitely the Gen.G.
Gotta be.
Hitting a little different there from range.
Oh
yeah. Was that a right click? I couldn't actually see the ammo counter, but it was a right click. Beautiful. Love to see those.
Okay, one Bulldog. Sheriff. A couple of classics. Oh. Texture. There we go. Okay, Gen.G getting fired up here. And they make it to 5.
ये push होता है भाई, मेरे को ये push पसंद है.
But takes a fair bit himself. So yeah, Texture's just been let off the leash, hasn't he? Really? So go frag. Go.
थोड़ी जान बाकी है लड़कों में.
Get the game going.
Now, we did see that on Icebox as well. The first round that Gen.G actually won. We saw what Loud call a timeout at 4-2 to their advantage to try and slow down the momentum of stringing together a couple of pacey hits. Well, Gen.G going to try and repeat that here on Breeze. They definitely need to. A 6-round deficit soon to maybe be 5.
Yes, भाई.
Yeah.
Go on, find us. All right.
Ace.
That's how you get warmed up.
Those are the momentum builders.
Ascent है फिलहाल तो अगला मैच. देखते हैं कैसा खेलेगा.
Purchase here, but it won't be anything.
They will be on Ascent. Let's see.
No ultimates at
how he plays, how he does.
Gen.G on the brink of a blade storm. Texture already taking control of this second half, and QCK unfortunately just face plants into the bricks. Able to get away from that, but with the purchase here, you do favour Gen.G.
When do we? It's early. I'm asking. Wow.
कह रहा enjoy कर लेते हैं जाते जाते.
Yeah. They're mapped to the good. That'll be all right. Maybe. It's not scary yet. Loud still have a 5-round buffer. Is just ripping them apart, and as our Gen.G. This guy has.
मैंने chat पे ध्यान दिया 2 मिनट किस skill मिस हो गई हाँ. वहाँ भी जेट या कोई टीम में एजेंट चेंज आएगा. स्मोक्स में आना चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से. अभी नया जो एजेंट आएगा उसकी वजह से स्मोक्स वाले जो कंट्रोलर है कंट्रोलर क्लास चेंज हो जाएगी पूरी. सुनने में आ रहा है कि मतलब वो मर जाता है तो ज्यादा अच्छा है. I guess revive उसकी revive ability तो है. बाकी देख के पता लगेगा क्या है क्या नहीं है. इसी में तो रिलीज है.
But a beautiful continuation of this pace by Gen.G.
देखते हैं.
You can see Loud just get absolutely sucker punched. To be honest, completely caught off guard.
And it was almost so disrespectful how confident he was at getting in there. Like 1, I was like, oh, fair play.
Well,
2?
Again, seeing, I believe Sanak flashed up behind yellow there.
Yeah.
Was that off Meteor, or is that maybe a high flash from himself? And, you know, Gen.G get ahead of that utility?
Hoping we can see it again here if possible.
हाँ नाम तो क्लोव है.
Stun set up here for texture. Oh, it was just the stun.
लेकिन
Yeah, it was the stun that caught.
The snake bite landed.
क्या मतलब कैसे स्मोक्स डेव ने बोला है कि एग्रेसिव स्मोकर है. एग्रेसिव स्मोक्स क्या होती है मेरे को समझाओ. मेरे लिए एग्रेसिव स्मोक्स मेरे को तो ओमेन भी एग्रेसिव स्मोकर लगता है. कैसे खेलना है उसके साथ. हाँ एग्रेसिव स्मोकर नहीं है मतलब उसकी टीपीज जो है वो थोड़ा रीपोजिशनिंग टूल अच्छे हैं.
Exactly that. And a second attempt for Munchkin there. Gonna note Kaunzine spotted him on the first attempt, and a pace change completely here. Gen.G shifting gear, a lot slower, a lot more curious across the map. Maybe looking for those adjustments, looking for those changes. Because they've been somewhat in their face, almost brash about it, and it worked really well, but looking to identify the adjustments from Loud. Maybe tube the next port call of at least a few of these.
TP देख लबायर कहाँ लगी है.
And there's the ult.
Actually, 3 players up tube here from Gen.G.
Are they trying to catch him? Are they almost hurting them back here as well to an extent, right? Like, Loud is sitting deep on this. They don't want to get caught, so the site will now go to Gen.G, right? Like, that's just a straight exchange. So now the problem is QCK, belting shot towards Texture, who has been an animal in the last couple of rounds. Can anyone else from Gen.G step up? You still have the likes of Caron here, who has been known for those clutching capabilities, but pressured out of position and nowhere ready to go. Loud starting to flex a little on the retake as Meteor now left on his own towards yellow hit, towards the back of sight. Gonna note the footsteps, spot the player, and the white swing, it works to an extent. Tease up Kaunzine.
Lakia does have the Hunter's Fury here, but certainly in terms of the clock, it doesn't feel comfortable.
कैसे क्या एग्रेशन आएगा क्या और येलो.
Lakia now, you can see him shaking his head. Doesn't feel comfortable about committing to it. Will have to concede an 11th round to Loud, who just peel away from this so quickly. Gen.G almost left, you know, wondering what to do with a free site.
And I kind of like what Loud were up to, right? This is lovely, but it's more how they almost held back utility for this sort of play, right? Completely clearing their way back through perfectly, understanding that they can't hold it frontline, so play it on the retake.
Well, look at the comparison. Coming out of the previous Sanak's like, yeah, I mean, we just got overwhelmed. There's nothing we can do from behind yellow there. This is the other side of the coin. Loud, once again, happy to concede space. We saw the same thing on Icebox as well. A good read on what Gen.G wanted to do. And now with a much more comfortable scoreline, they have a few more rounds to figure it out, should they need to. Gen.G definitely slowed things down for the first few rounds. Bladestorm, Hunter's Fury to work with. Comfortable in the purchase other than texture, but...
They've been trying to be quiet about this, patient about it, beautiful control and a beautiful follow-up. Can't quite make it a third, but the damage is done. Early information.
Loud ne to. They want to go for the third map.
Munchkin Meteor. don't really have a big foothold anywhere on the map here, Mike.
Yeah, a little awkward on the spacing. Gen.G punished for it. They'll find themselves in a 3v4. I mean, Loud elsewhere. It's only really going to be GEN.G that's going to get any audio cues here, but the rest of the utility from less in position to really spell out what this post plant will look like. Gen.G commit to the spike. In 30 seconds left, GEN.G already in the back lines.
Oh, this could be criminal. This could be criminal. So little safety.
Oh, no.
Munchkin, that's a heartbreaking moment there. GEN.G closing in. He's going to say bye-bye, Larkia. And now Meteor having to find something, no value to be had as Munchkin now. After what was a moment possibility that slipped through his fingertips there. He's going to be kicking himself on that one.
It's a round-winning moment there for Munchkin.
क्या किया ये?
Just too many targets to shoot at. A little bit of a fumble, but this will be Loud on 12 now. I said Gen.G were comfortable in the purchase, but now no room for error. Has to be flawless from here on out.
Pros कितना प्रेशर में है और क्या हगा है? और प्रोज हकते हैं, प्रो सब हकते हैं. वो जो if you are seeing few clips की वो अच्छा खेल के आया तो those are only few things.
It's so difficult.
10-50 में से एक दो निकलती हैं वो.
And it would have been a small lifeline, bearing in mind that Gen.G were working uphill, to say the least. This has been an incredibly hard game to come back from. That first half was not good. They're probably not very happy with it. Second half started off with a bang eventually, but then somewhat slowing down. Losing a little bit of that spark to it. VCT looking to take heads. As Texture creeps closer up middle, but he's alone. This is a solo somewhat endeavor. Yes, with a little bit of utility help from Caron, but that's about it.
See how quickly Sadak's over here to try and support GEN.G and QCK. So holding on to the backside of Nest as well. I think almost there with Lakia jump spot and is trying to put Texture in a position to punish that operator. Loud, pretty well equipped for it.
Knife probably caught 3 there, or 2 at the very least, I think. And now the pressure's starting to come towards the site. 3 through middle, 2 through flash there. Sadak goes in, gets handled though. 1-for-1 trade out. Texture still alive. Gonna let Meteor work his way in. Here's gonna be
बहुत कमाते हैं पागल. बहुत.
To try and clear, and less making himself the problem. Good trade for Meteor, but he needs a bit more. Plant gonna come down, and they still haven't fully cleared site yet.
GEN.G's still here.
And that's okay, Lark. Yeah, fair enough. That's the kill you're gonna get. No worries. Didn't expect that one. But QCK's position might be unraveled. Munchkin this time should be good for it.
Munchkin will have heard that drop. Was baiting up here with the wall. A crucial kill for him, and it's a freebie. QCK falls. 2E's now left to try and recover.
Nice.
Back here to seal the deal. 7th on the board now.
कुछ दिखा?
Need another couple to break the money. Loud able to still purchase comfortably.
हम भी बनने की तैयारी कर रहे हैं. वो भी बनने की तैयारी कर रहे हैं भाई.
Counterbalance that a little bit. Leave 2E's in a position to anchor here, because Gen.G have slowed things down. There's an opportunity for Loud to maybe exploit that.
तो उसके लिए मेरे को मतलब इनवाइट होना पड़ेगा ना. लोग इनवाइट करेंगे तभी तो कर पाऊंगा मैं. कैसे अपने मैच वो करने लग जाऊं मैं, कमेंट्री करने लग जाऊं अपने मैचेस की.
No, definitely not the same pace.
किसी थर्ड पर्सन का होना चाहिए ना.
Looking to maybe deal with QCK, yeah. They've been noting that jump spot that you've mentioned just that round prior, but that has been a constant. This time punished by Texture with the operators, not able to kind of do that same presence in middle, but look at this. On the other side of the map over by Elbow, GEN.G going to spot one. That could actually cause a little bit of confusion almost. For Loud, do they continue to commit to being close? They're going to be both spotted, surely. They've got to make a run for it too. He's got to get out of danger. Texture trying to close the gap a little. GEN.G does find Munchkin, so the backline worry should be gone. Ult going to come in and Meteor plays ahead! Big pick towards 2E's. But again, they didn't expect Sadak so close by. That flash, does it bank in? I think it might do. But the plant is in, and they are going to sit deep on this.
Flash, देखो ना.
Tricky position for Loud to try and recover from. Actually, got a tag onto Caron here, so some of that utility outplay for the time being. A miss from Texture, 39 HP.
The timing isn't going to be great now. They've got to get back to having that presence on the spike, and Sadak with a great read, but Lucky with greater positioning. Gonna catch Kaunzine. Another tap on the spike, and now it's gonna get so difficult for Sadak. One in front, one to the side, and no time to play with. It's 8 for Gen.G. Step by step.
भाई अगर ये कमबैक कर रहे हैं, अगर ये कमबैक कर रहे हैं, it's something.
Now starting to struggle just a little bit.
And timeout has been called for it.
To see the timeout at this point. The last few rounds, been saying they've had rounds to play with. If the investment comes here, there's a chance for Gen.G to really turn up the heat here.
Yeah, this is when it gets fun, isn't it?
Yep.
Because you might get... I want to add into this as well. We've got 2 ults already on deck. We've got Meteors and Munchkins. Then you have Lucky not too far away too for his. So these are big ults, you know, round.
भाई बंदे ये हिंदू को बहुत मानता है ये. ओम साई मेरे को क्यों लगा उसने ओम साई लिखा हुआ है. साधक है वो, उसका नाम साधक है इन गेम, लेकिन है अर्जेंटीनियन है, अर्जेंटीनियन प्लेयर है वो. साधक ये मैं तो ऐसे भी देख सकता हूँ भाई. सोच रहा ऐसे देख लो यार थोड़ी देर.
With absolutely no margin for error. Is there enough Gen.G to really fall back on? I mean, now you've removed the operator. Maybe there's not as much of a requirement to find out players like QCK, dig them out of spots.
तुम लोग भी देखो, मैं भी देख रहा हूँ.
See what the adjustment
सही है ना ये पोज भी.
coming out of this.
इस कान से निकालना पड़ेगा.
Tempered purchase. They're trying to keep. I mean, play their cards very close to their chest.
So your danger players, Less, Sadak, and Tui. Tui's no armor. Keep in mind.
भाई loud में है वो.
Less and Sadak are your heavy hitters.
Sadak.
Actually.
KO.
Yeah, I was gonna say Less is utility now. Flash sets QCK in motion, but.
तुम्हारी चैट भी दिख रही है, मुझे दिख रही है. देखो, let me do this. हाँ. अब चैट और अच्छे से दिख रही है. सही है यार, ये भी सेटअप सही है ऐसे. मस्त. हाँ, थके हुए हैं दिन भर की स्ट्रीम से.
Did you miss him? You
absolutely did.
So now Kaunzine's been let off.
What? He's rechecking it.
Oh, the guy's just texture.
And it's at the perfect time. He was about to shoot Karen in the
भाई
back.
देख रहे हो?
That feels almost.
But he did. Karen's down to 5 HP.
I don't know how he felt that time. Maybe hearing a step, but it felt like he was already on that trajectory. So now QCK fancies another bite of the cherry, but he's going to miss the window. They're already heading away from here, but they're hurting them. 3 players going to be waiting on that B site. Sadak only has a classic though again, but the rest have rifles.
A little bit of a misread here from Gen.G Loud.
भाई misread बहुत गंदा है ये.
Maybe be in a position to punish this.
Can they still be so diligent about it? It gets so dangerous, right? The slow, oh my word, too. He's going to isolate Meteor. That's great. Held at the door, 30 seconds now. They're starting to run low on time, and there's no fallback plan because look at the flank. He pulled the trigger on the first, which I'm surprised by, but it's an issue. They have to clear him somehow. They just have to run. You can't stop. There is no stopping now. And QCK, a little short on the day there, just to, needs to, there we go. Does get it through. Spike gonna go down. Nothing should be able to stop that here. Karen's gonna try and buy some time for this. Oh,
it's all coming apart.
Guy Loud जीत गई.
Problems. Now it's down to 2. Texture. Oh my God! A chance! A glimmer of hope! Can he hold on to it? Can he do it for his side? Keep them in this game. Oh, a snap! Cheese. The one to break him in
Let's go. Third map in the win.
in this matchup.
Background में mix.
There's a world there.
मतलब नहीं समझा मैं. Background में mix का मतलब नहीं समझा रे.
After that collapse.
Background में mix का मतलब क्या हुआ?
Loud able to close things out. 13-8. It's that first half. Too dominant in my eyes. Gen.G maybe feeling a little, I guess, apprehensive to really commit
Background
to
में
some
mix.
of the.
आ गया मैं वापस आ गया ऊपर आ गया.
Unable to get it really going in the second half, and a shame
अब
really.
सही है ना?
Wow, I mean, the question mark of Breeze all settled now.
But now
भाई मिस ना होता तो मजा आ जाती है. राउंड में मजा आ जाती. हार चुकी है जिंदगी में. लाउड जीत जाएगी। छोड़ रे। शुरू में बाल दिख रहे थे बस, मतलब नहीं समझा मैं। When?
फिनिशेस 21 किल्स उन्होंने सोलो बटोरे हैं। तो टेक्सचर वाज सो फैंटास्टिक, एंड में ही जस्ट नीडेड टू बाय सम टाइम। उनको लगा वो ऑपरेटर से जो है सामने प्लेयर को फिनिश ऑफ कर देंगे, बट
ये हमारे इंडिया वाले वो है।
लाउड को
आराम से बैठ जाओ वापस
स्कोर लाइन में वो
भाई, आराम से बैठने में तो ये है भाई, आराम से ऐसे करो हल्का सा ऊपर। हाँ अब इसका इस कान से निकाल दो, हो गया भाई। हाँ बताओ क्या चल रहा है। शेर
अपनी टीम का जो मोमेंटम है वो
हवा में उड़ रहा होता हूँ मैं, जस्ट बिकॉज़ ऑफ पीसी ऊपर, ये पीसी ऊपर होता है ना।
साथ नहीं दिया जब तक
पीसी नीचे कर दूंगा तो ढंग से नहीं आएगा।
राउंड के अंदर इतना डिफरेंस बना
पीसी ऊपर रखो
दैट इवन इफ दे यूज 4 consecutive rounds they still
आराम से ऐसे बैठे हो।
और जानते हैं हम लाउड की कैपेबिलिटीज, स्पेशली ब्रीज पर इतना ज्यादा चैलेंजिंग उन्होंने।
भाई मैं ऐसे एक दिन बैठ के खेल रहा था, पता है केंची भाई।
इट वाज रियली नॉट एक्सपेक्टेड
भाई इट वाज
लाउड टू मेक इट दैट चैलेंजिंग। हाउएवर बहुत सारी चर्चाएं शैडो इसमें करने वाली हैं।
ये रॉबिन शैडो है।
चर्चाएं और भी बहुत सारी करेंगे। वी विल ब्रेक डाउन द राउंड एंड ऑल द राउंड्स, बट आफ्टर दिस शॉर्ट लिटिल ब्रेक।
भाई ऑफिशियल वो है, ठीक है ना। ओ हेलो दादा ऑफिशियल पार्टनर है वो, ऑफिशियल पार्टनर है हिंदी के, ठीक है ना। उन्हीं से मेरे को परमिशन मिली है हिंदी की, लेकिन मैं तो वॉच पार्टी कर रहा हूँ। मैं तो कुछ भी बोल रहा हूँ, मैं तो रैंडम शिट मैं बोल सकता हूँ। मैं क्या कमेंट्री करेगा उनकी अगर उन्होंने ये किया तो, पर क्या कमेंट्री दे सकते हैं उन्होंने। अगर लास्ट राउंड अच्छा वो क्लच कर सकते थे, अगर वो क्लच करता तो एक अच्छा मैच देखने को मिलता, बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा। लेकिन फिर भी लाउड ने काफी जोर बनने की कोशिश करी, लेकिन जहां पे हमें दिख रहा था कि 9-2 का हाफ होने वाला है, 10-2 का हाफ होने वाला है, वहां उन्होंने थोड़ी मेहनत करी, लेकिन अंततः वो मेहनत काम ना आई। नहीं अच्छे नहीं मैं भी करता हूँ, जब मेरे को करनी होती है, लेकिन मेरे को और अच्छी करनी सीखनी है, और अच्छी करनी सीखूंगा मैं। भाई मेरे को ऐसा फील आ रहा है ये चेयर टूटने वाली है, और अगर ये चेयर टूट गई कसम से मेरे लंके लग जाएंगे। लो आवाज क्यों नहीं आ रही?
More. Like 3?
It was like a 9-3.
Yeah, it was like 6. It was like an 8-13, right? Like coming in
Forced
from a 3.
है
I'm so
Forced
happy
ये है
to count.
Analyst and race.
I'm working on it.
You can
I've
go.
really
Yeah,
been working on it.
carry on.
No, that's the highest I can go.
सस्ती वाली है रे, ऑफिस चेयर है 6000 वाली।
All right, well, they got more than 6 rounds, so I feel like, you know, maybe kind of a fake comeback.
गेमिंग चेयर नहीं है रे, गेमिंग चेयर होती तो फिर तो भाई बैकग्राउंड साफ करके दिखाता मैं रोज। गेमिंग चेयर है मेरे पास, गेमिंग चेयर है, फिर तो मैं ये दिखाता गेमिंग चेयर है मेरे पास। हरा सब कुछ बैकग्राउंड साफ करता मैं, बट मेरे को ये चेयर ज्यादा कंफर्टेबल लगती है। आई डोंट नो भाई, मतलब आदत सी हो गई है ये कह लो।
Very crazy rounds that might have given us that feeling of that fake comeback.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the rounds they were
भाई
winning were
cute
off of
भी
the
है भाई वो।
individual stuff, off of the players.
Cute मतलब in the sense तू समझा नहीं यार।
Crazy with the multi-kill.
समझा?
Texture in particular was looking ridiculous for most of that second half.
भाई नई बात करनी है, गंदी बात नहीं करनी है यार।
The normal comp that everyone plays for a reason.
Analyst पे नजर डालना हम लोग।
Round on the attacking side when you're playing against him. The Viper is great first off. Tui's by the way.
Yeah.
Really slotting into the role that Les has owned this entire year.
कितने की बेची तूने?
Incredible, right?
और किसकी थी?
This guy in Americas, I feel like is the new slept-on player for Loud. It's like he's the next one down the totem. Ospas was talked about, so no one talked about Les. Now Les is talked about, so no one talks about Tui's. But Tui's as well has just been a
कितने
really
की
consistent
बेची?
player.
Whose fault is that?
For what? Only talking about
No,
Les? That's on me.
Ascent है भाई अब.
Like Les.
We'll see what Les can do and Tui's can do on the next map, because Ascent is going to be that map when we're finally going to see QCK play something that isn't the Jet Bear.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
I mean, that
are
is
we?
what exactly that
We
is
will.
the question. Maybe we see some changes coming into. We were talking about a very short
ये तो
window of time
Madrid
before
की
coming
है.
into this tournament, so we can anticipate that. No, but hey, honestly,
Spanish
I said,
बोलती है
you know,
mainly.
at least we know what Les is going to be playing in Breeze, and I clearly didn't know. So what do I know anymore?
That's true. So this is the map where Loud is playing what they've kind of made to be their standard throughout the kickoff in Americas, where they're running this Breach Phoenix composition that no one else is playing. They were playing it on this map.
ये Secretlab की थी.
It's the weakest showing of this idea.
ये
Like we mentioned
Soul
earlier,
Green.
EG counter strategy. The way they
Green
did
Soul
that
की
on their
किसकी थी?
defense, a lot of using
थी
two
किसकी ये
Ovens,
पूछना चाहूँगा.
constantly spamming and pressuring mid, and also
Main
being very
तो.
proactive to re-clear that space. This comp relies on getting mid control on your attack side, then splitting into sites. If you try and strong take through main without dive, 9 times out of 10, you're getting destroyed by stall utility and losing the round. So I'm really interested to see if they take the risk in going back to this comp, or if maybe they try something new and like go back to the default comp, because I think that's also an option.
Exactly. Stalling utility, it has like double effect on them, because they do not have, they're lacking all of that mobility and all of that explosiveness into sides. 1-3-1, as she's saying, on the attack is going to be the common thing, and at the same time, they do not have a sentinel of their own to be covering on the defense. So the same thing that Gen.G struggled with.
Green Soul की तूने 8,000 में बेच दी.
When it comes to the defense and that mid part of the map, I think that if Gen.G is able to spot that weaknesses and come back a little bit also mentally for what happened on Breeze, maybe, you know, this could go their way.
Yeah, Gen.G's a team who I think definitely will have been watching those VODs and have looked at how EG managed to best this comp, likely expecting to see it in play here. They're a team that has really good fundamentals, is solid on their attack at playing the slow mid-round setup, right? I mean, that's the defense solution. On attack, you just kind of have to feel out where these flashes are, bait out util, and not lose out to these strong retakes. But let's spin that around. Those are some of the downsides of this comp. Well, then why the hell is
Tarek ली थी.
Because the amount of flashes
सेल पे 4 महीने में बेच दी. भाई मेरी जान, मेरे जिगर के छल्ले, तूने मेरे को क्यों नहीं बताया? You could have told me. तब तक हम मिले नहीं होंगे. I guess.
You're giving up a sentinel and you're giving up the dive to do that. What comp do they choose? Oh my God!
Wait,
well, everything goes down.
It's not Jet. It's not Jet, but it's also not the Phoenix.
Okay, so they're still playing Breach. They're playing Viper still, but they've locked in the Yoru instead.
Oh, Yoru क्या कर रहा है भाई? Loud hello?
This is basically the same comp. You still have flashes, they're equivalent of curveball, but now you actually get dive with
better
it.
flashes.
Yeah.
You also have a lot of mobility. Maybe they think they know that we're going to be playing on the Phoenix. They might be playing to cancel those orbs, to maybe, you know, deny that's ults coming online all the time, and maybe to twist some things around, because everybody has seen us playing this Phoenix.
To me, this fixes the primary issue that this composition has. It adds the dive into the mix. Loud are so good at cooking things up, at having creative comps. I'm so excited to get into this.
I can't wait to get into it either. Sadak has been cooking. And on the other side, though, if Gen.G can pull this off, and HyperX, it will be a tremendous effort and an upset.
यार मैं ले लेता रे.
Right, Sue, and I think at
मजाक नहीं, मजाक से हटके. I guess अच्छी होती है.
Breeze being in the mix, it's a
Let's
bit
see
weird.
क्या होता है.
You know, Icebox close.
Last map पे.
If you can beat Loud here, and they've adjusted the comp that a lot of the people had issues with, and they still come out on top.
Sure.
तांबे को बोलता भाई बिजनेसमैन ही रहता है. बिजनेसमैन ही रहता है. बिजनेस के बारे में सोच रहा है तू अपने.
Some of the main issues with that Phoenix now.
तेरे वो अच्छा वो शॉट बनाना है क्या वो वाला?
Alongside Kaunzi and QCK.
ये मेरे सब्सक्राइबर ने भेजी मेरे को तांबे की बोतल. एक भेजा गिफ्ट. चलिए देखते हैं इसमें क्या है. OMG इसमें तो बोतल है. उसने देखा कि मैं वैसे बोतल से पानी पीता हूँ, तो उसने मेरे को ऐसी बोतल गिफ्ट कर दी. Oh my God.
Not mad about it at all.
भाई अगर फिर तो मेरे को तांबे की बोतल नहीं, मेरे को लोटा चाहिए यार वो वाला जो सदगुरु के पास जैसा नहीं है पीने के लिए पानी. मेरे को तो वो चाहिए. समर्स में वो निकाल लेता हूँ मैं वैसे भी.
Oh, the swing! That flash to the swing was fantastic. Lakia is incredible to at least trade that back into touch. But at this point, Gen.G have already got side control, right? So Plant's going to come down. Bit of a strange exchange in middle. But also look at Lucky's
पीतल कहाँ भाई? देखा है कि नहीं देखा? दिखाऊंगा मैं.
Did note that QCK was chasing him, but now in a position.
His timings.
Yeah, to cause an issue back towards short. QCK trying to deal with.
Good paranoia.
The door on the way back through, yeah. Slowing things down, but you noted it before. Look at Lakia now.
It's got to get there in time because Munchkin's fallen, maybe very late, but I guess the plant is for it, right? Look at the plant position. That's perfectly placed for it. Karen's done really well here. Texture trying to keep their attention. QCK wins the fight. Now we got to look at that
ये मैच आज हो रहा है. ये स्ट्रीम के बाद ही दिखा पाऊंगा यार.
QCK over-delivering, overdoing it, and Karen's getting in it. The Clutch King himself gonna pull this one off.
या कल की स्ट्रीम में दिखाता हूँ. खुद की स्ट्रीम में दिखाऊंगा यार. यार खुद की स्ट्रीम तो कुछ 2-3 दिन है ही नहीं.
From Gen.G.
F.
I just think the whole time there, Lakia is the one to really throw a spanner in the works, but dealt with very quickly. Beautiful aggression from Loud to come out here. It's actually QCK's flash to open things up initially. He finds 3 on the round here, but forced into a very tricky position. Try and stick through this first half to fuse. Gen.G pissed around on the board.
क्या? किसका कौन सा कीबोर्ड यूज कर रहा हो? जीके. ये देख. My keyboard.
See what resistance there is here. Only noting one as Sadak to drift away from main.
यार रुको यार तुम्हारे लिए बैकग्राउंड सही करता हूँ
comes through from Loud.
रुको तुम कैम बंद करने दो बैकग्राउंड सही करके तुम्हें दिखाता हूँ आज. खोलने दो मेरे कान. मैच देखो तब तक. Gen.G ना जीत जाए. अरे तुम बहुत लेटा दी हो बे. तुम ज़्यादा कैजुअल पोजी में ले आए हो बे मेरे को तुम.
So many Sadak and less though. Finding value from the door and now Texture feeling a little bit picture. The shots aren't clean. Loud turning this one back on its head. And Munchkin
they're both locked out in main.
Yeah, they're both at the same spot. This is rough. The HP is really low though, and Gen.G just need to try and weather this one out. Les doesn't have the HP to play with, but he does get himself a nice little upgrade here, so could do well. He knows it's coming though. He's read that. Oh, he couldn't read that one though. A really nice attempt and made it very costly.
Touch and go for a moment there.
Yeah.
I think with 2Es falling when he did it, if there was a smoke coming up or any possibility to cut sight lines here. Obviously noting the fragment and the nano swarm still available for Munchkin and Meteor, so. Yeah, Loud definitely making things work. Like I said, Sadak swinging back through 1 HP and finding a kill. Some damage done. Obviously, Gen.G be suffering from that. Just 2 guarded. Well, actually now Meteor rifle in hand as well. The Sheriffs to round out the purchase.
Doesn't feel
अच्छा लगा. जो भी मैं चला रहा हूँ, that's much better.
I want to see what they can do with it really.
क्योंकि वो था उसका. ये है उसका क्या कहते हैं?
Pace change very quick to this. Sadak is going to get the drop on them, sure, but does get to keep away with his life. 2He's going to try and post the paranoia. Texture's ahead of it though, and Sadak's going to check him. Just straight body check him on the corner. Texture's going to go down. Nice still underhand. Flash again, still stalling out here. Costing them a great deal. Sadak is being a nuisance.
तो ऐसे ही दिखा दिया. ये मैं कैजुअली लेटा हूँ. मैं तो लेटा ही हूँ भाई. लेटा हूँ. मजा आ रहा था भाई गेम देखने में. अब मैं इंडिया में नया ट्रेंड लेके आएगा लेट के देखने वाला. लेट के देखेंगे. भाई अगर मेरा माइक मेरे मुंह तक घुसता ना मैं घुसेड़ लेता भाई. हाँ अब सही है. सही है यार. ऐसे देख रहे हैं. मैच भी चल रहा है. सब लोग देख रहे हैं. वो भी देख रहे हैं. हम भी देख रहे हैं. फुल स्क्रीन करो यार इससे पहले.
Although Kaunzin really wants to give up his life. Does he expect less? No, he doesn't. Less catching crosses twice now.
तो देख ये ऑप्टिकल मैकेनिकल कीबोर्ड है. ऑप्टिक अगर if you want to take for coding and all तो ऑप्टिकल मैकेनिकल मत ले. बट गेमिंग के लिए लेना है तो ऑप्टिकल मैकेनिकल ले सकता है तू.
Great work from Sadak and 2Es in the last round as well to isolate.
Optical mechanical is same as that.
Gen.G's numbers.
Polling rate से मतलब तो optical mechanical का बात ही अलग है. Cherry black है red मेरे शायद. Cherry red है शायद. कौन सा switcher है?
For Gen.G because every single round here Loud running with a different setup.
We
know how they like to play around the breach. Create as many possibilities as possible with a big crunch outside here. Meteor can't pin anything down.
That's actually horrific for him. He's going to be gutted with that, Lucky. Oh, QCK
नहीं निकल
right
रहा.
nearby. And they are just getting mauled to death here, Loud in their face. Aggressive, pushing them in spawn.
हाय दिव्यांश what's up? आओ तुम भी बैठो, तुम भी देखो. मैं भी लेट के देख रहा हूँ. आ जाओ. Come on. You also come join me. In लेट के देखने में.
Try and run the clock down now. Still 60 seconds for Karen to work with, so plenty of time to make something happen.
1v3.
The clutch
1v2 ही मानूंगा मैं.
series so far.
साधक बी पे है अकेले और बहुत लो है.
Sadak and Cowan to overcome.
Easy लग तो रहा है. हाँ ये अपनी पोजी भी easy है. We are also right now easy.
The whole map feels like a threat.
I mean, you see he's clearing every single angle here. And those 60 seconds now turn into 30.
Where does he go with this? There's no smart guess because there's no way you can put together where they are, right? There's no way you can just gamble.
Hari is going for A.
Doesn't work. So you're going to try and bait it out with the smoke.
And nobody's going to see that smoke though.
So not really going to have the impact he wants. 15 seconds now and he's walking towards the site with 2 players.
They're both tucked in hell as well.
Yeah, and he's leaving it so late. There's almost no time for adjustment. There's the smoke, and they're going to close the gap here. Yep, he knows it. He's a sitting duck. He takes down 130 HP now. He's unthreatened. Spike is in. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I thought he was way off that. I thought he was way off that plan. Oh, regardless.
Okay, all good.
भाई मैं चाहता तो हूँ अब तो कोई भी जीते भाई. अब तो मेरा टाइम हो गया. मैं तो इतनी देर से मैं पहले सोच रहा था जेन.G जीत जाते. मैं चाहता तो लाउड हूँ वैसे, लेकिन पहले चाह रहा था कि जेन.G जीत जाए क्योंकि 2-2 हो भाई. जल्दी निकले हो गया अपना. थक गए सुबह से स्ट्रीम कर करके.
Real close by, giving the old nose job at that point, just barely making it out.
भाई घर पे रहता है बच्चा, पढ़ने लिखने वाला भाई. पेड प्लेयर है भाई. पेड प्लेयर है ये हमारा. क्या बात कर रहा है केंची? गेम खेलने के पैसे आ रहे हैं. घर वाले अलग चिल्ला रहे हैं. पढ़ाई करते नहीं हो तुम.
You can see the exchange of the knives, both going to note each other's positions and progression towards it. Texture disrespecting the utility. Doesn't care, goes straight through. Stinger in hand, still wants more, not going to get more. Meteor follows up towards QCK, but there's still Tuis, and Tuis is holding on, and he's holding on damn well. No access allowed, Tuis. That's his site.
Gen.G have previously run away with a few rounds like that in this series, but well handled, well maintained here.
भाई देख रहे हो? चौड़ देख रहे हो लड़के की?
Exploited by Texture. He's up short so quickly, all the way into tree. Unfortunately, nobody from Gen.G able to really make too much progress on the other side of things. Sadak slowing things down with the fragment.
इधर देखो इधर.
Able to keep things in check.
भाई इसके हाथ में पढ़ना है क्या लिखा हुआ है मेरे को तो ये पढ़ना है भाई.
Outside A here, I've seen Cowan set up.
Oh yeah.
Flash of the TP comes through.
Commitment behind this.
भाई इसके नीचे बंदे हैं.
Both! And he gets both. He waited so long for that as well. Real patient play from him there.
Can't even really say it's a little complacent from Loud. Cowan kind of waits out both pieces of utility. Munchkin now looking to reaggress with him. There's still 2 members of Loud on the other side of this.
You're surely thinking, no one's going to be sat here, right? Like, you're doing your diligent work here from Munchkin, you know, he's checking, but Gen.G, I mean, the aggression has been there, and they get rewarded for that heads-up work, that diligence in play, and even might catch that middle. This is lovely. Gen.G reading Loud like a book.
Easy 3-3.
Prepared perfectly and delivered. Scoreline looking much more even.
Acer मोमाया BenQ लो.
In terms of the ultimates, plenty of
असली
options
माल
for them
BenQ
now.
भाई.
The other side of things, less obviously one away, Karen 3 off, but Karen able to turn the tides on this early round aggression, tie things up.
भाई ये 2 बजे तक चलेगा, ठीक है? देखो lineup.
With this lineup coming through, Gen.G might look for a pacey set piece. Well, Sadak can do the same thing again. It's been too easy for Sadak to slow down some of this aggression previously. Once his Fury invested as well.
Oh, but Munchkin ahead of it, catching Sadak on the back pedal. And I'm looking for the lockdown, it's there as well. That's looking like the site is very comfortably theirs, but I'm looking at the spike though. And
Well,
it's
Karen's
drifting
TP'd up to
away.
B. Yeah, this is just a fake around the lockdown.
Reckon Tui's can do anything about this?
Tui's just TP'd ahead. Oh, he actually cancelled.
I thought he might commit. I was almost hoping he does, but decides to back away. Won't have much info from that then. But his positioning's good to catch Meteor, potentially. No,
Such
really
a small
tough.
angle.
Now less with the spray, pulled away from the dash, but gonna have to fall off from this respect the cross.
तो गे गन नहीं चलानी चाहिए यार. Pro matches में ये सब allowed ही नहीं होना चाहिए.
Oh,
The
and
ultimate's
another
invested, but yeah, QCK now looking to try and find some information. The stun on the back of that info and punished by less.
Okay.
The value found here, but Munchkin responds.
And then you got to look at the late positioning coming up from Meteor as well. Good positioning on this. The weird spot that's going to be coming in from Munchkin. This is all, oh my word, Tui's. Backhands him on the way towards the side. Now you look at the backside. This is Karon, the guy who's super clutch, the guy who gets some great work done, and they're doing it right now. Munchkin falls, so now they know where that last player is. Tui's. Can he close the gap? Can he find them? He can, but it doesn't matter. Karon is so sharp with it. Yeah, that round was bizarre, Mike, but it works out.
गंदी गन नहीं चलानी चाहिए.
A very well invested fake. Obviously with Karen the one to TP across early. Does confirm.
अबे इनको उनको लेटर लिख के भेज, ये वापस नहीं कर रहे हैं, है ना? अपग्रेड करके दे मॉनिटर हमें फर्क नहीं पड़ता. हमारा इम्पोर्टेंट काम रुका हुआ है, नहीं तो हम कंज्यूमर फोरम में जा रहे हैं. कंज्यूमर फोरम में जा रहे हैं हम, नहीं अगर वापस नहीं किया हमें, क्योंकि हमारा काम अटका हुआ है. ये बोल दे आराम से, लिखते एक मेल लिख दे, फट के हाथ में आ जाती है सालों की. और नहीं तो कंज्यूमर फोरम में एक शिकायत कर दियो. सालों ने 2 महीने हो गए मॉनिटर नहीं लौटाया, खराब दिया था भाई. रो के वापस करके जाएंगे गिफ्ट.
The loud side, so a little rough around the edges and hoping to maybe find an advantage where there probably isn't one. At the moment, Tui's is currently holding back 2 players who are looking for the orb there. No chance to really do any damage on it either.
I have the spike. GEN.G just trying to get a good feel of the setup here from Loud. That's obviously semi-committed towards this. A stun off Karanzine, maybe on contact here. Could set things in motion as GEN.G are drifting as 5.
This could be quite nice.
Yeah, into this choke point. TP's already sent across as well, so QCK can be here pretty quick. First one there, and the stun does slow things down as well, Lauren.
Yeah, fantastic. Isolates one. That gives them a chance. They pull the rotation, 3 players on the side now. It's going to be difficult for GEN.G to cleanly take this. They've still got a little bit of kit, though, to play with. Not a massive amount, but Munchkin and Larkia's kit is in play, but they've got to be careful approaching the side. Looks like they want to fight towards CT. Sadak's here, though. This is becoming messy. This isn't right. This is going terribly wrong. And Tui's comes out of the flash just behind Munchkin, though. Going to lose his life. And now where do they go? Do they go back towards A? Do they run it down towards B? They're going to go into the unknown, and it's the right choice. Munchkin holds them back. And now the 1v1. There's upgrades around, so QCK going to get himself the Phantom. Karon with the plant. This guy has been good. Leading the board for GEN.G.
TP देख रहे हो?
So plenty of opportunities for Karon to reposition, play a number of different angles, and plenty of question marks for QCK.
No kit for QCK either. No additional utility to maybe work with.
And the time probably going to decide this one, Lauren.
Feels like it, doesn't it? Unless it's a fumble from Karon, but it feels like that guy is not making mistakes there. And you're right, the time, you can hear it. Clock's starting to tick faster, and QCK has to at least get this to half. He knows it. His options are very limited. That open plant, he's got it to halfway. That's not bad. Oh, and Karon with a wide swing across.
कॉल कर इनको बोल मेरे को 240 हर्ट्ज मेरा मॉनिटर चाहिए. सिंपल सी बात, मेरे को मेरा मॉनिटर चाहिए 240 हर्ट्ज का. अगर मॉनिटर नहीं दे सकते तो मेरे को अपग्रेड करो. मॉनिटर 360 हर्ट्ज का मॉनिटर दो, मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. कंज्यूमर फोरम में जाने की धमकी देगा, सब कुछ सही हो जाता है 1 मिनट में. और धमकी नहीं, जहाँ भी चले भी सही हो जाता है.
Much more of your rookie. Compose in the clutch here once again. And giving it on stage as well. The energy's still there for GEN.G. Almost riding the wave here. Loud. I don't want to call this a desperation timeout. It's a 5-3 scoreline, but
they do feel behind the curve. If we're talking about I guess round pacing, the way the rounds have gone down, I mean, it's 3 to 5 short, but it's been a correction from Gen.G. They brought it back from 3 rounds on the trot that Loud claimed. They've got a good grip on the game. We're seeing the individuals show up here. I'm not seeing Loud
इतना कर लिया तो मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि कर ही लेते, पूरा ही कर लेते हैं.
Normally I credit quite highly towards
इतना कर लिया तो, हाँ? इतना कर लिया तो यही सोच रहे हैं कि कल पूरा ही कर लेते हैं.
So seeing them a little behind the curve here, still want to say a little bit more from that Yoru coming into play. See if I like a bit more of it. It's not had masses of time.
No, there's been a couple of small pieces we've seen about, obviously the ultimate, the fault line coming on the back of that. Obviously that early aggression with QCK finding his way all the way into tiles and pressuring into Gen.G's spawn, but certainly have it. Again, we're not really expecting too many switch-ups. Obviously the Yoru really addresses a lot of the issues on the attack.
Yes.
In terms of getting through choke points, addressing the back line, and
give it an operator.
Yeah.
Well, this is set for his success, right? He is in the place for this if they do continue on this pathing, but there is that question mark middle. That was a very wide peak from Yeah, this time a little earlier in the round than before, but now Meteor with 3 on the platter.
मैगी लेके भाई ले आओ और हम तो खा लिए बिस्किट खा लिए हम तो.
Surely not,
हम
especially
भी
by
माइक
finding
स्टैंड
Munchkin,
सही
right?
कर
Like
रहे
this,
हैं
if
तब
anything, plays him in even further, but he's got to play patience, and it's going to pay dividends. He's going to find one unlucky, claims less. So this battle in middle is somewhat going Gen.G's way. QCK tries to reclaim.
Oh no!
Misses. That's heartbreak.
He missed it.
But the second bite of the cherry potentially could be the one. This could be it. Could he find him? Oh, the angle is rotten! A texture just dancing around him. Leaving Chewy's just drifting around like there's nowhere to go.
See some of the weirdest things in Valorant today. I mean, such a strange exchange.
क्या किया है इन्होंने? कितना प्यारा वो किया.
I can't even remember that.
Heck!
I mean, I think it's the kill onto Les, if I'm not mistaken, that really throw things into disarray. And like here, dashing past, and then Tui's expecting them to commit towards B. Gen.G really starting to feel themselves.
Oh yeah.
And getting a good grasp on some of the chaos in the mid-round here.
That's an elusive thing to be able to do. It's a very small list that people have been able to handle. Loud in some of those more chaotic moments as well when they try and get in their faces too, because we saw that aggression from Loud in just a couple of rounds prior. They were literally pushing them in spawn, so they've weathered that, but now we go again. We look at this. QCK, quite aggressive towards B, but he's going to fall away from this. We can see all the attention is towards A. That knife is very, very important.
Problem being, R2 lurks elsewhere, so Les has to consider the possibility. You can see he is trying to feel for things elsewhere. Gen.G drift away from this, sending 2 up catwalk. And texture Caron to try and find something. For the rest of the setup as well. Now tucked into the corner. Oh, come on, committed here as well.
Okay, texture. A whole lot of targets and very little time, but they are damn good at this. Clearing through well, too. He's still going to draw blood, but it's Gen.G sweeping the side perfectly. Lucky here on the follow-up, and it's QCK tucked away. Quietly waiting this out, but there's problems here. He was noted on the knife, so what are you meant to do at this point?
They're going to know he's in hell as well.
Yeah, surrounded and hounded. Look at Lucky. That's cruelty. That's what you get for trying to come ahead of the reload. Oh, my word. Got a little scary there, huh?
Down to 12 HP there. Oof. But a 7-3 lead for Gen.G nonetheless.
Flash, एक right देख रहा है, एक left देख रहा है, एक entry कर रहा है. भाई क्या मतलब?
Gen.G. Hunters Fury Storm and a TP of their own. Really looking to stretch Loud out in this first half of Ascent.
भाई अब exploit कर रहे हैं लोग.
A string of rounds unanswered here.
5. That's huge. And again, oh, look at this combination. This could be really nasty. They have seemed to make it out alive. Caron does find Tui's in the meantime as well.
Oh, he's drifting out short here. Look at where the death marker is.
They can't stop succeeding, it feels like, this team.
QCK, though, look at the ping. they've actually pinged out exactly where QCK is repositioned to. A couple of pings elsewhere, but the awareness is here from Gen.G.
See how well you clear this. Oh, that's how well. A pop flash. He does turn it, so QCK so quick on that. Can't do much more, though. Finding one is really valuable, considering they already noted that position. They were already heads up about it. That is wild. Gen.G.
कितना पढ़ रखा है भाई लाउड Gen.G ने लाउड को इस मैप के लिए. Wow, what was that heck check?
Especially with the smoke coming through now.
Why?
Members of Loud have committed towards this B site hold. TP will come through, will confirm presence on back site. Cow and Zine less do here. Rolling Thunder to work with. 2 snake bites as well.
25 seconds.
That's big.
Time. It's running short. Spike is still in the
भाई
hands
वो हिल जाते हैं.
keep him in the back of your mind. If you see that player, look at his
Caster नहीं बने भाई.
They got to move further ahead. They
I'm
can't
just doing a watch party. I'm not a caster.
They held in the back of Bow House. They can't escape here. And now it's a firing squad. But Loud on
Nice cross.
Meteor in perfect unison. And it's
The Sadak on 1v2.
forward. Finally gets towards the B site.
The one way goes up as well.
That's half of the entry point.
He knows एक इधर है.
Removed. He now knows that Meteor was playing a little bit closer. Tucked by the boxes. But so much to clear in so little time. And you can hear it. That spike ticking.
दोनों 50-50 HP है भाई. Total 100 HP है दोनों के बीच में मिला के.
Low, looking like another 8 for Gen.G here, who are under the gun. The smoke just coming back up. This guy has no hope in it. Gen.G.
Gen.G खेल रहे हैं भाई, लड़के खेल गए. Gen.G वाले कहाँ भाई? अभी मैं लेट के देख रहा था तो स्ट्रीम थोड़ी पीछे करके तो देख. कोई है चाइनीज है कोई.
I just don't know if it's enough. Maybe 4?
6 unanswered for Gen.G. Caron now 17 and 5, leading the charge.
What a game from him. What a map from him. Good series. I think Tex should be up there for series. But this map, he has been exceptional.
Get out of my way.
Right place for it too here, though. Quite a lot of Loud on the other side on A. Let's see if they fully commit through this. Gen.G tempering the pace a little, allowing Texture to probably get a little bit of work done with this operator.
To slow things down, maybe anticipating the lesser purchase from Loud, equating to some form of aggression across the map, but as the smoke comes up, a fragment comes out. And follow up on this paranoia. I was just looking to slow any progress from Gen.G.
I mean, the thing is though, Gen.G is so happy to do late executes.
Yeah,
it doesn't even matter. If you're not going to
फिर से लेट जाऊंगा भाई.
they're still going to be happy to hit on 20 seconds.
कोई नहीं, लोअर सर्किट हो गया तो बाहर भी हो सकते हैं. कल पता लगेगा लोअर सर्किट में पहले तो है कौन-कौन सी टीम है.
Gen.G have got themselves set towards it, and it's Caron again.
Caron
will fall. The first blood will open up round 12 here. So he has to respect this now.
38 seconds left.
QCK here, but tricky spots to work from.
Counzy maybe. Has he got what it takes? Oh, the flash, the little
oh!
Bouncing off the wall. He couldn't even turn it in time. Last only good for one, and they're succeeding everywhere. Now it's QCK and Tui's split between the map and hello, turn around. Texture gets there first, removing QCK, opening up the site for a plant. And Munchkin takes.
Hey, Gen ले गए भाई. Gen.G ले गया game.
Decisive, Mike.
It's their game now.
Different deal.
They're in their mind, bhai. They're in their mind.
Look at it. Look at that. What can you say about it? That was a
line
from Gen.G there.
Absolutely is, and we do still have the questions. The composition in the second half, if this is what it's designed for by Loud, but I mean, coming out of that, it's a tall order.
The big question now is 3 rounds enough for us to even have a chance to see what that new Yoru's going to look like, what they could do on this? I'm not sure it is.
हमने थोड़ा बोला क्या?
We never know.
ये तो serious हो गए भाई.
We never know. But the thing is, in terms of that Yoru and this comp, Mimi, what do you think about what we have seen so far?
I think we saw a few cool rounds, right, where they had these preset plans and they were working well. But I think where Loud got diffed was later into this game when it came down to fundamentals. This is an example of the good, right, for Loud, where they have this really cool kind of variant of almost a shark attack, where you're crunching into B main and punishing Gen.G for it. But then as we got later on, we still saw Loud going for some of these ideas, but making little mistakes, not clearing the corner in pizza, not looking up when they're going for that fight in A main. Gen.G players are sitting there, they punish. Gen.G, I also thought, did a really good job of slowing down, waiting for this aggression, knowing that this comp lacks information, because it's only active info account. No Sova drone, no Sova dart, and it lacks information because you have no Sentinel to hold space in the mid-round. They just had to bide their time, pick the right moment in the mid-round, and they were so successful at doing so.
Yeah, but it's still not enough, because on the other side, Kakuka, Karon, he's here.
Hear me out. The performance that we're seeing coming out from him, we were talking about all the names that are going to be back in the stage and the new faces that we're seeing. This is the controller that you want to see. We talked about all the rookies, how Narrate and the rest of Casey had a
इसी लौंडे ने बोला था कि Loud जीती थी, लेकिन
413 ACS just in this first half. And not only that, we're seeing him on stage going crazy, shouting at their opponents. Even at the beginning of the day, he was like, who's Loud? I don't hear anything. They're very quiet for being called Loud.
Yeah, this Gen.G team is looking electric. Texture is stepping up as well. They look on course to upset Loud 2-0. What a moment it would be for Gen.G.
Yeah, they're on the precipice of a potential upset here. Pansy and HyperX, let's see if they can bring this home.
That's the big question, is it? Can they? Can they actually bring this home? 3 rounds were all that Loud could claim.
Like I said, we're in exactly the same boat as we were on Breeze. Now we need to see this composition really do numbers for Loud.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Gen.G basically have to drop the ball here, because they were in total control that first half.
Yeah.
All starts with the pistol.
I mean, got weirdly close on Breeze, and Gen.G didn't even win that second pistol. They like turned the next one or something mad. But if we're going to talk,
पिस्टल भी डिपेंड करता है क्या करते हैं क्या नहीं होगा पूरा बाकी Loud ने अगर पिस्टल वो जन ने निकाल लिया तो गेम खत्म है यहीं खत्म कर देंगे ये लोग गेम नहीं सोया भाई कहाँ आंखों में नींद है लेकिन सोया नहीं मैं फोन में कुछ देख रहा हूँ.
Yep, hello, that's half the team there. Where's the 5th? Doesn't matter, let's focus on the 1st. Les does find luckier, so that...
Fragment doesn't land either.
Might be a bit of a problem here, actually, yeah. Quarantine gonna find Munchkin. Oh, Sadak as well. That's gorgeous. Meteor with a lot on his plate. And he ain't gonna be able to do much about it. That's clear cut from Loud.
Clinical to kick things off here. So you need to see the conversion on the second, but finally a response on that round timeline. Could that be... I was going to say, I don't know how much of Lakia was visible there, but it didn't look like much.
One enemy remaining.
Sadak luckily played in some favourable timing there in that mid-lurk.
Round by round.
No investment here from Gen.G. Haven't seen it since Icebox.
Only a couple of sheriffs, I think, a shorty there for Karon, but that's about it. So it needs to be quite the mistake to go astray. And Les isn't particularly, you know, looking like he's trailing in this. He's still got that kind of confidence. He's willing to really brawl out. QCK on the other side, doing rather nicely. And yeah,
Loud ले रही है भाई अब कुछ टाइम के लिए. अब यहाँ से कमबैक ना देने लगे यार. यहाँ सोच रहे खत्म करेंगे ये चीज, ये मान ही नहीं रहे खत्म करने को. हेलो.
Get it out of the way. Flawless second.
ऐसा मत करो यार.
Loud. Now with an opportunity.
Yeah, you'd almost hope. Obviously, the conversion is going to come through from this round 3 as well. Make things as comfortable as possible to start this second half. Actually, even getting things together here. Two Vandals, two Bulldogs to work with. Not stacked up ahead of the spawn barrier dropping. Gen.G may be toying with the idea of getting aggressive outside B here.
Well, it looks like it, doesn't it? And the flash as well, Les. But Les will fight. Les will always
लेकिन अभी बोनस राउंड है, बोनस राउंड हो सकता है निकाल ले, मेरे हिसाब से निकाल लो भाई, मैं तो कह रहा हूँ भाई निकाल लो यार, निकाल लो यार, Gen.G से यार निकाल लो यार.
Meteor's the first one to draw blood, dropping Counzine, and he gets a follow-up on QCK as well. He's
I'm too
dominated
tired
short
for
now.
it.
That's a problem, because that unlocks all of that stress, and it allows Meteor to roam. He might even get a bit more. He's seen so much.
भाई सुबह कर रहा था, सुबह भी ये कर रहा था, अभी लेटा हुआ था मैं, अभी मैं लेट के स्ट्रीम देख रहा था, वही तो कर रहा हूँ मैं, लेट के.
Absolutely.
एक सेकंड रुक जाओ सब लोग.
See what the purchase looks like.
Cam.
What is the funds look like behind this for Loud now.
स्क्रीन बंद हो गई है मेरी. Let the screen get.
Gen.G Meteor, the stranglehold gifted the third onto 2E's.
तफरी करते करते स्क्रीन बंद हो गई यार.
Maybe he thought that Meteor had slipped a little further back onto shore, but with the second player in mid, you'd argue, yeah.
But again, that was the bonus now into the bite. But it was a
चैट कहाँ गई? चैट ये रही.
weaponry, so you know, we wait and see. Texture willing to go walkabouts.
सही दिख रहा है ना?
It's a bit of a look.
GPU 3060.
In the meantime, we've got that mid
I
control.
have a 3060 bro.
That is ridiculous.
3060. अब सही है ना?
Makes your stomach drop a little. You can see Sadak wants revenge, but the Aldron's going to check him. They know the position now.
Really solid protocols on display here from Gen.G. Meteor might even be played onto the second. It's a stab at it, but doesn't overcommit.
It feels like middle's off the cards. You can't work that anymore. They're two heads up about
पुराना कोई था ही नहीं मेरे पास. पागल है क्या?
You've still got
पुराना नहीं था बाबू.
room on A, but they don't know about any of
यही
this.
था मेरे पे.
Munchkin's position, who's just about to get his knife back as well.
I never have
So that's going to be the
old.
grand reveal. Unless he actually gets shoulder check first. Oh, it gets denied. He doesn't get the full picture. Now texture. Oh, that's clean!
Oh!
Two big hits, two headshots. Spike dropped and predicts 2E's.
Up.
Just
Oh!
texture. Get another. Show us what you got.
This guy is absolutely phenomenal.
चार पत्तियां.
Map 3 finds Gen.G
नाप के
their
भाई.
11th round. And looking so damn clean in the process. We talked about it being maybe concerning if Gen.G have to rely on these individuals, but in rounds like that, it just looks so clean cut.
It does. Really does. Oh, they're ecstatic. Absolutely elated. 11, when you string together two, it really turns it. You know the Loud's money now is going to feel that pinch. It's not going to be in a good position. And they pump the brakes.
भाई बहुत प्यारा दिया उसने.
Was, you know, recoverable on the
पप्पियां दिया भाई पप्पियां.
Pistol, but the second those rifles came out, Gen.G reemerged.
प्यार से बुलाया है, बोलता है इधर आओ.
Look at bringing this composition out.
ओम साईं
First of all in the previous.
राम.
Takes away some of those options that, you know,
भाई ये रुद्राक्ष पहने हुए था वैसे, अगर ध्यान से देखा हो किसी ने तो ये बंदा रुद्राक्ष पहने हुआ था, है ना? ये भाई हिंदू है, ये मैं मानता हूँ भाई, ये हिंदू है. ओम साई राम लिखा हुआ है हाथ पे, ठीक है? उसके बाद रुद्राक्ष पहने हुआ था, ये रुद्राक्ष पहने हुआ था स्टार्टिंग में, अगर देखा हो किसी ने तो ध्यान दिया हो तो. भाई ये हिंदू है भाई, ये जीता थी, इसको जिताओ भाई.
Really caught off guard. I said the map veto the first curveball of the day. Some of the compositions.
है लेकिन अर्जेंटीना ये मतलब Gen.G प्यारा खेल गई. वो भी कास्टर भी यही बोल रहा है. Here too.
It's not often we say that.
No, exactly. It's not just solely, you know, oh, we didn't like this comp, we didn't like this.
ये देखो बाहर आ गया.
Genuinely, I think Gen.G outplayed them here quite hard as well. But as it stands, we come back in with a shoddy buy for Loud. Stinger, Sheriff, and that's about it.
Man,
the other side.
They pretty much have to make something work in this round.
Yes. The one bonus, they do get the ult for QCK online. That was the initial purpose of that play towards A, so that is in pocket. Maybe the Euro
भाई तू मेरे को कुछ गंदा दिखवाने वाला है, मैं क्यों? I can feel it.
Maybe gives away a little bit of the game.
Ganda in the sense.
Definitely will.
Hello.
Yeah.
Loud's coming to my site, guys.
He does have an Odin. Opportunity to potentially slow things down here, but not noted just yet by QCK. Now he will be. The stun comes through, confirming that.
But
Meteor with 3!
Oh my god, in between a rock and a hard place, Meteor puts himself there. He willingly walks into it. Oh, that's just outstanding from Meteor.
Hi, Gen.G.
And all of those problems, all those little threats that could have happened, get pushed aside. And now it's do or die. Loud have a purchase here. They don't have an instant ult to play with. You got 2 away for Sadak, 2 away from 2. That's not what you really want on OMEN anyway. They have nothing to depend on. And on the other side, you've got Knives Texture, locked down for Meteor, full purchase. Loud, if you got anything, this is the round to show it.
Hey, अगर कुछ गड़बड़ दिखा.
No wiggle room left here. Texture.
Fast mid.
Yeah, very aggressive here, forcing Loud. Well, at least less. Much deeper.
चल था बोला मेरी स्ट्रीम खराब करी तूने तो. पूरे 2-3 महीने से लेट के स्ट्रीम बताई और तू ये करवा दे.
Killjoy utility littered across A site, but already Gen.G are able to make their way.
सब मित्रों आ गया उसने बोला मित्रों गेम बंद करते हैं. हो गया, बहुत देर तक खेल रहे हैं हम आपके साथ. ये तो मित्रों कर रहा है भाई आदमी.
Meteor, hot on their heels. Larkio who won down to count D in less than 2. The defuse, it's going on, they can't stop it.
Boys, let's go! The Gen.G is your winners!
Very much on board the Gen.G train.
Wow. I mean, I'll put my hands up. We talked about this matchup at length. It was announced, and I wasn't really buying into the Gen.G stongs coming into this, especially drawing a first round versus Loud.
I think that's a fair assessment.
But I said it at the top of this series.
Indian
will be the day they validate that hype, and I think they've absolutely done that, Lauren.
Yeah.
Looking so good.
ये पहला गेम था, मतलब सेकंड गेम था आज के, मतलब अपर ब्रैकेट्स का, मतलब अपर ब्रैकेट्स की गेम हो रहा है ना अभी. तो इस वो क्वालिफाइंग स्टेज चल रही है अभी. कल 2 गेम और होंगे. अगर तुम्हें सब कुछ जानना है तो हम तुम्हें समझा देते हैं क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा. इसको बंद करते हैं. ये हो गया. आज के 2 गेम हो गए. एक इससे पहले हो चुका है जो कि हमारा केसी वर्सेस एफपीएक्स था, है ना. और उसके बाद लाउड वर्सेस ये हो गया अपना. अब सेन वर्सेस ये है कल. देखते हैं क्या होता है. आई डोंट नो क्या होगा, कल पता लगेगा. सेन वर्सेस टीएच, जो कि हमारी टीएच है द हेरेटिक्स, और ईडीजी और पीआरएक्स का मैच है. ईडीजी पीआरएक्स और ये और ये भिड़ेंगे. आज ये भिड़ लिए ना, लाउड और ये भिड़ लिए और ये भिड़े थे. तो अब कल पता लगेगा क्या होता है. तो कल करते हैं. तो आप लोगों से फिलहाल तो कल हम आपको सेकंड मैच में ही मिलेंगे. आई गेस आई विल बी एबल टू स्ट्रीम दिस मैच, सेंटेनर वर्सेस हेरेटिक का मैच. और क्योंकि पिताजी की बर्थडे है तो मैं उसमें थोड़ा मतलब जाऊंगा. मैं थोड़ा घर वालों का गेट टुगेदर है आफ्टर सो लॉन्ग. बाकी सुबह हमारा पुणे के लोअर ब्रैकेट्स के मैचेस हैं. वैलोरेंट पुणे के मैचेस हैं. तो आई होप कि आप लोग सुबह आए. तो मिलते हैं. लव यू ऑल, टेक केयर. है हमारे दोस्तों. ओवर एंड आउट. सोऊंगा मैं यार, थक गया हूँ मैं. थैंक यू कुणाल भाई. हाँ भाई बोलेंगे केंची भाई. चलो कल मिलते हैं बॉयज. पीस आउट. टाटा.